Hey guys, how's it going? Matt from Foul Ball Productions here. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Hope that you're doing well. I'm doing phenomenally. Thank you so very much. Doing a lot better than last week. A lot more healthy. I can breathe. Not coughing quite as much. I'm coming around. Coming back to being healthy. Hope you guys are doing well. This is the MFer Cocktail Lounge. It is the unofficial Friday Night Tights follow-up stream. And thankfully, they've been ending earlier, so I can start earlier. And boy, oh boy, we got a doozy of a show for you guys tonight. It's going to be a hootenanny. We got an old clip of mine that everyone's been itching to see. Thanks a lot. My friend Lindsay reminded everyone of that I had completely forgotten about. But she's actually joining us today. Please welcome Lindsay's triumphant return to the channel. Hi, Lindsay.
Hi. Is there still feedback? I just want to check.
No, you sound great.
Okay,
You
good.
sound like a professional. How are you this evening?
I'm good, thank you.
You're good? Well, yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for reminding everyone this clip exists. Because I thought I was done being humiliated with my past work. But no. Lucky me. Still alive and kicking. So thanks, Lindsay. And I appreciate you joining us tonight.
Of course. Glad to be here.
Also, another one who has gotten a big kick out of teasing me and showing my clips. His Twitter is terrific. Please welcome Cosmic Fusion. Hello, Cosmic Fusion.
Why, thank you for having me on. And thank Lindsay for giving me this opportunity to meme you more. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, we had run out of them. You know, there was the ball gag image that you used, the one of me in a dress. So I'm glad that there's more, because I would hate for you to feel bored, like you didn't have enough to make fun of me with.
I didn't know what I was going to do. I can't remake the Brie video. Rocking a hard place.
Yeah, it's tough. Well, you can thank Lindsay. Zach says my channel just got 10 times better. Well, thank you, Zax, and welcome.
It's going to get another 10 times better.
Yeah, 10 times 10. So, thanks, guys. Hey, Cold Era, how are you, buddy?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us. I think tonight's going to be a fun show. How are you doing?
Me, I'm just chilling off work. Shitty day. Glad to be here.
Right on. Glad to have you. And making her second appearance on the show is my good friend Daniela, local Austin comic. You know her from the show The Classy Broadcast. Hello, Daniela.
Hey, Matt. How's it going?
Pretty good. Just going to try to delay as long as I can playing that clip. Yeah, so pretty fun. Let's see who's here. Hi, Brightest Day. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. I saw your super chat earlier on FNT, and you were really generous. You gave a nice chunk, and then you promoted like a smaller YouTube channel, which I thought was really nice. However, it wasn't me. It was Culture Casino. What gives, man? You've been on this channel. I've been cool to you. You promote Culture Casino. I mean, I like culture too, but my feelings were hurt. Not going to lie, my feelings were hurt. But good to see you, buddy. Hey, Mark DiCarlo. How's it going, my friend? Welcome. Keely Chow. What's up? The Islington girls got, I think that's supposed to be a $. She got money ready to spend, ready to throw. Make it rain. Hail. Bring sandwiches. We love when you do. Brightest Day. Oh, that's not you. Davina Duckworth. Hail. Hello, Davina. Good to see you. And Jed. Hi, Jed. Twitter is blowing up. Boy, oh boy. Tonight's going to be a fun show. Fun
Jed, why
show.
are you not on the panel?
He'll be here. Oh, Brightest Day for $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Says quit being such a bitch. I mean, you know what? You paid me for the privilege, so I think I'll just have to take that one. Thank you very much for the $2 super chat, my good man. Thank you. Hail. Ah, yes, an Islington girl did bring us all sandwiches. She's catering. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. So what's going on, everybody? How's everyone's week? Everyone have a fun holiday?
Fun working.
Fun working. Yeah, same. Same Z's. Same Z's.
I do see that we've got, between the panel and the chat, there's at least 4 females here. Good job, Matt. I'm very proud of you. It's got to be the mohawk.
I think so. I'm just a super progressive guy, you know?
You're an ally to women.
I'm an ally. That's what I am.
No.
Despite what Culture Casino thinks. I'm an ally. Male feminist right here. Pew. And another girl. Hi, rough girl. What's going on, sugar? Welcome. Welcome. Anybody have any vicious political arguments at the dinner table at Thanksgiving?
Nope.
No? No one was like, Rittenhouse is a hero. I don't want to hear it.
I cooked a
You
frozen
admit it.
pizza and edited some videos.
Right on. That's, yeah. Lindsay, did you do anything for the holiday?
I met my boyfriend's family for the first time, so that was kind
How
of
was
fun.
that? Yeah? How was it?
It was good, yeah. Lots of kids, and they were great, well-behaved children.
That's good.
The pigs got out at one point, and the dogs almost ate a chicken.
Did you say, wait, do they live on a
and-
farm?
I have questions now.
They do, yeah, like
There's
kind of like a
pigs?
small farm.
Okay.
Pigs, ducks,
Pigs, chickens, ducks. Got it.
kittens, dogs,
Right on.
all horses, cows, and okay, that's it.
All right. Okay. So, no, any political talk at the dinner table?
They're anti-vaxxers,
Okay. Based.
and that's pretty much it. So yeah, they were just talking about that because the my boyfriend's sister's husband is a firefighter, and so there's just he has to get tested all the time, and it's just like a lot of annoyance for him and whatnot. So that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well,
You know,
that sounds like a pretty calm. Because I think, like, especially now, like, I don't know, maybe since, like, Trump has been in office, like, family gatherings can kind of be a war zone. You know what I mean? Especially if you've got, like, someone who's just always on Twitter, just angrily putting out their politics. You never know what you're going to walk into. So, good to hear. Good to hear it was pleasant.
Yeah.
Cold Air, did you do anything for the holiday?
Went out to a restaurant called Maggiano's, and
I
we
know
just pay to
Maggiano's.
eat. Just pay to eat, no dishes. It's great.
Maggiano's, is that like is that nationwide, that place?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I know there's one here in Austin, and I know there's one. I saw one in Vegas when we were out there for the meetup. There's like a big one. I was like, oh, I didn't know it was a big chain. So,
$50 per person. Can't beat that. No cleanup.
booyah, booyah. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. That's what Thanksgiving's all about. Well, I'm feeling like there's this sort of like everyone's just waiting for me to pull the video up. I think that's what.
Nonsense. Who would do that?
Yeah, I don't know. No one's like jumping in with any topics or nothing. No one wants to have a conversation. So you guys all just waiting very patiently for me to pull it up.
I don't know. I didn't have any contentious Thanksgiving stories to tell.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
So
same.
yeah.
I mean, I could hear more about Lindsay and her boyfriend's family trying to catch a pig. That sounds hilarious.
I didn't have to join in, thankfully. The guy on the crutches joined in, so he used his crutches to kind of like herd the pigs. But yeah, no, they didn't have me help out, thankfully. I was just a guest.
All right. Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Right on. Oh, Islington Girl sent me a 99-cent Canadian super sticker. Thank you very much. Is it sandwiches? It hasn't loaded in my stream yet. No, it's a face. It's just a faceless emoji. Thank you so very much, Islington Girl. Appreciated. Thank you kindly.
How's that for a slice of fried gold?
I love my little video clips. Thank you, Islington Girl. Much appreciated. Matt, make him wait. Did you lock up the dildo? That's what she said. Yeah, Sensual Dildo's not here.
Yeah, where's Dildo?
I don't know. I don't know where Sensual Dildo is, and Vigilante's not here, and I know he's going to be here shortly, so I feel like I should wait for him.
Yeah, we can kill a few more minutes. You want me to
We
tell
can.
some Mohawk jokes?
Sure, let's hear. Let's hear your Mohawk
I
material.
don't have any. That was an empty threat.
Oh, dang. Hope you had a few jokes.
Okay,
for
I
it.
have an old holiday contention that I broke up with someone sort of over.
Nice.
Go
I
on.
just wanna.
Go on.
And actually, I'm kind of questioning it now. Okay, so basically, we were making a recipe, and it called for extra virgin coconut oil, which if you don't know, they like take out all the extra fats and it's more like it's liquid at room temperature, whereas normal coconut oil is solid at room temperature. But so I didn't think about that, and I just pull out my regular coconut oil, and he had made this recipe before, and he just looks at me and he goes, "What the fuck is that?" And I was like, "It's coconut oil." And he was like, "No, it's not. What are you?" And I was like, "What?" And we literally had a back and forth, and he said to me, he was like, "Are you stupid?" And I show him the jar, and I was like, "This is coconut oil. What the fuck?" And he was like, and so I put it in the microwave because I realized my mistake that it was supposed to be extra virgin. So I put it in the microwave, I melted it so it was at least liquid, and I brought it out, and he goes, "Now it's oil." And I was just like, I'm so shook. And he was like, "If you argue this more, I'm going to walk out right now." This was last Christmas. And I was just like,
Wait, is this the same guy you're still
Okay.
dating right now?
no, different
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Different guy. Yeah. And so anyway, but I looked it up. So coconut oil is like 80% like saturated fat or something like that. And that's why it's solid, like a normal fat is, like butter or something. So I'm kind of curious if it actually qualifies as an oil. Like, I'm like, was he right? But he didn't know, but he was just being kind of like a dick about it. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so that's my...
Zach says, "Lindsay, tell us embarrassing Matt stories." Please don't. Please do
I mean,
not.
I already told you guys this embarrassing story, like video, so
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
That's fair.
Well, actually, okay, you're not going to have a video for this one, but I will. I don't know if you've told anyone else, but he did play Prince Charming in a play once for children, and that was really cute. So
Yeah, I did
that's
for
my
like
embarrassing story of that.
for children's theater. I did play Prince Charming back in Los Angeles. This was years ago. This was like 9-10 years ago now. Yeah. The kids just keep on hitting. I appreciate it. Well, all right. I want to stall just for like another like 10 minutes, just until hopefully Vigilante will join us. Has anyone been watching anything? Did anyone see the Hawkeye show or anything like that?
I did.
What'd you think, Cold Era?
I saw it with my dad because me and him we watched The Mandalorian together, and it's like, so he's not attuned to the woke stuff, so he knows nothing, but he found it enjoyable, and so did I. I actually did not hate it.
I thought it was pretty good, but I can see where they have set the foundation to go off a cliff if they so decide here in a few episodes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. The way they were talking about it on FNT, it did kind of sound like more of the same, but it's hard to tell now because we're all so damn sensitive. You know what I mean? We're all so like cagey. Like, is this gonna suck? Are you ruining another thing? Like, we're not really. I'm not. What's the word? Like, generous at all when it comes to new content. And I did try to watch the Arcane show, which also stars Haley Steinfeld. What's her name? Steinfeld. Yeah. So she's also in it. And so I don't know. It's like that's like another one that's kind of all over, like another one of those ready-made stars like Zendaya, where you're like, who are you? I don't even know who this person is, and now you're doing everything. I don't know. I am stalling, Islington Girl. Yes, I am. I'm sorry. I want Vidge here. Vidge says he's going to be here in another 10 minutes. So if he's not here by 9:30, I swear to God, I'll show you this god-awful clip of myself.
Well, I mean, we could talk Arcane for a minute. We have seen it. We were talking about it backstage.
Hey, Brightest Day. How you doing, buddy?
Hi, everybody.
Welcome, my friend. How are you?
So why are you such a bitch about $20 again?
What do you mean, bitch, about $20?
You're bitching that I can, boosted Culture Casino.
Yeah.
One of the nicest
fuck?
guys in our community. As though
What
we
am I,
didn't deserve
chopped
it.
liver?
Maybe.
What, you think I don't need a little signal boost?
I'll remember you next time I think of it.
Thank you. Because I was watching the show. I was on the background. I was like prepping for this stream, and I hear $20 super chat from Brightest Day. I go, hail, like just like to no one, and then he promotes Culture Casino. I'm like,
I'll let Culture know that's how you reacted.
let him know. I don't care.
We could probably get him on here.
He was on here last week. He was very abusive. He was very mean. He said no one wants me on their streams, and I took that very personally.
I love
Didn't
having
appreciate
Culture on
that.
my stream.
Nah,
He always gives us a crazy Disney story.
Culture's a good shit. Okay, Rock Fan says he's going to be there shortly. Vigilante say he'll be here. Okay, cool.
Nice.
So we can just stall for a little bit. So, Brightest Day, we were just about to talk about Arcane. Have you seen it?
I have not. I've been told it's good though.
Good, but very intersectional if you're looking for it.
I mean, it's on Netflix,
in your
right?
face, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But Netflix has, to their credit, has been doing some good animated shows.
And
Yeah.
at the same time, just decimating their live action series.
Cowboy Bebop. Oh, fuck. Nasty
Oof,
cough.
Yeah. Pretty rough, that one. I was
Houseway
watching.
Beeflop?
Yeah, I was watching Gundam's video on that earlier today, and it sounded fucking rough. But I'm really happy about that one failing because of whoever plays Nikki Valentine, like just how twatty she was on Instagram, being like, we just couldn't find anyone with it. Me.
Worst character in the show. When she's on screen, it's hard to watch.
Oh.
I don't know,
Well, the
man.
thing-
That clip I saw Radical Edward kind of scared me a little bit.
Look at that big kitty. There's your big kitty.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Hey, Rock Fan. What's up, brother?
Hello. Oh, hi. I'm in. I was still looking at the YouTube stream.
That's
You're
all
talking to
good.
me and I'm not there yet.
That's all good. Jack of all casuals says,
Hi,
I thought that.
everybody.
Hey, brother. He says, for a second, I thought the title was Matt Plays a Prostitute. Oh, it absolutely is. It absolutely is. So not everyone knows. I used to be an actor in Los Angeles, and we've detailed a few of my works pieces here, things I've been in. One where I played a table, one where I wore a dress for a commercial. And Lindsay so graciously reminded the audience that one time I did play a male prostitute in a student film in New York City. So I forgot
but
all
it-
about it.
Pay.
Yeah, that you misread that.
Oh, pay.
You said pay.
No, dude, I don't gotta pay
Pretty
for
bad
it,
either
bro.
way.
I don't gotta pay for it.
I don't have to pay for it either, but I did it just to say I did it.
That's why I was late. I was watching the stars.
Yeah.
You gotta get some mud on
I
your
see what you
jersey.
do.
I feel you.
Sorry, the Broad and I were just having our own thing there, so you guys can just carry on.
What's going on with you guys?
I could watch the stars all night.
Indeed.
Oh, the Dallas Stars. Oh, you guys are
Yeah,
both.
that's-
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's why I was late. I wasn't doing anything important. I was watching the end of the game. So
Are you a Dallas
very
Stars
important.
fan?
I am.
How's that work out?
Well, I lived in Dallas for several years, so I became a Stars season ticket holder, big fan. And it's just carried on, even though I'm not living there anymore. So
Oh,
great
right on.
organization.
Last 4th of July, I bartended at someone's house, like a private bartending gig, and they were all former hockey players.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I wonder who they were.
Nobody's perfect.
One of them was pretty big. I'm sure I could pull the names if I, went back through my emails or whatever. But they were pretty cool, I guess. Their fucking wife was a twat though. She was like some model, and she really thought she was something special.
Were they former players or current players?
Former.
then?
No,
Former. Okay.
But the one guy, I mean, when I looked up his Wikipedia, he was pretty good player. I think they're Canadian, and he lived in Orange County now. They were pretty damn cool. Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, that's what I was up to. They're actually not playing that badly the last 3 or 4 games after a shit start to the season, but hey, that's the Stars. Up and down like the Assyrian Empire. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
You know what? Since we have a few minutes to kill until Vig gets here, I wanted to talk to you, Red Shirt. I don't know if anyone else is going to be interested in this, but apparently Amazon is nearing a deal to produce the Mass Effect TV show. Did you hear about this?
Heard about it,
Yeah.
and I'm scared.
Could we
Is
just
anyone a
not
Mass
do
Effect
this?
fan?
Yes,
Yeah.
hence
Alright, we
the
need-
T-shirt.
We need to talk about this real fast because
No, we
BioWare
don't.
already fucked up Mass Effect, in my opinion, with 3 with that stupid bullshit ending.
Yep.
That to me is when it died.
Yeah.
You know
I
what's
heard
funny?
it.
I'm actually playing 3 right now, and I got to be honest, I'm not loving it.
2 is where the magic ended.
Yeah.
2 is where the
I
magic
dunno,
happened.
I really
yeah.
do. I enjoyed a lot of the play in 3, and I certainly enjoyed some of the content.
It's not terrible. It's just kind of dull. Like, I feel like it's just so many goddamn cutscenes. Like, I just feel like I'm watching like a movie, and
It
like
is,
I'm just
it
kind of
is.
sitting there for like 15 minutes straight. I don't know. Like, also, I'm not enjoying the combat as much. Like, I don't want to sound like a pussy, but it's like it's tediously difficult.
And they chopped down some of the options too. Like you felt a lot more powerful in the first game.
Mm-hmm.
What I felt was missing from 3 was the option to have an overall military victory.
Yep.
And
yes, they didn't allow you that. Yeah,
all roads lead to Star Child.
Yeah, if you have this long, arduous journey of getting every faction to your side and breaking down barriers and forging alliances that were supposed to be impossible, you should have the option of just out punching your enemy.
Yeah, and getting the happy ending.
Like when you get those Leviathans, like on your side, there's supposed to be this galactic power, and then they're just numbers on a board, means nothing.
Yeah.
Well, they could have brought people back on board with the franchise had they not gaffed Andromeda so terribly.
Yeah, what a missed opportunity.
Effect. Islington Girl says Mam Effect.
Andromeda had some positive things about it in terms of mechanics, but the plot was non-existent. It was a terrible story, and the lumpy facial features can never be forgiven under any circumstances.
And it was their most expensive game too, right?
Yeah.
Like they spent the most money on it.
Here's my prediction: is season 1 will get Henry Cavill as Shepard, and then he'll die at the end of season 1, and beginning with season 2, we'll get his cousin, female Shepard.
M-Ship, yeah.
Well, there's so many female characters in the show already. I mean, like they could definitely just make it about like Ashley or Miranda or something. You know, there's so many other.
They could get away with Fem-Ship though, because there was a Fem-Ship, so they could get away with that legitimately.
As long as they were consistent.
Mm.
They can't do Ashley. She's Christian. She's dead.
Mm.
And isn't Shepard dead? Didn't he die at the end of this game too?
Yes.
Well, it depends on which ending is canonized.
Yeah.
And if they take all the butts and boobs out, I'll be very disappointed.
Yeah, I mean, that's
I heard
a given.
I heard they did that.
They already did that.
It's pretty damn sexual though. Those games, man. There's a lot of curves.
Ooh, Miranda. Oh,
you could straight up Captain Kirk that shit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it says, according to a new report, Amazon is on the verge of closing a deal to produce a television series based on BioWare's popular Mass Effect video game franchise. Amazon's nearing deal was first revealed during a discussion with Deadline regarding the apparent success of Wheel of Time. Really? Is that successful?
Yeah.
Has anyone heard anything other than that it's shitty and no one likes it?
I'm not going to go anywhere near that pile of steaming shite.
Yeah, but they also use those analytics engines that don't differentiate between love and hate clicks. So traffic's traffic, and the more you hate it and talk about it, the better they call that a win.
I can't imagine. I don't know who's watching it. It doesn't sound like the fans of the book are going to enjoy it, right? Like, I saw Lady Gravemaster's video and she just eviscerates it, and she's clearly like a big fan. So if the fans aren't going to like it, I mean, like, you might get this niche audience of people who just want to see girls and everything, but I haven't heard anyone, I haven't heard no buzz. And the only buzz I've heard is that it's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah. You sound surprised that it should be terrible.
But that they're making a deal based on its apparent success. That's the thing that's surprising to me.
Yeah. Well, that's
because they just
before.
write these narratives. They don't even bother to try and make it sound legit anymore because nobody reads past the headline. They just say things and then do them with no evidence.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right, we're in this weird scenario now where we have to find whatever the actual definition of being a success is nowadays, especially with when you have suppressed numbers and false narratives and bot reviews and all these things. It's very hard to determine what is and is not a success.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah. So
you would think someone in the finance departments of some of these corporations would be saying, you know what, we're not making any money here. So this can't be a success despite what you're saying.
Well, I definitely still think that there's some sort of wishy-washy money coming into a lot of these services.
Speaking of what they're saying, I think our two females would like the chance to speak.
Oh, they can jump in any time.
Thank God Mad's not here.
Oh, God. I just spent like 6 to 8 hours editing a video that was purely making fun of Mad Mardigan. I've had enough of Mad today.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to grab something to drink.
All right, brother.
Jeez, what did Mad do? But yeah, no, Rafian, I'm with you on that. Like, you would think that at some point somebody would take a look at the ROI and be like, "Oh, this is negative," or we're breaking even on this shit. But no, they're like determined to make the shit a success at some point. So it's like, we're just gonna keep rolling with it.
Yeah, they don't seem to want to admit that their shit stinks. They think it's perfumed and does not stink.
Yeah.
But
Real quick.
sorry,
to
Matt.
interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I want to interrupt just because Rough Girl sent me a super chat. I don't see it here in the thing, in the whole what's it called, the chat there. There we go. Rough Girl sent me $3.33. She didn't say anything though, but that still deserves a vidya.
Christmas, your share. Just a little taste. Jimmy.
Thank you very much, Rough Girl. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Feel free to say something, and I will absolutely put it on the screen. Sorry, what were you saying there, Rockfam?
I don't know. I've got a sick goldfish memory. 6 seconds ago, I've forgotten. But I do have this very nice Afterlife Mass Effect shot glass. The
Nice.
Afterlife.
Oh, from the bar? That's cool.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, I should be using it, but and I also have one N7 sock. The other one's long gone. I don't know where it is, but I have one.
Now you can frame that one as
That's
a piece of memorabilia.
Tell
No,
people
I think-
you made it.
Yeah, well, exactly. I knitted that myself. I think, Matt, you hit the nail on the head, possibly, that there's various streams of funding, either known or unknown, being used to prop some of this crap up. I mean, who the hell's paying for Star Trek Discovery?
I
It's
don't
not
know.
Soros?
Yeah, exactly. There's
Yeah.
something. It's like the fake news outlets, the mass media news outlets. Who's propping these up? Because they can't be making any money based upon viewership.
Because here's
They're
a
not
good
making
point
money.
to that. Sorry, Matt. I don't know if anybody caught it. It was a tiny article that flew under the radar the other day, but apparently Star Trek Discovery is not even going to be available in pretty much every other country on Earth now, except for maybe like Canada and a couple of others, because the Netflix deal finally ran out and Netflix refused to renew it. And so they won't be hosting that on their platform in other countries anymore.
You don't want to pay any money for it. Yeah,
I heard the same thing, and that's what makes it so goddamn confusing. So it's like, and Ethan Van Sciver, he was suggesting that the government grants can be coming in for like diversity hires and stuff like that in comics. Like that was like his theory. He's like, I'd like to get to the bottom of this. I'm like, that makes perfect
It's a
sense.
good theory.
It's a perfect theory, and like, why would that not like translate into entertainment and stuff like that? Why would that not be part of
Well,
that
it's
as
all
well?
part of the cultural war that's being waged upon us, and the other, wars, asymmetric warfare. It's just as big a part of it, if not the biggest part. I mean, Frankfurt School says you got to destroy everything so you can rebuild it. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's big dark money coming in to prop this crap up.
I don't doubt it.
It's my
I don't doubt
opinion.
it at all.
The only
No, it
answer
makes
that makes
perfect
sense to me.
Yeah, because it's like these things, it costs so much money. There is no viewership. It's not bringing in new subscribers. There's no buzz. So I don't know. Yeah, like you're talking about it's a success. It's like a success. I mean, the amount of money this show must cost, you'd think I would have heard about it. Like I'm in the niche of talking about nerdy TV shows. I've never heard anyone say anything about it other than it sucks.
Yeah, exactly. And me too. I mean, anything with the word time in it, usually as a science fiction fan of decades, I would be all over that. And this, I am not interested in the slightest. Like,
No.
I actively would avoid even, like, take that picture off the screen. I don't even want to look at that.
Well,
Hey,
within the
Jed.
last few days,
Yay.
I've had multiple people recommend that book to me and no mention of the TV show.
Yeah,
Not a damn word.
because I believe there's only a very tenuous link between them. That's why.
Yeah. So I want to read a little bit more about this. So the studio's eponymously titled live-action adaptation of Robert Jordan's widely lauded book series of the same name. Speaking with the trade news outlet, Amazon Studios head Jennifer Salke asserted, "We can firmly say that The Wheel of Time was the most watched series premiere of the year and one of the top 5 series launches of all time for Prime Video."
Barf.
Yep.
Whatever.
I mean, she could be lying. but
I would dispute that, but yes, I've got
Yeah, I
no
would-
data either. So
There's
Yeah,
no
show me
way
the
to
receipts.
argue. Yeah, I'd like to see some receipts, but I
Yeah.
said there were tens and tens of millions of streams for the series in just the first 3 days of the release. Really?
no, I
Tens and
Bullshit.
tens.
I don't,
don't believe that. I don't.
How
Yeah, I
about a
don't
real
believe that
number?
either.
Tens and tens of streams, perhaps.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, it seems
I think
weird.
they
so-
came out with a thing saying that Netflix counts if you like click it and then it plays for a few seconds. So if you like click a movie and then decide not to watch it, it'll still count that as a play.
Yeah, plus
Mhm.
they do that automated play thing that if you hover, if you've just used to sit on it and it'll play in the background.
Yeah.
You can't switch off on some platforms. Netflix does that, and you can't switch it off on an Apple TV, for instance. So that could be getting counted as a play.
Yeah, like who are the fans for? Like I feel no interest in the Wheel of Time at all, and like none of us here like who are the fans for this show? Like I don't believe
Yeah,
it.
who do they make this stuff for? They don't make
And
it
who's
for the
watching
fans
it?
of the original IP.
Mm.
I think the people they're aiming at with these shows are not the kind of people who would ever watch them anyway. The SJW, whatever's. So who are they? Who's watching?
I don't know. When did that book come out? 1990. You think there's like
it's an old book.
I've been
you
hearing
think
about
there's
it
like a
for
mom
decades.
aspect? Like there's like maybe like a mom aspect that's like watching this, like kind of like a middle America kind of audience.
Are they people that just leave the screen on no matter what's on it?
I don't know.
And
Says how
1984.
1984. So yeah, maybe there is like maybe there's like an older demo that's not as attuned to it. Hey, what's up, Mads? How you doing, brother?
Hey man, sorry, dude. I did not know we're starting at 9.
That's all good. 1, 2.
He was just
3,
hoping you
4,
wouldn't
5,
show up.
6, 7, 8. All right.
Yeah, he
Diverse
didn't want...
tactics, mad.
Now I think I'm gonna starting at 9 because now that like FNT's ending earlier, why not?
Yeah.
Screw it. Yeah. So waiting on Vidge to start this video. Hope he shows up soon.
And all jokes aside, hail Mad. I feel kind of left out, man. You haven't asked me to find any weird Neil Breen movies or anything in like a month.
Who's that? That comics. What is it? Cosmic Aura. What's his name? Who's that? Who said that?
Fusion.
Hey man. Yeah. I'm doing a video essay on the brilliance of Neil Breen and how, like, if you add up all of his movies, there's like a through line where he proves the existence of God, which is him.
Which is him, yeah. I thought everybody picked up on that.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. Some people, some of these dum-dums, they don't see his greatness.
I don't know any of his films. This guy.
You're so lucky.
I take Birdemic. In the Room times 10. Add in robots and aliens and clones and
Alphabet
everything.
agencies and
hacking satellites.
Sounds epic.
doesn't he
Ham-fisted
actually
Messiah
play like
complexes.
the Messiah at one point?
Every time. Yeah, at one point.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So you know how sometimes when you go on the YouTube homepage, they have like recommended movies? Because of that jackass, Neil Breen movies started showing up in my recommended movies.
Yeah, be careful. Don't click on that shit.
Don't click on that shit, man.
I actually screenshotted that and sent it to him like, this is your fault.
Oh,
I
man.
actually still have them all in a folder somewhere if you
Yeah,
want to
me
watch
too.
them, Matt.
Yeah, man. If you want to watch them, like, oh man, they make for a great time. It's a good stream, and I didn't get any copyrights or anything because of that. I don't think.
Is it because they're just sort of like undistributed films, like they're just sort of put out
Well,
there?
he's very serious about his own stuff. Like, he will not let it be, because they're very popular, like The Room, but he will not allow his movies to be filmed, like to be shown at night. He's like, no, normal times. This is a normal movie, like cinematic.
Wow, he sounds just like the guy from The Room.
Yeah.
Rift Tracks is the only place where they actually allow them to do that at. So
I'm just hoping he doesn't figure it out. Like, why people love his stuff.
He never will.
He might stop making it.
If he's putting out stuff like that, he doesn't know. He'll never figure it out. He's Tommy Wiseau.
Tommy figured it out, and
Tommy figured it out.
Tommy claims
think
that
so?
it was all a joke in the first place, though.
Oh, okay.
And then he tried to. So they gave him a whole bunch of money to do it again, man. And because there has to be sincerity in these bad. I've watched a lot of bad movies. There has to be a sincerity in the making of it for it to work.
Yeah. If it's just bad, it's not interesting. You're just like, all right, you just get tuned out. But if they really, really mean it,
yes,
it's kind of genius. It's like Troll 2.
Ugh.
Troll 2 is one of those that, like, the guy still thinks it's a great film.
Yeah. I don't know.
Get me started on that one.
What was that?
Please, fill the air. Go ahead.
No, did y'all see Best Worst movie that was made about Troll 2, the documentary?
Yes.
It's great.
If you like Troll 2, you'll love anything Neil Bren has ever done.
Okay. I'm
Oh,
down.
no.
Okay.
No. God.
I mean, because they're just such good fodder for comedy. It's not that I enjoy them. It's just fun to
Oh,
make
of
fun.
course. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think the best movie I've seen Mad cover, I don't remember the name of it. It had Amy Jo Johnson and the guy that played Tom
Infested.
Paris.
Wait, is that the
Infested?
B one?
Yeah, the bees.
Yeah.
That one was crazy, and it had boobs, and
Yeah, I
we
was
didn't
gonna
know
say,
it
was that
had
the one you got
boobs.
the accidental boob shot?
Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
God damn it, Yeti.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
The pink Power Ranger
crazy.
with boobs. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it wasn't
about-
her boobs, unfortunately.
Yeah, there's some other
still,
chick.
They're still nice. So
Zach
was-
says that's why Showgirls is actually brilliant. I never saw it, but it's
Quite
what's
good
his
fun.
name? It's a
I
good
quite like
director.
Showgirls.
kept me on the edge of my seat.
Well, he's the same guy who did RoboCop and Total Recall, two fucking excellent movies,
Verhoeven.
and Starship Troopers.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Paul Verhoeven. Yeah.
It's actually
Yeah.
a pretty good movie. It gets a bad rep, but I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know. But yeah.
It's
I don't know.
Elizabeth Berkley's terrible acting.
Is she bad in it?
There was acting in it. I didn't notice. There was people acting in it. I thought it was a documentary.
Man, that when she got addicted to caffeine pills in Saved by the Bell, that was some of the most powerful stuff I've ever seen.
That scarred you for life, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Hasn't touched a caffeine
can't
pill to
hide
this
it.
day.
It's brilliant. I mean, the performance.
Danielle, you know you're muted, right? Sorry, it just looked like you were talking, and I was like, well, guess what, guys?
Just acting up.
He's going to talk over you now anyway, so you might as well.
Yeah,
be
now I'm going to
introduced.
steamroll the whole stream. But guess who's here? Hello, Vigilante.
Hey.
VW.
Hey.
Vigilante Williamson. There, I did it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you killed the thunder.
Hell,
Killed the
Vidge.
thunder. How is everybody? We got the broad back and Lindsay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, isn't
hey,
that
Lindsay.
awesome?
Hi.
Hi, female representation despite
Yeah,
mad.
hate it.
so-
Hate all of it.
Yeah.
And there's like a fair amount of females in the chat. Oh, look who it is. Sent you dildo just on time. What's up, my dude? You and Vidge coming in at the same time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Suspicious.
Very shady. Very shady.
No, I'm
Well,
not.
that's
I'm
That's
not,
shady as hell, man.
not Ascension dildo kind of guy. I'm a vigilante Wednesday here on the 42nd episode of the MFer Cocktail Lounge.
Bam.
Like,
Yeah, sent you
It was a very
dildos.
anticlimactic ending to that one. Vidge.
I know, right?
That's how you know he's not the Central Dildo.
Did you just assume my gender, dildo?
It's true.
Oh, you just
You
done
actually.
fucked up, dildo.
I mean, Central Dildo takes all comers. So.
Aldo spends most of his life in the dark. He's not really sure what gender is.
Yeah. He's like, is
And I
it
thought my
mad
takes
or
all
is it
covers joke
somebody
was
else?
good.
Yes. Well,
Imagine
hail
the-
Vidge.
They've invented a whole new
Yeah.
category for mad. I mean, he's not straight, super straight, or gay. He's super gay straight,
Super
or
gay
super straight gay. It's one or the other.
Oh,
Super
hold on.
straight gay.
No, guys. Just because I like broing down with bros, like in doing bro stuff, like shirtless volleyball.
Oh,
Watching
I will remake
Brokeback
the
Mountain.
Brokeback Mountain video.
Yeah.
I think
You
super,
need to
super
do
straight
that
gay
video.
is what he is. Super
is
straight
that what
gay.
they call it now?
Actually,
Well,
yeah, the
every
girls.
weekend.
Sorry, the girls on the panel, Lindsay and Daniela, they don't know anything about the Brokeback Mountain story.
Oh,
Would you care
no,
to-
you need to retell that,
Yeah, would you
Matt.
care to
Uh,
regale us with the
Yeah,
tale?
Come on, tell
Yeah,
us
all right,
the
hold on.
story.
Here, fill the air. Let me get an energy drink or something. I'm a little.
All right.
Fill the air.
That's
I
fair.
actually watched last
still there.
night.
It's like
I
10
watched
of us.
last
That'll
night
be
in
hard.
Soho yesterday. So
You
if anybody
did?
Ever, yes, anybody ever
Oh,
wants
you
to
did?
talk about that? I can
Rock
talk
You watched
fan,
yesterday
I
and
want to
Soho last
hear.
night.
I want to hear your take. What is your take, my friend?
Well, it's how you watch a movie and you don't particularly like it at first, and then it grows on you after you think about it. This was the
Really?
opposite.
Oh.
This was the opposite. I kind
liked
of
it?
enjoyed it as I was watching it, and then when I thought about it afterwards, I thought, "No, wait a minute, that wasn't very good, and that wasn't very good, and there was something wrong with that bit, and that wasn't very good." I was actually quite excited about it because it's Edgar Wright, who I really like.
Yeah,
And if
love
you've
him.
not
He
seen
did-
his Sparks documentary about the band Sparks or the duo Sparks, it's really good. That's something he did just before this.
But he's like responsible for Shaun of the
Well,
Dead,
exactly.
Hot Fuzz, World's End, and Scott
Yeah.
Pilgrim, versus the World.
Baby
All
Driver,
incredible
what's
movies.
not to like, you know?
I don't like Baby Driver.
And I appreciated it for that, and I appreciated that he was trying to make something that was new, an original thing, not just rebooting, remaking, rehashing, reimagining something old. So he's at least trying to do new things, and I do like, obviously, I'm into music, and I do love the 60s music, huge part of my life. So, and it started well. It was kind of fun, and it got into the swinging London thing, and you really like the girl, and then it just took this total right turn into it was dark. That wasn't what bothered me. I felt it was very, very misanthropic. Like, it was all about how awful men are.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Really, that was the message. Like, there was only one male character the entire movie that was in any way likable, and that may have been something to do with his ethnicity. So there's some great performances. I mean, I really like the two leads. Is it Thomason Mackenzie? She's really cute. Anya Taylor-Joy from the chess the chess thing.
Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, she's really good.
She's great.
Obviously, you got Diana Rigg in her last movie. She's fantastic. Matt Smith, it's always good to see Matt Smith, and he was very good. But the whole thing just started to get really disjointed, repetitive. They kept hammering you over the head about how awful men were to this girl. And then even the guy that Terrence Stamp plays, who's, I can't give too much away, who theoretically is meant to be you don't know it because her character completely misjudges the guy. Even he's meant to be one of the good guys. Even he comes across as being a real misogynist ass. So by the end of it, you're just kind of worn down with this getting beaten over the head and this formulaic horror that's in it.
Well,
and
that's
there's a lot of
exactly
plot
why.
holes.
That's why I was saying Cold Era. That's why I was so sensitive to the whole thing with Arcane, because you're just like, it's everything. It's all media. Either women have got to break down other men, or men have got to be bad, or women need to be super much in charge and super powerful. Other than that, there's no other content.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or all the above.
And fair enough.
Oh, you
there was
mean
bad.
like Hawkeye? It's like Hawkeye.
Sounds
It's
like
not like
Watch
every
it,
woman
Hawkeye,
in.
it doesn't matter. I have a question about art.
Not every woman in the film was bad, but some good. Some of them were bad. I mean, if you see it, you'll know what I mean. There's some real villains, but every man was bad. Every single one of them, and not just one. There was dozens, and they were all bad guys, and they all
So what were you
deserved to
gonna
suffer
say?
their fate.
Vidge, what was that?
I was in and out when you guys were talking about Arcane, but I did hear you guys say something about intersectionality, and that's kind of what it seems like that's the issue with the 70s as well. And so like intersectionality, I wish. Intersectionality is like something that like it's like if you're somebody who doesn't like onions and all it takes is one onion, you just cannot eat the dish. That's what it's like with me. It's like, listen, I can deal with strong women. Every guy doesn't have to be the hero. It can be a female hero, female protagonist, and a male villain. But you can't just bash men for an hour and a half or a half hour or anything. I wouldn't want to see you bash women for an hour and a half or 30 minutes. I just don't want to see it. There's ways to tell that story without necessarily being just this all men are bad and all women are gas queen slay. And it's like if Arcane is like that, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know if I'll be able to handle it.
But it was the same thing with Arcane. It wasn't even that men, like the fathers were bad pretty much in Arcane almost across the board. But it wasn't even that the men were. It wasn't even that the men were bad. It was that the girls were all like superheroes, but like they had no special ability, and they're just kicking the shit out of full-grown men. Like the one girl was legit like a preteen. Like this is like the prelude, the first few episodes of Arcane on Netflix, animated show, and straight up do this like
on the gauntlets and
she puts on the gauntlets and just
through the enforcers
and talk about full-grown men. Especially one guy is like this big hulking man. He's like the enforcer, and she takes him out no problem.
One
and then
swing
like
with that guy.
yeah, and then goes on to take the whole, like, there's a whole crew of enforcers, and the villain just sitting there stewing. I'm like, when did this 12-year-old learn how to, like, what is going on here? Like,
well, like with
have like superpowers?
But she doesn't have any superpowers.
Yeah.
She's just like kind
The
of
gauntlets are
agile.
supposed
I'm saying
to
the
be stupid
gauntlets.
heavy.
No, they're just gauntlets. They
They're
don't
just
have any like
gauntlets?
magical nothing. No.
Because
But
I'm like,
like
Arcane
Hawkeye-
maybe is magical
Yeah, I
gauntlets.
know,
Go ahead, my
right?
Hawkeye. Go by Hawkeye.
Yeah, no, Hawkeye, like same thing. Like she has no superpowers, but like in the whole time, I'm like, use your weight, bro. What are you doing?
What are
And
you
at one
doing?
point, I swear to God, some dude poked her with his gun. Was like, hey, you, and like in the middle of the fight, and she took the gun from him. I'm like, oh man, how did that happen? It's because
Yeah.
you poked him.
And Vigilante, your analogy of the onions thing is brilliant because it's like it's all content right now. It's everything that's coming out, and you're just
Man.
it's like you have to be so like charitable to enjoy any of this. You have to just look the other way and ignore it and just pretend it's not there or
And I
just be
want
like,
to.
okay,
It's
that's
just hard to do. It's
I
don't
don't
like
tear my
it.
head off and watch entertainment. You know what I
Extreme
mean?
suspension of disbelief.
There was an article talking about how like, well, just pretend that it is something you like and see if that makes it better for you.
I remember that.
What?
That was Star Wars, I think.
I think it was too. Yeah.
It was
Well,
just
like the
imagine.
article that just went around where Cowboy Bebop isn't supposed to be good.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you showed me that, man. That's
the best take I've ever heard. I
It's not
gotta pull
supposed
that
to be
up.
good. Well, it fits in well with the rest of modern entertainment, then, doesn't it? Yeah.
I-
Yeah, it does.
They fulfilled their mission completely.
Swinging a hit.
Yeah.
If you
That
think a
is the-
normie sees that headline and doesn't say, well, then why the hell am I going to watch it? Then you're insane.
Dude, that's the funniest take I've ever heard. Where it's like, because the whole thing like was, well, it's not for you is an argument they'll make, or it's like, no, it's okay if there's representation. Now they're flat out like, they're not even going to argue that it's bad, but it's not supposed to
It's
be
like,
good.
It's intentionally bad.
Yeah, that was the whole design.
You told me
Hollywood-
Wiseau then.
oh,
It's
sorry.
intentionally bad.
But could you imagine being a creator on this show and these are the people defending your show? Like, yeah, no, it totally sucks, but it's not supposed to be good. They're like, whoa, we tried to make it good.
Did they?
Or you could be
Right?
like
Yeah, did-
By their
Kevin Sword
standards.
Boy getting fucked in the ass
Listen.
Smith, and he just like fucks up everything. So
By the way, I like her too. Like I liked her a lot in the it was a TBS show, man. It was actually really good. What is it called? You can keep talking. I'm just gonna keep
I was going to say,
Okay,
it's
one thing I want
Like-
the
to
difference
real quick,
between
real quick.
designing,
The
designing
detour.
a cheap car and building a car cheaply.
So Hollywood's a Ponzi scheme, like, and I'm not saying that as an exaggeration. Like, that's
No,
really
it is.
what it is.
Yeah.
So when they say it's not supposed to be good, they're not lying. All of this is just indoctrination.
Mhm.
That's why they don't care about us not spending money with this, because they have ESG funds to either different
Mhm.
groups or different.
Yeah, Zach
states.
just sent me that on Twitter.
And on top of it, I mean, they're doing funky accounting so they can get away with taxes. That's what happened with Bohemian Rhapsody, and I'm sure another bunch of other movies that were incredibly profitable on paper, but then when the books get turned in, somehow it's lost.
That's an old Hollywood trick, though. That's not a new one. They've been
I didn't
doing
say
that for decades.
That's almost my point. This isn't
Yeah.
new.
Mhm.
Hollywood has been a Ponzi scheme. It's so like the fact that we ever got good material was much more happenstance and accidental, because they're not. The goal is to just fudge numbers, in a way to make money.
Churn
It's
out
not necessarily
content. Yeah.
the content. If it's good or bad, it's like whatever. And so now when you have intersectionality and all this other stuff, the agenda, that's what they're gonna go with. But even before then, it was just, hey, let's remake something let's do the Honeymooners with Cedric the Entertainer.
Yep.
Who the fuck
Yeah.
wants to see that? But they did it.
Oh,
You
who's
know,
the other guy?
VW
Mike Epps?
You should make a video about that
Mike
VW.
Epps? No one cares about the Honeymoon.
Not anymore.
Well, it's
but
social
still.
engineering, and it works in cycles. You're right in that it's not meant to work on us right now, and that's why they don't care that we're not spending money on it, because they know that in 20 years it will work when all of entertainment is accessed through streaming platforms and they control it. People just won't have access to the old material. They'll grow up with The Last Jedi and never see the original Star Wars.
Yeah. That's true.
I
But
don't think so.
But I think ultimately what will happen is there just won't be an audience. Like people won't watch it because these kids don't watch this shit. They're watching TikTok. They're not invested. They watch YouTubers. They don't give a shit about any of this stuff.
It'll be like
True.
it is in China, where they realize that everything they're being shown is propaganda, and everyone either goes to it and zones out to get their social credit points, or just doesn't watch it.
All right, so I was just we only have Vidge for like another half hour, and we were waiting for Vidge to get this started, so I guess we might as well
yeah.
just jump right into the reason we're here. The reason we're
Honestly,
here.
it kind of plays into the Ponzi scheme narrative. It's like, hey, they didn't care about, the reason Hollywood and the entertainment industry has people in these crazy ass roles, trying to vet you to make sure you're good. And apparently you were on your way. You're on your way. So let's get into it.
Okie dokie.
Let's get to Matt being a whore on camera. So,
What are we watching?
We're always
greatest
there.
show.
We're always there.
It's the greatest
Possibly
achievement in
the best
film
movie
history.
ever.
Yeah.
Is this why you didn't go to Romania?
If only Kubrick
still
had,
don't know why
This is
Kubrick,
it.
if only
This was
Kubrick had seen this
actually-
before he died.
This was before that, but hold on, it's not letting me share a media player from the outside. Is that something StreamYard doesn't let me do?
wait, it should let you.
Are you just sharing a screen?
Yeah, I mean it's open.
Or just
Let
not
me
wanting
see.
to
Media
play
player.
it.
Up. You
Whatever.
have to have it opened, like up, like where you can see
Okay.
it for you to
Yeah.
share. Because if you minimize
yeah,
it,
you're
it won't
right.
let you.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Here we
So
go.
I just fast forwarded because there's like 4 minutes of it's just her. So I
Yep,
fast
I
forwarded
agree.
to like
And
the
nobody
beginning.
wants to see that, obviously.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
it's
Too many women.
The backstory is this girl. She's like an adult virgin, and she wants to get a prostitute, right? So
Oh,
like,
gee, I wonder who the prostitute is.
I say we watch the 4 minutes because that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, I agree. On that
but
boat.
we only have
Right.
Vigilante for like a little while. I don't want to.
There's different layouts. There's a different layout you could use, by the way, with us at the bottom, like EFAP.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one.
Wow.
I had no idea that was
Fancy.
possible.
Me neither. We lose a little bit of the
That's
video.
$25 for the technical advice. So
Oh,
send
yeah,
it to
you
Mad.
do.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I? Does that help? No. It doesn't.
Yeah, see, look at that.
Cherry, what a funny! Is that a deliberate
Wait,
name? That's
the
a
name of the
deliberate
movie
name.
is Cherry?
That's deliberate,
Of
obviously,
course it's fucking called Cherry.
Yeah.
because that title pops.
This is Cherry 1990 and not Cherry 2000.
Oh, yeah, Cherry 2000 was right.
Cherry Bam.
YouTube Science Theater 3000.
All right. I don't know whether to start
Hey,
at the beginning or not.
I
What's
already trademarked that on my channel, okay? Like,
I'll sue you, Jet.
Show of
Wait,
hands,
so-
start from the beginning.
Yeah,
Nobody
show a
knows
hand.
how
Start
to
from the
one.
beginning.
You'll take
Okay.
everything Jed doesn't
two.
have.
Everyone wants to start. We can start from the
I'm
beginning.
going to judge all of you for
Okay,
doing
okay.
that. Like, ooh, we
right,
need
cheers.
more women on this show. Ugh, no.
Shut up, Matt.
That was just
I don't-
for you, Mad.
I feel like there's not a lot of dialogue. Too,
You're
so if
muted,
You guys kind of
by
want
the
to
way.
talk over me?
No,
Lindsay.
the broad, yeah.
I'm
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
Did you need audio commentary for me making a face at you?
she gonna
understand the
snap
point.
you in half.
He's pretty
Here's the
dumb.
problem.
He's
Oh, no, hold
pretty
on.
dumb.
Here's the problem, right?
Oh,
This is
he's
the
got a traumatic
face.
brain injury.
This is the face. This is talking. This is what we saw. That's what we saw. I'm just saying. That's why I asked. I guess
You
what?
understand
We're
it
starting
better now?
already? We're starting already?
Hey,
to
listen, you be
separate
polite
you
to my
two.
guests. You be polite
Hey,
to my
Matt,
guests.
she gonna snap you
Listen,
like
bro.
a Slim Jim. You know that, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's right. All right.
Okay, good.
Dildo's swinging in the chat.
Dildo swinging. Sounds like something Geralt would say in
Sup,
The Witcher
Ace?
3. Winds howling, dildo swinging.
I can't hear it. Is there supposed to be sound?
You can't hear it?
No.
Uh-oh.
You can't
Gotta
share
show
audio
back.
when you share a window.
Matt.
You would have to have
can't?
the
You'd
have
audio
to share
coming
a
through
screen.
yours.
Matt's under the bed right now in this one.
I know. Oh, that's too bad. What would I have to do? Like upload it to a drive? If I upload it to Google Drive? Can I do it like that? That'll work, right?
No.
Can you
Yeah.
not share? Is it not a file already? Like we're.
Yeah, it's a file. How do I?
You share system audio?
Yeah.
That's
You have to share a whole screen to be able to share audio through StreamYard.
no. You video file. If you instead of share
Oh, it does say
screen,
video file.
video
You're right.
file.
Okay, we'll do that. All right. I can do
Another
that.
$20.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're raking up the money tonight, and all these your tip
It
money's
says
got to
it
go to
use
us.
a unique codec your browser doesn't support. Damn it.
By the way, this is all stuff we should have done before we started the stream.
I didn't know. I thought you could just share the window. I didn't know.
Helps
you
to pad the
can.
time, though.
Depending on what audio
It
system you're
padding
using.
the time, so
It pads the time, makes the stream look
Very
longer.
YouTube stream.
Yeah, it's not a
Right on
huge
Maverick technical support.
file. Let me try one more time with the.
Well, we got Brightest and Mad and me, and then Cosmic, so we're good.
Well, at least now you have an excuse.
I
to
notice
skip
he
the
doesn't
beginning.
say me.
Wait, can you hear the audio now?
70s haven't been around, man. Like, what the fuck?
I'm in IT all my
No, we
life.
cannot hear the audio.
No, but I don't need audio for this. So.
There's not like a whole lot of audio anyway.
So
I hope she loses that towel.
Just
What's that
imagine she's brushing her teeth because that's what she does. The
She
sound.
unironically looks like someone I know. So this is kind of funny.
I'm
She
gonna
looks like
make the
Brightest
first
Day.
joke of my Mad,
She doesn't, shut
Matt's Imagine that's Brie right there. So yeah.
She does kind of have a Brie look, doesn't she?
I told you.
That's why Matt liked it.
I haven't seen her feet yet, so it's hard
What?
to tell.
What kind
She
of
don't have
art
no
house
hammer
bull-
toes like Brie.
Okay, all right, Jed, go ahead. I'm sure yours was funny.
Matt.
But it is very much an art house film. You're correct.
Yeah.
That's why I fast forwarded the 4 minutes because there's nothing here. It's
No,
just
I
her
get it. Yeah.
Then yeah,
being sad.
I mean, unless you want to see
This
this.
needs Hoku Perfect Day playing over it, just like Legally Blonde homage.
See, she's a member of the No Bra Club.
Oh, I bet the music
right.
is ironic. I bet it is like
Good club.
Literally,
There's no
the song
music
ironic.
right now. It's just
Silence?
Here
I
she's
need you to tell us what the conversation is.
well. Now she's just calling her
Hi,
boss
yes.
to try to get off. Try to
Hi,
get
yes,
off work.
I'm trying to get
Welcome to-
off.
In more ways than one.
She's just phoned Dial a cross-dresser to get
Yeah.
that,
You
that
get
uh,
out.
delivered.
I'm sorry. Like, she's too cute to be like an adult version. I'm not saying
Yeah,
it couldn't happen. And I know we talk, it could be a religious thing, but it's like if she's hiring a prostitute, she ain't that religious.
She probably
Well-
has Trumper swipe left in her profile.
Is he on Rumsfeld or whatever it's called? The Amish kids do. Not Rumsfeld.
Rumspringer.
Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah,
What is it
She's
called?
like,
Rumspringer. Like
Yeah,
maybe
I've heard
see.
of
Never
Gets
seen
to
the
live in the
movie
world
Sex
for a
Drive.
year.
Yeah, the Mormon. Not the Mormon.
Amish.
The
Amish.
Amish. They let their kids go and like bang for a year, and then they have to come back and
Don't
be
forget about
Amish
the
again.
drugs.
Yeah, and drugs too. Yeah.
Jesus, that seems like a
she's
terrible
like,
idea.
can you send me a white boy that failed in Hollywood and went to YouTube? Stat.
He likes to dress as a woman.
That would be great if this segued into that commercial.
The one that went to Romania is $20 extra.
No, it would be great if that commercial played in the middle of this airing on TV.
I
I
know,
love-
right?
I love the idea of her like, ooh, got to make sure the apartment's clean for the prostitute. High
Yeah.
standards.
Got to clean the carpets.
He
Is
may
it
want to
really
take a
that-
bath.
It's a male prostitute, so
Is it really that difficult for a relatively attractive, nice girl to find a guy?
No, so you could just
Yes.
put her head out that window and go, hey.
I don't know. I'm not a woman. It's
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What ladies? What do you guys think? We have
Yeah.
two ladies on the stream. Let's hear some female insight.
I've shown you some of my DMs.
Yeah.
But okay,
Show
crazy
us.
DMs.
I haven't seen it.
No, I don't want to. Listen, there are very few things I
Show
want
of
to see
hands.
less
Show of
than
hands.
the inside of a cute girl's DMs because I can only imagine the
Oh,
crazy,
yeah, it's
like
just-
the dick pics and
Oh, yeah.
the wildness. I'll pass on that. But like, okay, there's still guys that are interested that like, you know what the issue is? I don't think any guy who's interested nowadays is I mean, some are still sliding in the DMs, but others is just like, I'm just
No,
gonna
because
get to-
immediately.
They long from afar if there are any like okay, so I actually tell a joke about this. Like one of the failures of the Me Too movement was not that like
Absolutely,
It's-
by the way.
yeah,
before you finish it.
yeah, like men do not approach me anymore. Snails with teeth approach me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, if I had to drop, I would play Arthur Fleck about you kind of get what you fucking deserve on that one.
What-
Not you, but like the Me Too movement is like, hey, I like my freedom and my my job and shit. Pussy's great, but the risk reward is like, oh. So that's how it goes. So maybe that's happened to her, and that's why she's like, just pay for this ass.
I mean, I don't doubt there's an awful lot of asshole guys out there. A lot of frogs, not princes. So
It could be a more practical reason, like maybe like, okay, if it's my first time, I don't want to get some, bozo off the street. I want to like somebody that is competent. Yeah, that I will pay to serve me in a like a better way, like a competent lover. That's it.
You can expect certain standards then, and if they don't live up to it, then they don't get paid as well.
Yeah, there's a degree of safety, right? There's a degree of safety. He's a professional.
True.
He's probably not gonna kill her.
Nope.
Was Tinder a thing when y'all made this?
What's that?
I said, was Tinder a thing when y'all made this?
No, this is old. This was before I moved to California, so this was like 2010 probably. Maybe even older.
How much do you get paid for doing stuff like that?
Oh, you don't. You can't get paid for this stuff. It's all volunteer.
He got a
not as much as you'd have made in Romania.
Not nearly as much as I would have made in Romania. Not even close. Yeah. Does anyone have any recommendations on how to get the audio though? Because I did upload it to Drive and it's still processing. And then I think you guys are going to get a kick out of this at minute 4, about a minute.
Uploading it to Drive isn't good. That's just for sharing
if you
it
can,
between people.
You can play video through your Drive.
If you can send it to me, I have the capability through my Elgato Wave 3 to play the audio from the video.
I was just going to buy one of those today. I might still buy it tomorrow, in fact.
Definitely.
Anybody that has a second monitor
okay, mate.
set up.
Good to know. Thanks.
Look at Dildo's head. This is from way back when Matt used to march for social justice.
He strolled. He didn't really march. He wasn't that into it.
I mean, I was pretty liberal when I was a young man. I was definitely an annoying leftist for sure. I believed all the bullshit.
You were.
Yeah, but you're just doing it.
Hey, what do you say?
Did it get you any tail?
What's that?
Just did, yeah.
No, I was just down with the cause, man. I just believed in the cause.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. You got what you lead.
Did you identify as like a male feminist?
No, never anything like that. That's
you know
crazy.
why you didn't? Because you're not a psychotic rapist.
Mm-hmm. No, seriously.
I'm not so sure about the psychotic part.
You don't know that.
Oh my god.
What?
I mean, you're just assuming he's not a psychotic.
He's not a convicted psychotic rapist.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That's a fair point.
That's good. Yeah.
That likes to be furniture for other women, like, other shit. Yeah.
Johnny 23. What is it? Is it 20? What's his name?
20. He's like, it's gonna be 24.
Johnny 23. Yeah. One for each of my bitches.
Yeah. He was like, if they knew the truth, I'd be like Johnny 1000 or whatever.
Yeah, it'd be Johnny 600 if they knew the truth.
I would have guessed that 3000 be a cool robot sounding name, like Johnny 3000.
Johnny 3000.
Then Bernie Mac would have sued you.
Why?
Mm-hmm. For Mr. 3000?
Mm-hmm.
Those things are not related at all. There's not one robot in Mr. 3000, I don't think.
Plus, quite an obscure reference there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay being Johnny 5 because Johnny 5 alive.
Johnny 5 alive.
I don't think in context you want a number like this is talking about a rapist. I mean, that's cool if you guys that's what you guys are into. I just for the federal officers watching, I had no knowledge of any of their activities outside the stream. I just stream with these people. If you want me to tell you anything you want for purposes of not going to jail, I'll tell you everything about these motherfuckers.
I mean, if you're gonna do something,
you're selling us out,
right?
Vidge is the sellout of the group.
Hey, you're the one talking about Johnny 3000 in reference to
it's a Con Air reference.
Yeah, it's a Con Air reference.
He was a rapist.
It's a joke.
He was an actor.
I know it's a joke. That's part of the joke is taking it seriously.
I was gonna go with it, but they like, oh, what are you doing? I was gonna say like you're pre-selling us out. That's even worse than selling us out. You're selling us out without any threat to yourself. But whatever.
Mm-hmm. We just mentioned we're in a post-Me Too world. I gotta get ahead of this.
Oh yeah.
If that's the game you're gonna play, go for broke. Go for the all-time high score, right?
That's
Jesus
what I'm saying.
Christ.
If you're gonna do it, you want to be the best.
Ugh.
See, this is
right. This is
like
strictly fucking rails.
Strictly raping.
You guys are
like,
now. You know what?
I'm just saying the total number. Are we including both?
Why she hired a professional? She's like,
what the fuck are you, a Pokemon trainer now? You want to be the very best?
Not
Like-
me. That was
Okay,
somebody
all
else.
right,
That was
let's-
brightest day. I'm just asking, like, what's the?
Listen. The Islington girls sent me a 99-cent super chat. Thank you very
creepy, man?
much. And it's the sweating face being like,
That's what I meant. Yeah, the one
The
who's like,
awkward
what
face.
the fuck?
yeah, as it absolutely should be. But thank you very much, Islington girls. Speaking of Connor,
Appropriate.
Thing of beauty.
That movie is so good.
Great.
It's
so
Great.
good, such
Yeah.
a
It felt like
masterpiece.
more than 8 seconds.
Okay, so I found a loop around. I just uploaded it to YouTube, like private.
Privately?
Yeah,
Like, please.
Oh, okay,
So-
yeah, that'll work.
it's almost done. It'll be processing. in,
Mike,
like,
you
a
could
minute.
copyright your strike yourself then after we watch it.
I'm sure there's no copyright attached to this art film from School of Visual
just
Arts
gonna
from
file one
12
now.
years
That's
ago.
what you think.
That's true. Who
Yeah, I
knows?
know, right?
Mama
Do you know
Susan's
some
waiting.
of the do you know some of the shit we showed on the channel over there, and they put a copyright strike against us that
I can't
hasn't been
imagine.
around since like the 50s? Yeah. Yeah.
I, mean,
I wouldn't
Matt's had
worry
his
about
fair
it.
share of that, right?
Ooh, sorry, wrong button.
I'm not too worried
That's what
about
happens when
it.
you give people too much power. I'm like trying to mute myself and hit the wrong button.
All right, so there's like another minute before we need the audio, so we can just watch.
Is there no
Lovely.
background music?
Of
There-
course there is.
There's only there's a sexy song,
So actually, I
which is
think
probably gonna get me copyright struck.
on a completely unrelated note, I think Ironcaster had the worst instance of getting claimed, where he didn't even have a video playing. He had 2 back-to-back still images, and he clicked back and forth with them just fast enough for YouTube to think it was part of a clip.
Oh, Jesus.
And
Yeah.
they claimed him for it.
Oh, that's good.
All right.
See, she's doing this all wrong. She should be able to have a mask on and just loot the place.
Yeah, and it's
You get $1,000
get
worth.
out.
Holy
Yeah.
moly.
What is it? 700 in San Francisco?
Yeah.
It's 950 or something. Or...
Yeah.
All right, so here
She
comes
went
my
and bought some
intro in
board
just a
magazines.
second.
What?
She did.
Mostly peaceful shopping.
Oh, your
Oh,
name's
whoops.
Anthony in this?
Yeah.
Browsing.
Okay,
Real
you can
quick,
see.
looks like we got a super chat. I don't know if you want to acknowledge that while
Thank you, Vigilante
Mhm.
Williamson.
I know you-
Rough girl.
still waiting for the
All
upload.
right.
I appreciate that. Thank you for stalling. Mr. Oh, Christ. Why is everything falling apart? The StreamYard's just, Stream Elements.
You need a
just-
producer.
I do need
Yeah.
a producer. Stream Elements just logged me out as I'm going to read
And you
Rough
wonder
Girls.
why Culture got the $20 shout out.
Oh.
Yeah, you need to stop getting old too, Matt.
How
So, you
dare
know.
you. She actually didn't say anything. So for $2.22, the Rough Girl sent me a super chat. Thank you so very much, Rough Girl. I really appreciate it.
happy? Vincent! We happy? Yeah, we happy.
Thank
So-
you very much, Rough Girl.
Real quick, like I always ask you this, Matt. What was your actor secret for this film?
I
Your
don't think I
motivation.
had one. I don't think
Oh,
I don't think my
Wait,
craft
did he
was that
watch
evolved.
Pretty Woman? like, I don't
what?
know.
So where does this take place? Like, what city? Are you going to do an accent? You're like, hey, it's me, I'm Anthony.
Well, this was in New York City. I mean, so
Yeah.
I mean,
So
I'm
did
from
you have
New
to
Jersey.
method act to approve your
kind
partner?
of. I kind of already have an accent. I mean,
Uh,
all right, here we go. It's up. Great. We can watch it. We can
Davita's
stop.
like a hot dog down a hallway.
So did you have to method act to afford your apartment in New York?
No, just had to fucking struggle constantly. All right,
That tracks.
here we go. Now this should work. Can you hear the audio?
Yeah.
All right, good. Now the
I don't understand why she's
humiliation
looking at the porn.
can begin.
I can understand why you said it doesn't matter to have audio.
Yeah, there's nothing. Plus, I really want to turn my camera off right now.
No,
you
no,
gotta
leave
keep
it on.
Is that you?
Face the humiliation.
Hold on. Stop. Let's stop. Is that?
Rich.
There it is.
Oh, there
Ah,
it is.
look at
Oh,
baby
bless.
Matt.
Could you talk about
Are these
that
your
age,
Dawson's
Matt?
Creek days, Matt?
Were you able
Look
to
at
talk
that
by that age?
hair.
That
Did
was
you
my
know
old
when you got
headshot.
that? Like did you know your head looked like a penis, like with that hair?
A penis
Oh, I
bit
thought you meant
smaller.
now
Oh, it
with
does
the
kind of
mohawk.
look like a. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah,
what you
he
meant.
did.
Yeah,
He's
it
got a
Small
kinda
little
does.
penis.
head there.
Small penis.
We know how he afforded his apartment now.
Ah.
Look at such a dildo. Arrgh.
He's got that steel blue face from
Yeah.
Zoolander look going on
Yeah.
right there.
Right?
Ugh.
Y'all remember that show Kyle XY?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
You know what? I was
He
gonna
looks
say
just
you
like
almost
him.
look like older brother on Disney Channel or Nickelodeon show.
I was thinking if
The missing Lawrence
Corey
brother.
from Boy Meets World grew up.
You know what's funny?
Yeah,
I actually
yeah.
when I auditioned to be on the Flash TV show, one of the guys from Boy Meets World was at the audition.
Oh, Sean or Corey?
The older brother.
Oh, Eric.
Oh yeah.
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 Well,
He
Friedel.
was there. He didn't get it.
Oh no.
But it was
Neither
it was
did
weird
you,
to see like
huh?
a real no.
If you like
I didn't even get a call back. I bombed that audition so bad.
What'd they
But
make
in my
you do?
defense, the material was terrible. Just read the script. But
Yeah,
it
probably
was
not the worst thing to happen to you.
Oh my God, the fucking material was so bad. You couldn't believe it. I think I was. This was like
I
the
saw the
later
show.
seasons. Yeah, it's the later
Yeah.
seasons of Arrow. So it was like basically just Arrow. So they were all. I couldn't believe how bad it was. I was just like, I can't even do this. But Parrot Head sent me a 99-cent super sticker. Thank you very much, Parrot Head. And it's 100%. Thank you very much, my friend.
Bathtub! Treasure bath! I'm going to have a treasure bath! Treasure bath!
Thank
Now-
you very much, Parrot Head.
I for us that have never had to do this headshot thing, do you get to choose what you wear, or did they force you into this plaid?
That was one of my
Sure.
favorite shirts that I'm wearing there, actually.
it?
I used to love that
No
shirt.
wonder why
Lindsay's
you did.
That was the
really
worst
getting a kick out of
possible
that.
answer to that question.
Awesome.
Look at Lindsay. Lindsay's just fucking dying.
a shirt Bananarama used to wear?
Lindsay is
Wait.
just cracking up.
Lindsay, did I have that shirt when you knew me?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You
Awesome.
had
I like
so
that
many
shirt.
shirts.
So about
And it
that
had, like-
whole not yet
in
convicted
it.
thing, this isn't helping.
It looks baby blue. Is it baby blue in reality? What
No,
color
it's
is it?
not. Okay, so I was gonna say it's just a regular like a yellow brown, but then there were little blue highlights, and that's what I liked about
Oh.
it. I thought it was a cool
It's a-
shirt.
Your appearance is very Mona Lisa.
Like
You know?
like
Are you
don't know if I'm
smiling? Are you
or
not smiling? Are you
I was going
enigmatic?
for mystique, you know.
Oh, you
That
weren't
was-
going
Big
for
smize
neutral?
energy.
You-
Just
You're just going for
Yeah.
Mystique.
I thought you were just going for neutral. Like, hey, he can do whatever face after this one.
In black and white, you look like an extra from Twilight.
Yes.
You do.
Wait, wait,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, wait.
You say
Do you
extra,
remember
I
what
say
I told you
understudy.
about your hair when we first
Understudy.
met? I told you it
Please
looked like
say-
Edward Cullen hair from Twilight.
Now we know why he cut his hair.
And now you know what to do with this.
I mean,
Matt,
you could
do you
definitely be
twinkle,
part of-
Matt? Do you twinkle?
Part of the crew.
Do you glow?
I'm so glad. I can't believe you guys are trashing me on this. Like, you guys have no idea what's coming.
Oh, just explain. Like, we can move
Neither
on.
does the girl in this
It's not going to
film.
be her, is it?
It's gonna be bad. No.
No, it won't.
It's not going to be
It
her.
won't
No.
be. Sencha Dildo says Matt's dad said to him he'll never be a lumberjack, so Matt became an actor to prove him he can handle wood.
But I'm pissed.
Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't want to do this.
Soul Assassin. He
Yeah,
goes,
you
you want to
do.
be a star,
is-
Matt? Give me neutral look.
Come on, Matt. Hey, Matt, give me the fucked up lumberjack with the hair and the beard look.
Listen, it's not easy to pick to pick a headshot. It's tough. It's difficult. I don't know what I'm doing. And,
Oh, you had
wait-
options?
yeah, this was a photo session.
Oh, this was on.
This was the
okay.
best he could do. Leave him alone. This is the absolute best he could possibly do. Out
That
of all
sounds
the
even-
options, they were worse than this.
None of
Everything
this
was
is
worse than
helping
this.
the
He
case.
had to go with this. You guys leave Matt alone.
How do you, I don't
Personally-
even know. Like, I didn't even know how to pick a headshot back then. I was just like, that one looks okay. I didn't know what I was doing. And I was gonna say, Cosmic Fusion, you'll be happy. You'll be happy to know that this was the same photographer of that smoldering model photo you like pulling up so much.
I know where
Oh,
all
the-
of
the
those
one that
pictures are
looks like a-
still. I will go find them again.
Oh, I think I have them
A
too.
bad 70s
Why do
porn
you guys
shot?
have?
You
Why do you have a collection of my modeling photos?
They-
we all
around.
have
You do
this
not worry
shit,
about
Matt. You
that.
put it
Why?
out there. Like,
But why do you keep it? Like, why would you hold on to it?
Well, why would I get rid of it? I-
blackmail.
for your
Blackmail.
eventual celebrity roast, keep up.
It,
Right.
You can just Google me. It's not like it's not hard to find.
like, I even have the movie you did. Like, I have all kinds of stuff that's been sent to me.
It's like the same thing. People
I've
have got a
distributed
fascination
these
with
things
serial
amongst us.
killers, Matt. It's the same thing. People are
I guess
fascinated
that's
by
what it
serial
is.
killers.
Oh,
They
fuck.
like to collect artifacts connected to serial killers. It's the same with you. We
I
like
guess
your
so.
stuff. It's fascinating.
This is all so uncomfortable. Okay.
He says as he presses play.
I will say that, like, for real though, like I give you the most respect for actually allowing this to happen. Not a lot of people would put themselves in a situation to be embarrassed.
And this is the third
Yeah,
time
not
he's
a lot of
done
people
this
would
too.
ever
Yeah, so
Kudos.
definitely a lot of respect for that. Because, like, as somebody that will always like set themselves up for a joke, I can definitely appreciate you being cool with putting yourself out like this. It just
Yeah, I would
shows
never
your
do this,
confidence.
Ever in a million years. Ever.
Thanks. Never in a million years.
No.
Well, the thing is, I was always a big fan of Opie and Anthony, and they would do this to each other. They would bring in like their old like stand-up clips and just eviscerate each other, and I always got such a kick out of it. So I feel like I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't like play along. You know what I mean? So and plus it's pretty funny. I mean, if it wasn't me, I'd be laughing my fucking dick off.
So is it finished or is there more?
Wait, I'm sorry.
We just started.
One last thing. Have you always had that laugh? Is that a new one you're trying out?
Am I trying on a laugh? No.
Yeah, like it's the first I've ever heard you laugh like that.
I think it's because I'm like uncomfortable.
It's probably a panic attack.
Matt, are you going
very
through my
anxious.
catalog of laughs or something, trying ones out?
It's because Bree's behind the chair tickling him right now.
I'm putting on like a new suit. Like I'm like, how does this laugh suit me? Ha ha ha! No, that one doesn't work.
I had a buddy that wanted a new laugh, and
Be honest though, there's a creepiness element. Like you notice how he laughs. You have all this information. I mean, I've done a show with him for a year. I do not know how he laughs. I don't know any of his movies.
That's
well, that's because you don't pay attention.
I'm going
You're
the other way. Now it's things absentine. Like
I'm
Mads is gonna write like just a brutal like 400 long Twitter thread about like the complete history.
He doesn't have the kind of attention span.
Yeah, it's going to be like a documentary. He's going to be like, look, and November 13th, 2020, he had this laugh. Now, look, we fast forward to March 2021. Listen to how he
It's
laughs
called the
now.
canceling of Matt. That's what this is leading up to.
Oh yeah,
The
we
video's
got
gonna be called-
all this shit on him. So you
All
know.
the
the
while,
video-
every breath you take is playing in the background.
No, y'all are doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Oh wow,
Look,
70s.
It would be Foul Ball Production exposed. And like this was his laugh, a year ago. This is his laugh now. What is he hiding? How does he really laugh?
What is he hiding?
It would be like that
Your
Star
Great
Wars,
Gatsby
Star Wars
moment.
Girls breakdown of Henry Cavill's fake girlfriend.
Ah, yes.
Oh,
Yes,
he
yes, yes.
destroyed him with that.
That was creepy as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not saying she didn't have points, bro.
Yeah, dude, she had all the pictures, the time, the dates, and everything. I was like, wow, Anna.
Obsessed much?
She did seem like a little obsessive, where you're like,
A little.
So God bless her, though. So
yeah, I don't know. I was a little.
I mean,
like, okay.
sure.
So we're gonna go through this, or you're gonna waste more of Bitch's time?
Yeah.
The tension is
dude, I
killing
got
me. Come on, man.
8 minutes left.
Okay, here we go.
he's taking a hit first.
Whew. All right.
Taking a hit is how we got here.
And honey. Oh, maybe some color.
Oh, I fucking hate whoever directed this shit.
This is
ham-fisted symbolism.
This is the dress Matt's gonna wear.
What was up with the sneeze? Did I miss what that means? Is that AIDS?
Sneeze.
She's
What's
got
that?
AIDS.
Wait.
It's
It's
just
a
sneeze,
new
no reason.
subscriber thing. Matt's gonna wear that dress when he hits the next plateau.
God,
Shut up.
I can't believe I was
No, I'm
quiet for
not.
that joke.
No.
What joke?
What? Yeah. No, what I was asking was like, what was up with his sneeze? What did that like? What was that supposed to? Is that a prelude? Like, ooh, see, he's gonna have AIDS later.
Did she sneeze? I didn't even notice. Let me go back.
Yeah.
Omicron.
Yes, she did.
Wiped it on herself.
And
Maybe
sneezed
she-
in her
you know what?
hand.
Did she
And
already
then she
sneeze?
wiped it on
Yeah,
her clothes.
that's her sneezing there.
Yeah.
It was quite prominent.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
before
you
that?
missed it. Yeah, right before that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Kind of looks like
Maybe- I think that's
I don't
just
know what
adding-
that's about.
I think
Maybe
that's adding
like-
to the context that she's awkward. Like she's awkward. She'll just
And
sneeze
also
wipe herself.
unhygienic.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
It's
just a strange
unnecessary.
bird.
Yeah.
I don't
Don't
know.
make fun of her nose like that.
Okay.
Oh, somebody in the chat got it. We're idiots. It's because it was Dusty. She hasn't worn it.
Oh,
That makes way more
God.
sense than whatever we came up with.
It does,
she
but
is
it's really
dusty down
corny.
there.
Sneeze is
very
meant to represent an orgasm, okay? It's allegorical.
But that's a corny like art school moment. Like that's clearly like a first time, you know what I mean? Like director thing, like where it's just like, oh, it's so old, it's dusty, so sneeze, so that the audience knows. Like, all right,
Yeah, show, don't tell.
yeah, just take it easy. Okay, man, we got
Dildo
it.
said every time.
We understand.
Yeah,
We've watched
yeah.
her for 5 straight minutes be awkward and not comfortable with men. We got it. We understand. That's a
We
little.
stared at your mugshot longer.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here we go.
Do they normally send pictures out before the prostitute comes?
Actually, I
don't
think.
know.
I mean, I don't know, but like it's
Don't
a
you-
service thing.
Yeah. Don't you normally book like a prostitute from like a?
Like online? Yeah, but you don't have a
think so.
printout of their picture.
Well, she might because she's so like no, but watch.
She
Okay,
could-
this actually does make sense in the scene. So
Okay.
All I know is it's your face on the dress again.
She's revving the engine.
No, Anthony, stop it.
Stop it.
But see, the idea is that she's like flirting, like she's like getting herself ready, right? She's like flirting around with it.
She flirting
You know?
with Matt right on the
So-
wall.
So she printed it out. That's why. Anyway, I don't know. Here we go.
Yeah.
I hope she remembers to take that down before he gets there, because that'd be creepy as fuck.
Yeah,
oh, I
pretty
know,
creepy.
right?
He didn't even
Okay.
sign it. What a jerk.
Here we go.
Wait, but aren't you supposed to be a prostitute?
like it?
Why does she have a picture of you?
Something at first.
Obviously, he sent her a package.
Yeah, we
He
said
delivered a package.
it's implied that she picked me from a service, and that does. I mean, I've definitely seen like you can book Mandy tonight or whatever. Like that's a thing.
I mean, yeah, we were in
That
Vegas.
sounded like experience.
Sorry.
You want to book Matt?
I'm Mandy,
tonight?
fly me.
He'll do anything.
You can book Mads.
All I know is
What
every
happened?
time I took-
So he'll pay you, and he will pay you, which is.
I mean,
You book
yeah,
him,
we can-
he'll pay.
Not sure what we're talking about, but yeah, it's negotiable.
You're a hoe.
Nah.
she just
Cheaper
came
rate for
out.
men,
She's
though.
like, "You a hoe."
It's a cheaper rate for men, though, from Mads. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. He gives a
I like
discount.
shots
He pays
fired.
them. He gives
Discount for
money
men.
to
Yeah.
them. All right. All right.
Keep going.
Why don't you come over here and sit on my lap so I can tell you how sexy you are?
What the fuck?
You have to stop it.
I told you he was under the bed the whole time. He was under the bed.
Fucking Matt, man. Like, what the fuck,
What
Matt?
did you say?
We're
I don't
gonna
wanna
need
do
to
this anymore.
I'll if I remember correctly, it was come over here and sit on my lap so I can show you how sexy you are. That is awesome.
Ruby just came
Are
in
you
too.
stroking the inside of your
I
thigh
think-
again? Like, please just.
No.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
need
like
an instant
this.
replay.
Is that
Yeah,
facial
we need
hair?
an instant replay of that.
This would
Like,
be so
come
much
on.
better if she turns and there's an open window.
No, hold on. This is in her head, obviously, right? But now your facial hair you're wearing in that, is that glued on or is that yours?
No, that's real. I don't want to do
Let's
this.
get a.
He gave you an out.
Rewind,
You could have said it
rewind,
was glued
instant
on.
replay.
Be kind,
Yeah,
rewind.
instant replay.
Right, yeah.
I don't like
Show me
this.
that thigh again. Show me that pasty white thigh.
I don't
Are
like
you
this.
rubbing? Why are you rubbing your own thigh?
Shut up. I don't know.
He's like
Trying to get wet or something.
doing the. Oh!
Sneeze.
I'm trying. I don't know. I don't
You're your
remember.
own fluffer? Like that?
Instant.
That's low budget.
I don't
Come
like
over
this.
here to daddy, let me tell you.
But you wouldn't have had to have done that in Romania.
No, Jed, that would have been less creepy what you did.
Oh my God. Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you so much.
Is it like a self-smoothing, like soothing thing? You're rubbing your leg. You're like, it's gonna be okay. So it's gonna be okay, Matt. We're gonna make it through this scene.
Just be happy
Come
that you
here.
don't have any friends who are going to clip and meme this into eternity.
Oh no,
I
I,
thought you
don't
were just
know
gonna say, just be
anybody
happy you
that's
don't have
gonna do
friends.
this.
I think you guys overused the meme.
Wish I
This
didn't have any
alone.
friends. It'd be better.
I was just
He doesn't have like 2 or 3 of them in the chat in the stream right now that would do that whatsoever.
I wouldn't add any memes to it. This by itself is enough.
Small time, you win.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
What is he doing? His leg rub is so creepy.
Hold on, I think I gotta mute it just for the.
Oh man!
You better not have any lines while this is playing.
So here's the secret. When he said that line, he was staring at his own headshot.
The fuck up.
He's
This
rubbing
is all
that
you're
rash.
doing.
He's rubbing the rash at the top of his.
It was a rash, Davina.
Wait, Matt, do you have crabs? Do you have crabs?
He's a prostitute in New York. Of course he has crabs.
He's got fucking crabs.
No,
And, like,
wait, you're assuming that he has any pubic hair to begin with. He's a prostitute. He is clearly like rocking, hardwood floors down there. Am I right?
Okay.
I don't know how method you got with this.
How do I can't
Whatever.
answer
You
that
would be the expert in that department, Matt.
Absolutely.
yeah, you
I'm
would.
surprised you guys don't know because of how much information you have on him.
This sucks.
Yeah.
I've never seen his taint. I don't know why we're even talking about that.
Because he was rubbing it in the scene.
I'm
What,
just
I
relying
can't-
on your experience
Fingering
with male
himself.
prostitutes.
But with his taint? Oh, in general. Yeah, he's shaved.
Did you just say you said Matt shaved?
Let's see
Keep
more.
going.
All right, I had to take the audio off because it's a song, so I'll get copywritten.
Is it? Yeah.
We can
That's
joke
a,
over it.
that's a good excuse.
Sucks.
You better bring
We totally
it back,
can't
though,
just
'cause
joke
we got to
over it
hear
or
every.
anything, you know?
I mean, we can do it
This
in
is
like
all
8
just
second
like.
increments.
See, it's all
Oh,
just,
look at that look.
Oh, intense.
Intense.
I would
She's
accept
like,
if that was
fuck
airbrush
that
and not
man.
glue.
Wait.
No foreplay
Hey, is
here.
this happening or in her head?
Ooh, that guy fucks.
No
That's I
foreplay.
want to wear your face.
I mean, I
look.
would hope so for that much money.
Well, he better.
Lindsay cracking the fuck up.
How about a simple kiss?
What do you call that look like that you give her? Like, is there a name for that in acting? Like aggressively.
Soy face.
Oh.
I think it's called micro stroke.
No, he wants to wear her face. Look.
He did
That's true. He didn't.
Or character.
There's not much. I mean,
the
look.
fourth
What do you want me to say? I don't know.
Nothing.
This
He
is all-
just hit play.
Yeah,
that's all you can
yeah.
hear.
Punk's like he didn't break eye contact and he was still stroking shit right there. You know that? Like,
Oh yeah, like it was uncomfortable amount of eye contact. Like you could look away once.
he was
Especially
like,
the-
Yeah,
eye
exactly.
fucking her right
Everything
there.
about
like,
this is uncomfortable.
daggers or
Especially
shit coming out. Like what the fuck?
My goodness. Did the
Especially as
director
both eyes are looking in different directions. I mean, it's
did the director tell you to find her soul? Like, do not stop staring until you see it. Like, what was the
Show me
direction
it.
given?
burn her.
I love
burn
you.
her.
He's
Can you
like,
tell us about
directed.
this director a little bit?
Yeah, give us
Yes,
something.
please.
It's been a while. He was a young art student. He's at School of Visual Arts, so
It
he's
was
very
a he. I just for
artsy.
some reason
Wait,
thought it was.
was
a
it you? Were you
No,
the
it's
director?
definitely he.
It wasn't me. No, I wouldn't. No, but I think the idea is that I'm supposed to be like so. I'm like, this is the fantasy of her, right? This is her. This is more of me. This is her
can't
fantasy.
she dream
So
better?
I'm supposed to be so direct. I'm supposed to be so like in charge of the sexual situation. That's why
Blurring
it's-
the line between consent and not.
Yeah, like just because it's in her mind, and I'm just completely in control, and I'm gonna make her feel really attractive.
Then
The
you got to
director
lay all over her.
is he straight?
No, he's not.
Oh, weird. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Mad would be the expert here, so you know.
That's right. He
On
does.
gay directors, I mean,
He knows
sure,
gay
dude.
bro.
Yeah, he
I mean,
knows
we've
gay
seen her apartment. This fantasy makes sense.
Yeah. So
He's like, "Come over here, baby girl. Get
Man, I
on
know it
Daddy's
sucks.
lap."
There's no way to it but through it, man. You gotta hit play.
There's like curves in your ear, like,
you
oh,
gotta numb yourself.
you like this rush, baby?
he's piercing her virginity just with the look. Yeah, it's
Her-
cheesy. God damn
Oh,
it.
this look. Mauve illuminated.
Student film.
Not everything I did was humiliating. I'm just bringing you the humiliating.
Are you sure we have
Do you have
three
any
really
proof of
fucking
this?
good examples, Matt? Like.
Well, what are we just gonna like watch me do good? Like, are we like, oh, like a little
Do
golf
you
clap?
have that?
Good
Does it
job.
exist?
Good
Buddy,
job,
I'm
Matt.
enjoying it immensely, Matt. It's
Given your
lovely.
track record, no, I don't expect that.
I'm not
Versatile.
bringing.
Yeah.
I'm not bringing anything. I'm not,
Every
this is it.
single
It's the
time
last
you don't
one.
think
First off,
Yeah.
shout out to Sexy Matt. Now you have a clone who's already
Oh,
put
that was
the avatar. That was you. I assumed, honestly, I assumed it was you because you're the only one obsessed enough to get it done that quick. But just had to note that.
Matt did do it. Matt
that
did a
was
few
not me.
cunning stunt. He did a few cunning stunts that day. That's true.
He's just dragging this
better
out
have,
so
what
that
the
Vidge will
hell?
stay on the Culture Crime
Wait.
Fighters after.
I want to know what Parrot had, Matt. He goes, Matt, how far in the alphabet did you get?
It's all acting.
Far in the
Judge.
alphabet.
Oh,
He's a
God.
professional. He better not have to
Got
get
the
far.
Oh.
He got
If he-
the O.
hey, if he- he's a professional. If he can't get the O before O, then she needs to hire somebody else. The hell.
In the industry, we call that look behind.
$20 is $20.
That's
Oh.
tonight's winner, Dildo. That's
Yeah.
the winner for tonight.
That one got me.
Back up and go home.
The Hyman Destroyer. Dun, dun, with the Conan the Barbarian theme in the background. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, so now we can play the audio.
So is the music still
Color
playing?
corrected dress
Yeah,
is
it
killing
was.
me.
But I just now the audio's over because
I-
there's a
I-
knock at the door.
I love how you were touching her, except in any place of importance. You know what I mean?
Her
like
thigh. All right, listen. Rubbing a
went
woman's
thigh-
thigh is
No, no, no,
definitely
no, no.
part of making out with them. I'm
No,
not
no,
going to
no.
sit here and
No, no,
just
no.
for the joke.
Hold on.
What's
It
supposed
thigh,
to
you went
figure
thigh,
out-
stomach, belly button off.
All right,
Yeah.
let's watch my technique.
It's a tease.
This I will defend.
Yeah, but this is her face.
Okay, so
No, that's fine. Look, she had to
dear.
shake me off. She had to shake me off because there was a knock at the door.
yeah, it's actual. him.
Shake it up.
Actual Anthony arriving.
That's fine. I'm
now
not.
it's-
I'm not gonna.
Is someone
I gotta
at the
take
door
this.
in her fantasy or in reality?
Well,
They're like,
okay, so
"Please
this is
take
her
me away."
fantasy, right? So
Yes.
she's probably like masturbating or whatever, getting herself all worked up for my eventual entrance.
Okay, yep.
Right. So then the fantasy's broken because someone came to the door.
And then
So-
it's all fucked up, Matt. He looks like a crackhead and shit, you know.
Wait, really? Are you?
No.
Oh, I was okay. Cool, because that would have been awesome.
That would have been
That would've
awesome.
been
I know,
fun.
right? He looks like a crackhead.
So there's a knock at the door. And then the fantasy's over.
Dogs on the whole time? Jesus.
It's not Matt. Someone else.
Yes? Oh, hey. We're having a few people over downstairs, so we were wondering if you'd like to join us. Oh, no. Thank you.
Yes.
Are you sure? Yes. Oh, okay.
That was the
but
kind of
if
invitation
you change
she
your
wanted.
mind, you can stop by anytime. We're down at A1. So, oh, I forgot, or almost forgot. This is for you. Happy birthday.
Wait,
Oh,
does she
it's
know this
Another
person?
red dress?
It's her neighbor.
I don't know my neighbor's birthday. I've been here like 2 years.
That was
Right?
definitely
I've
an
never
invitation to a
spoken
swingers
to my
party.
neighbors.
Me
I know
neither.
my neighbor. No, I know my neighbor's birthday. Well, not here, but when I was in LA, like my neighbor was like my buddy. He knew my.
Why
I thought
did
the fantasy was going to continue. That's what I thought was going to happen.
why
Oh,
did her
no.
dress
Way
go
more
back
than
to black and white but the neighbors
they're-
switched?
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the fantasy broke.
But why did neighbor
Is
get
this
color?
what she realizes
That's,
she's
Because
like gay
there's
or something?
because they're a terrible.
that's what I
cinematographer.
mean.
Because the neighbor already has a life.
Maybe the neighbors already ate the box.
Did
Did we
it
consider that?
did it transmit to her?
Yeah, that's what happened. It's supposed to be science fiction. Yeah, no, there's a whole other storyline going on
No,
here.
I
think
mean,
that
Really?
there's a
No.
sexual element
There's a
to the. I'm trying to
story?
interpret, and I got like no time. I really should go, but this is so interesting. I can't.
They just
But,
screwed
like,
the color shifts. Move on.
I think there's like the sexual thing. So when it was all red and her and she was thinking about Matt, it was all red, and then she just
Oh,
goes back
right,
to
yeah.
normal. But she's thinking about the neighbor, and then they know each other's birthday. I mean, I'm not trying to stereotype, But you know how girls are in college? They're one way and then they graduate and they're a lot
Yeah,
straighter.
they're
maybe
bi.
maybe that was the situation with them, and now she's in her straight phase, and now it's
Yeah, I think I think V-dub is close, right? Like, so the red represents her horniness, right?
Yes.
So C is not attracted to women, so therefore her dress goes back to non-horny.
Hey.
So yeah, look, it's already not red. So
right,
maybe it's like the girl in the door is like, oh, she's like the pretty, happy, contented woman. Now I'm just the sad, lonely virgin.
Ooh.
So this is like the sad version. Now I see myself as like alone and boring.
Oh.
And this girl's like so bright and attractive and interesting.
See, I thought it was that the neighbor has a thing for her, and so C's horny. That's why her shirt is now red because like she knows her birthday and like invited her to a party and stuff.
That
I
was
think she's just trying to be
swingers party. Jesus.
I think she's just trying to
Definitely
be
an
friendly.
orgy.
I think she's just trying to be
If
friendly.
it's friendly,
I don't
wear
think-
a red dress.
Do you think perhaps we're overanalyzing it?
Yeah, slightly.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
just a little.
Well, then they
Not at
should have
all.
explained it in the movie.
Well, all right.
We would
Well,
do this with
I don't
a
know if it
normal
was
movie.
meant to be consumed.
You need the
broken
director's
up into
commentary
2
for
minutes.
that, man.
You're right. This was clearly never meant to be consumed.
It's not meant to
You
be
know
good.
we did an hour thing of just the Karen trailer, right? Like,
Thank you.
That means I'm not going to be able to finish this, but I really want to see
Don't worry,
that.
Vidge. It'll be on my channel at some point.
But if you change your mind, you can stop by anytime.
You got to
We're
get
down
that
every
first viewing.
Wednesday. Oh, I forgot, or almost forgot. This is for you.
The girl's a
It's
lit.
her birthday gift. Yeah, they're fucking.
I mean,
She's not
I
virgin.
was
She
kind of
wants to
hoping for some hot girl
Oh, wait,
on
wait,
girl
wait. There's
action.
more. There's more. There's more. Hold on.
Information. Oh, good for you. By the way, you might want to change your bra.
wait.
I think the whole point is just to underscore that she's lonely. I think that's all it is. Like, this is her birthday. For her birthday, she gets a hooker. I think that's like supposed to be the point. I don't think it's supposed to be much more than that.
Probably, but just the neighbor knowing the birthday is weird.
Maybe
Especially in
they
New
were
York.
going to throw her a surprise party.
Yeah, I guess especially in New York. But I mean, like, I know some of my neighbors. Like, it's not that weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Plus,
know them
girls,
biblically?
no. Any kind of
What was
girl
up with
thing
the
there?
bra thing? What's wrong with her bra?
Probably it's
Straps
popping out
are
of her dress.
showing, and it's
Oh.
like it's not the right bra for the dress. Blah. But like, if you're just getting like fucked, then who cares?
I didn't know
Yeah,
this.
exactly.
But she was being cunty. She was trying to, because the girl says, like, oh, I actually have a guy coming over for your information. She's like, oh, really? Well, then you should change your bra because you look ridiculous. I think
Or
that's
maybe
the
she's,
point.
Because she was the one eating the
She's
box
jelly.
last
Fucking hate
night.
bitches.
she's jelly.
You should
She
change
could
your
have been
bra, you
jealous.
whore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was rubbing my thighs in the background trying to get into the zone. Who is Sexy Matt? Is that,
It's
it's Cosmic?
Yeah. Yeah, Cosmic. I keep trying to dead name him, but I don't want to.
That's not me.
Yes.
It's not him.
And New Bomb Turk, a lesbian fantasy would brighten this movie up like a ton. So
It's not supposed to be bright. It's supposed to be kind of sad and dark.
Well, mission
It's-
successful.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I don't
Thanks.
see what's so sad. Like,
Oh, I do. I see.
Well, I mean, I know as far as the
It's
movie,
not
but just
sadder
the
than the
premise.
average like sad thing. You know, like there's nothing like I can't tell anything about this character that's like it's so sad that she's a virgin, like because her boyfriend died before they could seal the deal or whatever.
Yeah,
That's fucked
Like-
up. Yeah.
but there's no story like that. It's just she's awkward and she hasn't getting laid. This is the biggest tragedy in Earth
For
Some
everybody
white
on the
girl in New York
internet.
can't fuck
Well,
anyone.
she's lonely.
Holy
Lonely
shit.
is sad.
Stop the world.
Lonely is universal, man.
Yeah, but it's still sad. Like, she's on her birthday. She doesn't have anyone to come over but a prostitute. That's sad.
I mean,
It's
she just had the
But my
neighbor.
life is very fucking sad.
I know I'm
That's
overanalyzing. That's
By
how
that
the-
standard, my life is pretty sad.
everybody's life is normal
We
people
are
are normal.
10 people on YouTube.
But,
But
like, normal-
I mean, the point
Watching
is,
this
like,
movie.
we can still empathize with the sadness. Like, I mean, like, being lonely is a universal thing. Just because we also experience it doesn't
Absolutely.
mean there's nothing wrong with having that on
yeah, but that's not being projected. Like all I'm seeing is some awkward. Oh, it's awkward, and it's just the end of the world, so she has to get a prostitute. It's like
Yeah,
if
I
that's
feel like-
supposed to be New York, there's somebody getting stabbed a block away. Everybody in the building is lonely.
Cold-hearted Vidge.
It's
No,
real life.
it's real. He's not
Daredevil
bullshit.
swinging around somewhere.
But like, so what? Like, if I'm
this
down to the,
broad who has this extenuating circumstance also gets a prostitute. Now that's a story.
if I break up with someone and I'm sad about it, it's like, yeah, there's still genocides going on, but that doesn't make me any less sad.
Okay,
But
Taylor
they're not
Swift.
showing anything for her to be sad.
Oh.
She's just lonely and weird. Oh, geez.
That's not even nice.
You gonna
You know what
write
it
a
is?
song next,
And actually, I
Matt?
have to leave on this because I don't want to get fired.
All right, we love you, Vidge.
But so like movies like this in general, not just, I know like the point of this is to make fun of Matt, and we're doing a good job. But like, there's a
Killing it.
self-importance to the story. It's like, okay, I'm not saying the story isn't sad. You know, loneliness is sad, but all you've projected is this is an awkward girl. She's able to live alone in New York, so she's got to be making some type of money. And she needs a prostitute. It's like,
It almost
It
feels like
works
one of those
strategy,
like
bro.
those early 2000s, like he's a virgin and has to get laid by graduation or he doesn't
Yeah.
get his inheritance, but sad.
Doesn't get his
yeah, like
inheritance.
By the way, that's a
think
pretty good
about the
plot.
American
now that I think
Pie.
of it.
Yeah, like
It
makes
wasn't
American
plot.
Pie a tragic movie. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Was
As long
it
as
the
we get more
Kristen
Shannon
Bell movie?
Elizabeth, I'm okay with that.
I
But
still
like,
think it's
guys,
To
kind
get
of
more Shannon
sad.
Elizabeth.
Bye, Vidge. Love you, buddy.
Listen, all she had to do was go on OK
You
Cupid.
dude.
She could have found somebody. This is ridiculous. All right, I'll see you guys later. I
Hey,
wish I
buddy.
could stay the whole show.
Later,
Like I said, I got
Bye,
I gotta
VW.
do work stuff.
Bye,
you,
Vid.
Bye, Vidge. I actually have to go to the bathroom real quick, so just talk amongst yourself. I'll be right.
Too much information.
Just hit
Play,
play.
like the goddamn movie.
You,
God
go,
damn it.
you
I'm
rewind it
sure
and
we
hit
can think
play.
of something.
Yeah.
Okay, so was it a rash that he was scratching, or was he like?
I think so.
I think he either had a rash or he had a.
It wasn't even his
One's in
rash.
the
He was
chat
looking after it
if
for
y'all
somebody.
think it was a rash.
Slice of
So-
the knee.
I want to know if the director has transitioned by this point in time, like not in the movie, like now, because you know what I mean. Because like I feel like he this is him getting things out. You know what I mean? He's trying to speak his inner truth.
All those
Pennies
goddamn
out.
red dresses. What the like? Okay,
I don't get it.
One color
Very
corrected item of
Freemason.
clothing. Okay, cool. But like two, that's we're a movement is being
Well,
started here.
It
Certainly
feels very.
a movement or two started from it. That's for
It
sure.
was in American Beauty. It was in Pretty Woman and like all these
yeah,
other movies too.
no, it feels very my first film. Does that, you know what I mean? Like oh, we're gonna be experimental and we're gonna do things and subvert the audience by doing what everyone does
Is
to
it
subvert
possible,
the
Matt,
audience.
that your
and-
standards are just too high, though? I mean, this is
What?
just a.
Have you ever
student
seen? One of my favorite movies is Lil Man with Damon Wayans. What are you talking about? My standards are very low.
Yeah, his is just like bulky,
Yeah.
like to the bottom rung.
That's
Lil
right.
Man, I don't know what it is. It cracks me up every time I see it, dude. I love that movie.
Mad Mardigan built the bar into the floor. That's how low his standards are.
That's right.
The
He's
question
in
we
there.
all been to his channel.
The question we all
Alright.
have is, Lindsay, has Matt ever played in a good movie at all? Ever? Just one. No.
I mean, he's on YouTube.
She looks
so.
confused.
Yeah.
No,
She got
not
this
that I can
movie.
remember. Sorry.
Ah,
Sorry.
Truth or
Jesus.
dare.
Oh wow.
Not that I
That's
can
fucking
remember. I
rough.
mean,
Well-
like you didn't. What
Well-
one do you think is good? That I might.
No,
have
it's not
seen?
that they're just not horrible. It's not that they're good. They're just not all like this humiliating.
I
I
just
think
want to make
the
sure
thing
that
is like they weren't memorable. They weren't bad, but they weren't memorable.
I think it's important to differentiate between the movies were maybe bad or mediocre, but Matt was still though. I really did like his performance in that one movie we saw. I thought you did the best out of everybody in that cast. Whatever that crazy scary movie is, where nobody moved their
Oh, I know.
eyebrows but you.
Thank you. I'll take it. That's really
So
generous.
Lindsay, you're telling us there's even more than the three of these things that we've seen so far.
Well, I mean, like whatever you guys are talking about right now, I can't even think of. So yeah, there's and I hadn't seen the dress one. So, I mean,
So come back next
Did a lot
week.
of
Show
work.
us more.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's getting
I
that.
really don't. I don't think there's anything that's just sort of like, oh, that would just be bad acting. Like it wouldn't be like, or just bad filmmaking. I don't know if it would be like this. This is actually like, good lord.
You tell us every single time after we see something, oh, there's nothing else out there. and then we find something else that actually.
Listen, I had a long and storied career, Jed. Okay, there's a lot of work over these years. I mean, I'm sure. I don't know, like I can't think of. It would just be boring.
I did not think
I doubt it.
This still
you
image
did.
we've been staring at.
I got one. I don't know. It's not
Yeah,
very
you
good.
said it. You spoke into existence. You have to show us.
Wait,
Yeah, you just spoke it into existence, Matt. Come on.
Has Cold Era been here the whole time?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
He is.
you've been talking the whole time. Now I can talk.
Wait, you gonna disappoint the women now, Matt? Come on.
It's not now.
It's just they're just so corny. Like they're bad. Like you, like the depths of how bad like filmmaking gets at the student level, you can't understand until you're like a part of it. So it's like I don't know if
help
they'll
us
be.
understand.
Yeah,
I don't know
help
if they'll
us
be
understand.
fun to
Come on.
watch.
Hey, send them to me. I'll watch them.
We want them.
Yeah, and I'll let you know.
Yeah, we
if
wanna
it
see
will
I have one
work
that's-
or not.
Me and Mad got you.
All right,
Give us the
all right.
D minus film.
All right, let's just finish this one with one at a time for crying out loud. We could do this every week, but I mean, they're just going to be like, some of them are going to be like, oh, okay, that wasn't that bad. They clearly did a bad job. Like, it's not going to be entertaining.
That's what I'm saying. I'll watch it first, and I'll give you a heads up if it would work on the show or not.
Thanks, Mad. You're such a good guy.
Here for you, bud.
I appreciate it.
Matt is the producer. He's the curator.
Yeah, that's right.
So glad you could make it. So,
Kind of with the Asian.
food.
Okay.
I like it. Is she pouring tawny port? What is that? Oh, Taylor?
If you don't like it, I could make something else.
She practicing small talk?
Mm-hmm.
She's
By
like
talking smally.
I'm glad you like it, but no, it's just pasta. But...
So her dress isn't red anymore at all?
No, I guess not. The fantasy's been ruined. Been
They
dashed.
ran out of special effects budget.
Yeah, kind of like the first Fantastic Four movie where they blew their load on the Human Torch
Wait,
scene.
what the? Does she want to be kidnapped? She didn't even check to see who was at the thing. She's like, okay, somebody buds me, I'll let them in.
She'll take anyone.
It's a decent
That's
point, but
how
if you're expecting
she's
someone at 9
gagging
and
it
someone
for that much. So.
If you're expecting someone at 9 and they ring the buzzer at 9, I mean,
And
it's
that's how
probably
they
them.
get you.
Someone else would have to know your schedule in order for them to kidnap you. Anyway.
This woman is fascinating. She has a very in demand.
I hate that I'm doing this.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
I like
Why
it.
are you still practicing? Like, go put on some deodorant, do something, because I know you're sweating underneath. There's more things that you could do to prep for this.
I'm Lisa.
Like,
How are you?
I'm not going.
I was waiting for you to say something.
I'm guessing she's never walked in heels before.
You, Lisa?
Yeah. Come in.
Oh fuck!
I love that jacket.
I still have that
Hey,
jacket and
Depeche
wore it the other
Mode
night.
has just arrived.
Are you
I hope
sure
you still
want
wear
to
it.
admit to that?
I wore it the other night.
Fuck
I
yeah.
love that jacket. It's fucking
I'm going to be
badass.
very disappointed if there's not like a big flaming tiger or something on the back of the jacket.
No,
Yeah,
it's
I
just
know,
a
right?
black
I need
leather
there to
jacket.
be like an Ed
There's-
Hardy patch
There's
somewhere.
something
on
Yes.
that
flaming.
Nope.
There's something flaming in the jacket, but
And Matt, did you in that one other art film, the short, you had that on too?
Probably. I mean, it's
yeah.
You know,
Oh, it's like Brad Pitt, how he always eats in every scene he's in. Yours is
Yeah,
the
he's
jacket.
had that
Wait,
jacket on.
are you
in two
talking about?
things.
Wait, the one that was outside. Did we watch that one? The one outside the club? The one that was like on the street where I'm talking to that girl?
I haven't
Yeah,
seen it.
us
you
now.
had the jacket on there, I think.
But that one,
Boom,
they're
next
not. I mean,
movie.
those are clips I actually curated. I thought were decent. So it's like I don't know. I mean, maybe they do suck, but I didn't think they were that bad. Anyway,
It's weird how much this girl looks
Want
familiar.
a drink?
Sure.
Proper glance down. All right, credit.
Oh no, not the short sleeve button up.
shut up.
Way cooler with the jacket.
Is it a polo or is it a button up?
I think it's a polo over a
Okay.
long sleeve shirt.
Oh, I didn't see that you had sleeves on. That's
least
cool.
we didn't pop
Back
the
then, I
collar.
did it.
We don't have pop collar glory.
I hate this so much. No one's even making jokes. It's just awkward and quiet. It's like, oh god.
Oh, I'm waiting on you to play.
Stopping before I can come up with anything.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't know what to
I'm thinking.
There you go.
Do anything non-alcoholic.
Oh, of course, I should have asked.
What was the
Why are your
problem?
sleeves so short?
I said, do you have anything non-alcoholic?
Oh, what a bitch.
What
Kind of gay.
Really, Matt? Come
Well, okay, I
on.
get it. He's on the job.
Daddy.
Why, God, why?
Hey, it's union rules, man. You can't drink on the job.
I think, yeah, he's trying to be a professional. I don't know.
This film proves there is no
speaking in
God.
third person,
Wait,
are you?
Wait, shouldn't you know
It's
if you were
a
trying to be
character. This
professional?
isn't a documentary. I didn't actually like go through with it. This is acting. It's a performance.
I get that, but like, shouldn't you know how you're acting? Are you acting as though you're trying to be professional?
This was like 13 years ago. I don't remember.
I thought it was a whole
That's
movie.
what I would say too.
Yeah, I thought it
It
was
was a whole movie.
We're gonna say that you were acting as though you were trying to act professional.
Do you have any soy milk?
Yeah. She's like, you want 2 squirts or 1 squirt?
You're very lean there, though, Matt. You look very lean.
Oh boy, yeah, you're gonna see just how lean I am.
Oh fuck!
He's
was
gonna
in the
take his
thumbnail, wasn't
shirt
it?
off.
I'm a slender young boy, I tell you. Ugh.
I don't like the way that sounded.
Wait, we thought you of all people would
I thought
like
you would
that.
like that, Matt.
I'm not like
Are you wearing eyeliner?
No, I'm not wearing
Matt was the
eyeliner.
missing guy from BB Mac.
Good one.
You definitely have that like after the boy band failed look.
Well, that's what it is. The Backstreet Boys have arrived.
Or that like I was in a boy band that never
Yeah.
quite made it. And
Never
I just
quite made it,
resigned to my
right.
fate. Yeah.
Like sold one
the
album
Backstreet Boys
ever.
would actually increase the quality of this movie.
just a sad prostitute.
Boy band that
Matt
supported
from
the Backstreet
LFO.
Boys.
You wouldn't believe where he is now.
Wait, do y'all remember that show? It was for I think O-Town, right? It was like a competition for the next big like boy band. You look like you were a member of a boy band that did not make the cut for the like. No, no
Looks
one.
like he was a
remembers?
backup dancer for a boy band.
Dude,
Vaguely.
someone
I feel
fucking
like I
ripped me up.
recall O-Town.
Someone ripped me up one time so
think
bad,
so.
like I was like 19 or 20, and I was like just moved to New York, and this dude was like, "Oh, dude, you look like you could be like a model," and I was like, "Oh, thanks, man." He's like, "Yeah, you could be like in a Gap ad," and it just like danced me out, and it was so fucking nailed it so much. It like really crumpled my self-esteem at the time
He wanted
because it
to
was
show
like,
your
Gap
gap.
ad.
Just go like this and like be an Abercrombie guy.
yeah, even that would be kind of cool. Gap is so much lamer. You're just like like
Well, that would kind of
what's-
fit you,
Oh my
Matt.
god, y'all remember the Gap Christmas commercials with like the twee little songs and shit? Oh my god, yeah, Matt, you could have totally been in one of those.
And that's
Mhm.
before
Yeah.
he told you he meant the baby gap.
It's 100% like a backhanded compliment. It's like you could be a model, but like a really mid-level kind of lame one. Like, oh, cool,
Some guy
thanks.
really ripped me up.
Some guy called Mad.
Oh, Jesus, God.
That's gonna get taken out and put in something.
Before we do anything, I'm gonna need the money up front, okay?
She's trying to roofie you so she doesn't pay her bill.
Of course.
Can we get the closed
That
captions?
could be the way it's going. Yeah.
What?
Aw.
Killer, just to say. Fa, 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 fa.
Oh, the commentary on how things that
Oh my god, you didn't work
Yeah,
out for
let
this.
the lady undress you? What the fuck?
Like-
let her unwrap her birthday gift, man.
did no one say, "Hey, Matt, do like 5 push-ups first, and then we'll start."
That's right.
Dude, he needs 5. No, he needs to
Would it
do
hurt
like
you to lift
20.
a
What the
weight or
fuck
two?
you talking about?
Well, just to get them worked up, get those muscles.
Crutches.
You don't want to have the illusion
little
that he might actually be able to
A little
break
bit,
her.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, you don't get these roles like months in advance. You can't prepare. Like, I think I was asked to do this like day of or something. Like, this is not exactly, it's not an excuse for being a fucking stick, but still, like, it wasn't. like they asked me to do this, so I just did it as I showed up. There was no time
Did
to
Rob
prepare.
Schneider turn this script down for Deuce Bigelow?
He must, you know.
I'm sure the
like-
director liked it.
You could at least have played with your nipples a bit, Matt, to get them a bit more erect.
I know. At least to get a little bit
Make
going
excited,
there.
at least.
Come on.
I think it, yeah. Like, and the other one, I was shirtless too. I was in that stupid, the one with the lamp. I was
Was it the
shirtless
same
too.
director?
Yeah, yeah. I didn't have a fucking a movie star body. Yes, it's pointed out. It's clear.
Well, I mean, in 2021, you might.
Yeah.
You needed a
It's not
fucking
there. I double
fluffer.
counted.
Putting her at ease, though, is he?
Why would you take your shirt off before you even get the money? That seems like
I know, right?
This
He's
is like a
like,
weird
oh, I'm
order of
gonna give you a little bit of free
Yes.
fucking candy,
I-
you know.
He's doing a terrible job.
yeah,
You're
like
a-
that is.
you're
That
a
way she could
terrible
preview what she was buying.
Yeah, you're a terrible prostitute. You know that right now.
I mean, to be fair, he could still walk the streets without his shirt on. Pants is a little different.
I mean, he's not doing a great job. He's not going to get into repeat business, is he? I mean,
No, I think this is a
Nah.
one-time
I
deal.
mean, that was a given, but
Yeah, she's like, you know, I had this guy. He was terrible. Don't let him come back.
Matt, you're
Oh,
horrible,
man.
Matt, you're
Just-
horrible.
who's she gonna tell? She clearly doesn't have any friends.
How about a
I would
whelp?
just like to take this opportunity to thank Lindsay for bringing this up. Thank
Yes,
you,
thank
Lindsay.
By the way, no, a Yelp review. Like, imagine what she would
Whelp.
put.
Well, I
Yeah.
think the idea, right, the concept behind the short is that she has this fantasy about this
Yes.
guy who wants to treat, make her feel all sexy. And then when he shows up, he's really cold and not like loving her or treating her well. He's just very
Yes.
down to business. That's the whole.
It's one of the
He
most
gave her the cold
basic.
pitch.
It's one of the most
Discovered
basic.
Tinder before
Like Sentient
Tinder.
Dildo.
It's one of the most basic concepts for a story. Yes, about
so what you're saying
like
is she has
the.
highly unrealistic expectations.
Even
of men.
sentient dildos
Not
looking
even-
for repeat business. I mean, this guy.
I
clearly
know,
isn't.
right?
It's not even about highly unrealistic. It's just about how things do not always live up to what you expect, and you find that
Right.
in all
Literally the same things having unrealistic
tawdry.
expectations.
No,
I mean, he has the face of a man who should have went to Romania.
you can
No,
have
that is
realistic
true.
expectations that you don't get.
Lowered expectations. Yes.
And so he took
Exactly.
this role, and she's like, with the Yelp review, she's like, needs to do 20 push-ups, eats can't get hard, and all this other fucking bullshit she puts on there. Like,
Smells of furniture. Smells of furniture wax.
Don't poverty shame. It's all she could afford.
Her review be like very professional, 1 star.
Anthony, right?
Bitch, you don't know?
Oh.
He'll be anybody you want you to. You want him to be.
I love the Amish beard though.
Excuse me?
It's not an Amish. Is it an Amish beard?
Oh, it's so like the thick ass sideburns that
Yeah.
are just like
What's the
connected.
horrible
So hard
clicking
to
in the
watch.
background?
I love the call me Tony. Huh?
I
That's
don't
what you
have
said, right? That's what you said.
No, I didn't.
That was the direct quote.
That's a direct quote. You said, "Call me Tony."
I
Just
don't-
like it's like there's two of you.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
guys, that wasn't Matt. That was me speaking on that one. Like you were like, your next line is like, so what kind of stuff you into?
I didn't say it like that.
I'm pretty sure that's word for word what you
Shut
said.
up.
Mitch did say it like that.
Right?
See, call me Tony.
20. Excuse me?
Shut up, Mads.
She's looking for a rape whistle.
Here we are in the wild. This is what Matt does.
I hate this so
In
much.
this Serengeti.
Just close your eyes and go to your happy place.
She looks like she's a
Wait,
Are you
pain.
kissing her fucking chin?
Yes.
The fuck, Matt? Do you know how to
He
fucking
said-
kiss lips?
That's a chin
the fuck?
fetishist.
No, hold on. She asked for the regular stuff, and regularly just kissing.
Why'd she bring you to this futon? It's
Why
like
was that
daybed.
edited? What did you do?
This is so
It's
uncomfortable.
any second
Yeah,
now.
well,
It's any
very
second now.
uncomfortable.
Oh,
Matt.
fuck. Did you
And
actually
he's
see
gonna,
that
he's
one?
gonna pull out.
No.
He's gonna pull out sentient dildo any second now.
Break it out the porn
Matt's
page,
actually
like-
going for it. Go,
Matt,
boy, go.
what did you actually do in this scene?
Oh,
Did you
did
Like
you
a
actually
bite her?
scream her?
character there. She's
He's gonna
kinda-
put
What
her
was the
clothing
question?
on.
Oh god, that's the worst. place
Mine
to
was,
pause.
did you bite her? Why did she scream?
Yeah, that was not a pleasure sound.
No, did
You know,
This is
you know,
so
no one's
butter
actually
fucking
having
bit.
sex, right? I just want to point. No one. This
Yeah,
is
it's like-
acting. No one is actually
that much
doing any of
space.
How
this.
do we know
I
that
feel like she has
though?
watched.
How can we be
I feel
sure?
like this character has watched so much porn that she's just kind of like performing what she thinks sex sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
You
like
didn't get to
watching a
see full
snuff
bush?
movie.
I was about to say, yeah, he's
Yeah.
showing us one of his snuff films and just telling us it was an art film.
He's
So
like,
what
I
were you
just want to
staring
do.
at? In
He's
this
like,
scene,
"Hey,
what were you
I
staring at?
What do we think I'm fuck? Where do you see my eyes? What do
What's
you
your
think I'm looking at?
motivation, Matt?
That's what I'm
my
asking. I
God.
can't see your eyes.
Matt's just like thinking of England right now. He's just like,
He's wondering how he can get away
He's
with there
thinking
with
of
her
the director.
clothes. He wants to steal her clothing, and he's wondering how he can.
I am
he can
not-
get
Hey,
away
Matt, did she
Drunk
have
enough for
Taco
this.
Bell that day? I just wanted to
No,
know.
like
so.
just the. Oh, that's a bad one, Jed. Let me
You know
show you a good
what?
one.
Funny enough.
Was your thought like, do all of them smell like this?
You know, to that.
Thank you.
are her tights still on for this? Like,
There's great seafood in New
Yeah,
York.
that wasn't. That was like a prop panties. The word.
Oh,
I
prop
didn't- I'm not-
panties.
Rob.
Yeah, I'm not
Prop
looking at her
panties?
vagina there. She's an actress. She's not a.
She needed 2 pair when you showed up on set.
Yeah, you're right. She's the
Hey,
actress.
that's
You're
a
the whore.
that's a compliment. That's not what we're doing.
But it's not. It's
True,
not
that was
real.
good.
Like it's
So
all
awkward.
acting. Like
So
it's
how
all make
awkward-
believe.
Yeah,
But how
it was
awkward is that,
all
Matt?
acting.
How awkward is it to do
Remember
that
this.
kind of
just
scene?
getting Colonel
It's
Angus
extremely
and, like, while they're
awkward.
Still wearing their tights.
Yeah.
though.
So you're
It's
just
so
you're just
uncomfortable.
acting like your nose is
Sexy Matt.
Okay.
No, the thing is, my nose actually was like right there, and it
That's what
wasn't.
That's what
It
I'm
Just
wasn't.
an
saying.
It
enormous
wasn't. Let's
bush.
just say, it wasn't entirely pleasant. It wasn't
you have any
entirely.
I called that shit. Did I not call that shit?
Wow, Matt.
Oh my
called
God.
Matt.
Matt's
Oh,
getting sued
fuck.
now.
Matt was
Watching
just
it
like
fuck
wasn't
you.
entirely pleasant. Wow.
Given
Matt
that she
calling
was
the girl
alone,
out.
I don't know
and
her.
single,
It's
she may well have
strange.
done it.
She's
Your
gonna be
nose
watching
was
this
right
video
on her
now.
fucking
Matt is going to
yacht.
find
You
her,
don't
show
know
her
her.
the stream, and be like,
Hold on. Can you repeat that? Jed was talking nonsense.
No.
No, the broad.
oh,
Yeah, go
just
ahead.
like Matt is like the reason Matt is compiling like all of this data on Matt is to like find this like high-end composite actress girl and be like, oh hey, Matt says you got a stinky puss. How do you respond?
That's not bad. No, I was like,
She's on to you, man.
oh,
This
finally, I
isn't
found
fair.
you. We have health. Like, we're seriously like worried about your health. Like,
Did
Oh,
you
you
have
need to.
BB in 2011?
God damn it.
Hey,
Damn
did
it.
you like that musky, manly smell, Matt?
The faster you get
Was,
through this,
did
the
she have a big
more
hairy bush there?
Yeah.
Her
Did you
panties
need
were
hedge
on.
clippers?
No.
But apparently not enough because you smelled something.
Wait, what was your line?
What was whose line?
Yours. You said something. She said no, which is always
I said
good to hear
I said
during
it's her
sex.
first time. It's her
Yeah.
first time.
Oh,
Don't stick it there. No. Well, there you know.
God damn it. Ugh. I'll tell you, this
You
is the
okay,
least fun I've
Matt?
ever had. I'm just choking. This is the least fun I've ever had sharing this with you guys. Won't let you
strong
guys-
Choking on a
disagree.
stinky puss?
Every,
You should
Don't
every
act like
frame
it's the
we
first
pause
time.
this on is gold.
Yeah, I know.
get more alcohol.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, look at
Yeah,
George
I need you
just
to send
popped
me
up.
this entire video.
George is here.
George!
Hail, George.
George, come hear about this lady's stinky puss.
Yeah.
For Christ's sake.
I still, yeah.
Hi,
Did
George.
she eat a Taco Bell? You said that. You
That's
know,
not.
so.
That doesn't affect
Actually,
their pH
I think
balance.
her, no.
Yeah, like if she's eating like a bunch of sugar and shit, that'll do it.
I
That
think
will
her
do,
name
yeah.
is Lady
Well,
Gag, isn't it?
Oh, God. All right. We just get through this. How much?
This is where Sentient Dildo makes an appearance.
Here.
It was
Take the
him.
hem of her dress now.
It was him all along.
On the floor?
Yeah, that's a
The fuck, Matt?
Is she into it?
Lindsay, why?
Here we are in the wild.
This
Why?
is behind
He
the
really
big
fucks. Like,
Why are you hurting that poor girl?
This
Is
must be
this
so awkward
ADR?
to film.
Did you have to?
This is a crime in all 50 states.
This feels like a crime. I feel, yeah.
As
Like we're
well as
doing something
sounds
internationally.
like a crime too.
Wait,
you
shut
know?
up! Shut
Like,
up!
Is she crying?
Probably.
Yes, clearly.
That wasn't part of the script. She's crying because it's mad.
You didn't even bother.
Public
crying.
more.
Didn't even bother to use a baby wipe.
Are you pulling
know,
over
right?
a button-down shirt?
No,
At the end
it's
of
a
all
polo. It's a polo with 3 buttons. Yeah.
Wait, you didn't even take her dress off.
And he put this shirt on before he helps the lady back up.
yeah,
Yes.
3-second nap
Just
right
mention the
there.
refund.
You know.
Listen, I'd like to just clarify once again. This is acting.
Yeah.
Acting. This is how it
Is
was
it?
written.
Yeah.
I didn't
Our
make this
entertaining
up.
wife.
I didn't
they
author the way
made
the
you-
scene goes.
Well,
This
then
is
They
the way
made
it's
you a
supposed to go.
2-second
roast
Tom?
him.
Like you were
Until the
2-second
director shows up,
Tom
we
right
roast
there.
you.
Yeah, what do you Jen, it's not real. I didn't really have sex with her. It's acting.
Well, not that.
It
Not
was
on
good
camera,
enough acting
anyway.
for you to be able to comment on the odor of her poussoir.
Yeah.
Listen, I feel cornered, okay? I'm just trying to get out of this. Like I don't know how to.
There is
You
no
realise
way
that
out.
Playing it.
this actress could be out there right now watching this and saying, "What did he say about him?"
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, by the way, if you're watching, you're invited to come on. I'll send you the link.
Dear God, don't
Yeah.
put this.
Could be
Don't
watching.
torture. Don't torture her. Just torture me. There's no reason
You
to
are-
drag anyone else into this shit. Bad enough.
George.
We're almost done. Thank God.
Must have been very awkward to film, though, Matt.
Yeah, it's a lot more awkward now. I gotta be honest. She was a professional. She was fucking cool.
Yes, he was
Well,
a
that was
professional.
nice of you. For the character.
Hey, did she
No
give you cat
aftercare.
fear? You know.
Bitch, go lock your door. You just had a prostitute in your fucking apartment.
This is the worst.
Oh, she's crying afterwards. 'cause it
So
was
we
so
ended
bad.
Oh,
God,
Dude.
that's over.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's
What's
Yeah.
the point of it,
That's
though?
what she said.
The
It's
point
supposed
is,
to be like a sad story. I don't know. It's a fucking student film.
It was.
yeah, it's about, hey, lower your expectations. Maybe that guy your junior year in the bathroom that came up to you, maybe that wouldn't have been so bad compared to this. Like, I don't know, because example.
Yeah,
Thanks,
what about
Lindsay.
Waffle
Thank
House?
you,
Is
Lindsay.
that projection,
Appreciate
Matt?
that.
What
Lindsay
if I
is
took the whole
awesome,
video
okay.
and then put Bree's face
You're all very
over
welcome.
her face.
If you have
Good
more, please.
God.
Like
This
we.
is my best Black Friday deal yet. Thank you.
Oh man.
This is the worst.
I really think the
Worst
title
ever.
shouldn't have been Cherry. It should have been Life is Awful, Now Kill Yourself.
Oh,
I'm just assuming that's what happened next.
I didn't know
That's
the
the eventual next step.
I didn't know the title
It
was,
was,
Cherry.
yeah.
What a pretentious fucking. The director is a horrible person.
What would you call it, Mad?
Hmm?
What would you call it?
Oh, unfilmed. I wrote on the back of a napkin one night when I was drunk and I never decided to do this bullshit. It's a working title.
It's a little mouthful. Of Snippy
That's what
Puss.
she said.
Damn it. Ugh.
Well,
God, that
she
was
could get a whole
awful.
mouthul, you know. So
God damn it.
You're not
Okay,
one
at
Stop.
least he got a mouthful, but you know he said it stunk. So you know.
Yeah, that was the joke that was just made.
Waiting for the lawsuit.
So Anthroparian says, I feel sad for seeing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the worst part is she goes to her neighbor after she says, "So I met a guy."
I forgot how tragic it was because I was just focusing on how humiliating it was for me. But like, yeah, I mean, it's just sad. It's just like it's so gross and like. Ugh.
Yeah, I met a guy had the smallest penis I've ever seen.
Let's be honest. Like,
Diary. Today I saw my first penis and the last.
Oh, they always that small.
now I just found out I am a lesbian.
I think I might transition after this. It was
I'm gonna go
so
find that
bad.
Asian chick at that party.
By the way,
Orgies were going on down the hall.
You ruined Vidge's day.
listen, there are worse ways that she could have lost her V card. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, in totality, this wasn't like one. He was very professional. You know, he
had a
tried to
real
take care of her.
rapey vibe to it.
Only because of her reaction. He stopped multiple times. So like, hey, just to let you know, like, are you still cool with this? Like, this is why we have contracts now for situations like that. Like forms.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like.
So I'm assuming, Matt, that you fired your agent after this.
You like agent? Like you think that there was like casting involved with this? Like I don't even remember. I met this guy like through a friend, and he's like, "Hey, I got this short film where you play a prostitute. Would you like to come do it?" It's like, "Yeah, sure." Like that's.
You just said prostitute, and you were right in there.
And I was right in. I'm like, that's.
Let's describe his acting career at that point.
So Matt, how many girls have you turned into lesbians since then?
All of them. Just don't need to know them.
This is performance. It is acting. It's not real.
Well, I mean,
I didn't really bang a girl on the floor for money. It didn't actually happen.
On film.
Fake.
That's one of life's ambitions you haven't realized yet.
That didn't happen.
By the way, it's never free. There was always a cost, whether it's dinner or sperm, whatever.
I did find.
I mean, whatever. I don't know. Like, I don't know what kind of deals he's making with these ladies.
I did find this is the first paid. This is the first paid gig I ever got. Hopefully, this is only. It can't. It's not even close to as bad as what we just watched, but it's just more of the same.
Foul ball cannon.
What? Was that you? That is you.
Of course that's me.
Oh,
looks like a
God.
reface.
Pause it.
That looks like a deep fake. Oh my god.
Pause it. Pause it.
Is that real?
Pause that
almost
shit
over.
right there.
Okay, one. Is that the same shirt that you wore in your headshot?
No.
Damn.
That wasn't my shirt. That was costuming.
You know
This
she's
was
that
actually
your
a
hair?
real suit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay because
Wow.
Matt stuffs his bra. Matt stuffs his bra as well, so it's okay.
That looks like a fucking deep fake. I swear to God.
It does, doesn't it?
Is that a
I
wig?
can't. That's what I asked too. He said no.
That's not your hair.
Yeah, no, that was my hair.
Sorry, Matt, I didn't hear
That's
you.
the only part of this I believe.
Yeah, I was like 22 here.
What's like? So it's a little like distorted on mine. Like, do you have an earring in?
No.
Okay.
So you're
Dear
just
God, no.
naturally deformed.
Yeah. That's it.
It's
That's
not just
my.
you, that's just
Sexy
1990s
Matt, yeah,
resolution.
me and my Creed phase.
You just trying to get higher.
Yeah.
You followed your dream. That's the good
And
thing.
yet you didn't.
I don't
want
want to do this anymore. I don't want to do
Yeah.
this anymore. Dear God.
Oh my
That was
god,
more like
Can you yeah, I thought, you know what? When I went to college, like, I thought I'd have long hair because I thought it would be cool. I remember I watched Blow, the movie Blow with Johnny Depp, and he had this great, like, long hair.
Oh, yeah. You definitely
and
went with that look. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, that would be so cool. And then it wasn't cool at all. It didn't look good.
Didn't that movie take place in a different, like, time though? It came, like, in the 70s or 80s, like.
Yeah, I could have still. I mean, you could still have good hair in a different.
Well,
time.
no, like it was just like the same cut too, like.
Yeah, no, my hair's just so thick and wavy. It doesn't work like that. Yeah.
Well, it worked in that whatever it was. Was that an ad for something?
Yeah, I actually got paid for that one. I got like $500 for that.
What was it for?
Wow.
For Noggin. Do you know Noggin? Like that
wow.
channel?
Nickelodeon spinoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh man, wait. So were you trying to work your way up to like salute your shorts?
I was trying to do anything I could, dude. I don't know how to do this.
Hey, dude.
Yeah, hey dude. Hey,
Take any
dude's
work
another one.
you can get. Yeah.
You just try to
Pete-
get any work when
Pete
you're an
and Pete.
actor. There's no like. It's not like
Pete
I'm
and Pete.
turning down things. I take whatever comes my
No,
way because it's the only.
98% of actors are out of work. Yeah.
No, Matt. The joke is because it's a spinoff of Nickelodeon, and those were the like best shows on Nickelodeon.
Oh, I see. I was
Stick
trying to
salute
go
your
for-
shorts.
I would have
Pete.
gladly done that.
Or Stickler. 60.
Camp.
God.
What
real
is it?
work?
Camp Adawada. What's the camp?
Anawana. We
Yeah,
hold you
your
in
shorts.
our hearts, and when we
When
think
we
about you,
you,
it makes me want to fart. Hey, get it right or you'll pay the price.
Yes. Yeah. That's exactly it. Yeah. Good job. Camp out of water, camp out of water, camp out of water. Hey, no, okay. I thought more people would have jumped in on that. All right.
Hey, Matt, you got a super chat there, dude.
Yes, I noticed. Thank you, Islington Girl, for $5 Canadian. Said thank you for allowing your complete debasement for our entertainment. Thank you very much, the Islington Girl.
I'll try to take the heat off. Like, I don't think that movie is as good as what everybody says it is. I guess I didn't really care for it.
You didn't like Scott Pilgrim?
Nah.
I love Scott
I get it. It's fine.
It's average.
Yeah.
It wasn't the worst.
Love it still. So
Like,
great.
it's
called
held,
grind, bro.
It's held up to like a pantheon that it doesn't like deserve or earned.
It's got
Disagree.
Michael, Sarah, and Brie
Yeah.
Larson in it. I mean, it's two
Yeah, it had
reasons not to
Brie
watch
in
it
it,
right
Mary
there.
Lou.
It's the
That's
same
why
director
that-
as Shaun of the Dead and fucking Hot Fuzz in his prime, so I don't want to hear that like the pedigree involved is nonsense.
I didn't say anything about the pedigree. I was specifically talking about
whomever
that.
was saying.
I
No, I like that movie. I think the movie's really good. I enjoy it.
It reminded me of the Hitchhiker's Guide to, like, not as this like the type of movie, but just like people always like, oh, it's so great. And I'm like, yeah, it's fine. I get it.
The movie sucks for Hitchhiker's Guide. Did you ever read the book?
No.
Yeah, no, the movie's terrible.
I don't read
it is.
fiction.
They screwed up the movie.
Yeah, the
It's
movie's
such
no
a bad
good.
movie. It's terrible.
The original radio series was the best.
And actually,
Oh,
like
yes.
the
That was the
BBC
best.
TV show is actually way more accurate to the book than the movie is at all. There's like a lot. It's kind of corny, like the live action one, because it's sort of just dated, but it feels like the story of the book. So, yeah.
What
What are we
other
talking about?
overrated movies? What other overrated movies do you think?
Well, I think Goonies is overrated. I was rewatching it. I'm like, this is terrible. It's like barely watchable.
No, I would agree with that.
I would have to watch it again. Like Army of Darkness. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I could not get 10 minutes into it.
It's
rewatching
really bad.
it.
It's bad.
I'll tell you what does hold up: Big Trouble in Little
Yeah,
China.
100%. It
That's
holds
a
up.
great movie.
Yeah.
Great fucking
Yeah.
movie right there.
Yeah.
You know what holds up? Howard the Duck. You know that holds up.
I agree. I think I think it's as good as it was then.
Tiny.
What do
Duck
you think is
condoms.
overrated? What else do you think is overrated, Matt? That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Daniela last week said, or 2 weeks ago said Jurassic Park.
Yeah, it does.
Oh well.
The
I can
first
see why she hasn't been back.
I didn't see
She's-
Jurassic Park until I was like 27.
Oh, wait.
It was under duress.
I didn't know it was her.
Under Duress.
Lindsay, do you have any that were overrated? Lindsay didn't like Wrath of Khan. I remember that.
I didn't either. I think that's very overrated too.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's
like
You're all fired.
I understand why people like it. Like to me, I bet if I saw it when I was a kid, I'd like it more. It
Sure.
just feels so dated.
Yeah.
No, it is.
I thought when he does the whole Khan, like that iconic, because it's been a part of like the public, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
and when it happened, I'm like, oh, that was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came off so bad.
I don't like The Last of the Mohicans. I watched that again recently and I was like, no, this is still pretty lame.
Yeah. I don't think Jurassic Park has to be seen in the 90s to appreciate it. I think it can be appreciated now.
I think it still holds up. I think
Yeah, I think it does,
Jurassic Park's
too.
still very good.
Same.
But
Yeah,
there is a
that's
giant
agree.
plot hole. What's
No,
that, Lindsay?
name one.
Wait, what did Lindsay say?
I was agreeing. I love Jurassic Park, and it's
Oh,
kind
there's
of
a-
terrible, but it's good.
There's a huge plot hole, Mads. So I'll explain it to you. So when after the T-Rex attack the two cars and they go over
Yeah.
the edge, right?
Uh-huh.
So
Right.
they're at the bottom and then they
Yep.
fuck off into the woods, right?
Right.
Right after that, Ian Malcolm and Laura Dern's character, I forgot her name, but they go to check on them, right?
Understandable.
And so they look over the edge. Okay. The next scene is Laura Dern down by the truck.
Okay.
No explanation how she got down there. Then she teleports back up to the top, and then they have the whole chase sequence with the T-Rex.
How's that a
Okay.
plot hole? How does it affect the plot?
Because if if there was a way to just magically get right back up to the top, why would the doctor take 2 kids into the fucking woods when all he's got to do is just get back up to the other truck?
Maybe she had a rope.
No, hold on. One, yes, that should have been explained if that was the case. But the other case is, I don't know, there was a T-Rex up there?
But it's safer to go into the woods where there's hundreds of dinosaurs?
Yeah, but they're all herbivore though for the most part.
Yeah, they were herbivores, Matt.
Yeah, where they were going.
Wait out the T-Rex till you can get back to the cars. You can go back to the compound, not just wander this island for the rest of the movie.
That's a movie cliche. Let's go where it's not safe.
Well, no, I think it's just a white people thing. Like that's what a white person would do. Yeah, like let me go in these woods. I don't know.
You know, it's late at night. I'm going to wander off into the woods in the dark when there's a killer around.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't. I embrace my whiteness. That's why I've lived so long. I don't mess with animals I don't know. I don't get in the ocean at all. Never been to Australia. Not going to go. That place, everything wants to kill you. Apparently, the government too. Anyway, and
so I've got a controversial, most overrated movie of all time.
Let's hear it.
Avatar.
I don't think it's overrated.
I think Avatar is highly overrated.
I don't think it's controversial.
That's not a controversial take at all. That one gets roasted.
It's boring. It's unoriginal. The characters annoy the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
It's cliched. It's got everything I hate about movies in it. It's got stupid puns like unobtainium and.
Well, that's a real thing.
It's pish.
That's a real thing.
It galled me to learn that unobtainium is a real word.
Yeah.
Is that a real?
Yes.
What do you mean it's real?
It's a real thing.
It's not a real element.
Is it a real thing or a real word?
Wait.
You're not going to find it on the periodic
element.
table of elements, but like it is a no. You
Not
won't
an
find it on the
element.
periodic table, but it is a word.
Yeah, but it's not an element.
So what?
It was all meant to signify the horrible atrocity of trying to take this mineral from these poor people. It was
They
all
shouldn't have been there.
heavy-handed PC shite, and if it wasn't for the flashy visuals, which they ripped off, James Cameron ripped that artwork off from Roger Dean, who used to do all the old album covers for Yes and bands like that.
I've got a book of his actually up there.
I have too. I've met the man. Very nice guy. Nice. Total rip-off of his art in that movie. No credit.
70s. No one's disagreeing with you on that. I think the disagreement is like no one has rated it to a point to where it
made so much money. Is all it was hugely successful. Made all this money.
Yeah.
I think it was pish. It never deserved that.
I think at the time,
I used to love James Cameron, but
people were seduced at the time. I think it's like Critical Drinker made a great video about it. It's one of those movies that, like, if you think about it, you're like, oh, that's actually pretty stupid. But when you're there in the IMAX 3D and they're throwing all these visuals at you, I mean, the battle scenes are still pretty cool, but that doesn't make the movie good.
Kind of like the Blair Witch Project, right? Like that movie only works at that time it was released.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, and I would also say that Titanic is in the same boat.
I love
Thank you,
that.
because that
from
was
the
going to be my
ship
answer,
sinking.
and I wasn't prepared to defend it.
If the boat never sank, that film would be pish, because the rest of it is garbage.
I love Titanic.
They would have never made the movie.
The boat sinking is the only bit that's good about that movie.
When that dude hits the propeller, it's the greatest moment in cinematic history.
Oh, would you
they could get that, yeah. That's the stuff that's good, but up till that point, that movie was as boring as shit.
I love this topic, though. I want to hear more.
He couldn't even get the stars right.
Hey, my take on my most overrated films is the entire Dark Knight trilogy. Christopher Nolan's entire Dark Knight trilogy, I think, is wildly overrated.
I think Christopher Nolan is wildly overrated.
Yeah,
like
as a director,
if Ledger hadn't fucking died, nobody would talk about that series.
No, I disagree. I think his
that,
performance in The Dark Knight is excellent.
Yes.
He alone
is
he's the best.
Roger Dean album covers. I've got a few of these, but
hold on.
Roger Dean's.
You guys can separate and have your own stream, but let's have the conversation. What were you saying, Matt?
I was saying, like, without Heath Ledger, that movie is boring.
It's bad, right?
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
And I think Heath Ledger is the only thing. Even taking out the whole tragedy thing, like his performance in there was
amazing,
fantastic, great,
it's incredible.
And,
I mean, if we're
and
gonna
Christopher
talk-
Nolan has been living off of that the
Yes.
whole time. Like I hate
And Inception.
almost everything he puts out.
The only movie I
Nice,
think he did that was any
nice.
good. The
Love
only
it.
movie,
I
guys.
have this
Beautiful.
tattooed on my arm.
Beautiful, man. Love it.
The only movie I think that Christopher Nolan ever did that was any good was Dunkirk.
Dunkirk was great, actually. I thought it was good.
Sure. I guess
thought it was
wasn't
fucking
very-
brave because it was like the thing about Nolan that I hate is how heavy-handed his exposition is. He'll basically be like he'll have a character explain what's going on to the audience, to nobody. Just be like, well, if they don't get to the bell tower in time, then the bomb's gonna go off, and it's just like, I know, I'm watching the fucking movie. But in Dunkirk, no exposition the entire film. He never explains a second of what's going on. It was so bold. It was like fucking Kubrick, man. I was blown away. And I wanted to hate it.
I was
It's
underwhelmed
World War
by that
One.
movie.
There's nothing to explain.
It's World War II.
Well, there you go.
That's the exit
Well,
of Dunkirk.
yeah, I guess they could have used that explanation in it, that it was the second one.
Right.
I agree with you, Mad. Blair Witch Project, though, that's another overrated one. It's just like annoying. It's an annoying.
I don't think
movie.
it's overrated, though. I think it works at that time.
Yeah,
I think
mean, who's
in
still
that moment.
carrying the flag for that film?
Yeah. But no, as Dunkirk, I guess found it underwhelming. Like, I get it. I get why people. I think 1917 I enjoyed more than I did Dunkirk.
If we're gonna talk underrated movies, then the
Over.
elephant in the or overrated movies, the elephant in the room is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The most overrated movies of all time.
Hey, you know, what was the most overrated one was Captain Marvel.
No, I think
No, I
in
think that just
totality,
that just brutally exposed how bad they were.
I think in totality, there's been more bad than good in the MCU.
But
I
they
think
serve their purpose.
Yeah.
They're amusement park rides.
Yeah, to make billions of dollars.
They're fun for what they are. That's all. And they do it just fine.
There were a couple of really good standout hits, and the rest were either mediocre or bad.
Captain America movie.
All right, what's the standout example for you, Brightest Day? The one that you're just like, why does anyone like this?
In the MCU or in general?
Yeah, no, in the MCU.
Ooh, shit.
You brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you're asking
because I
for a
mean, like
standout-
the ones
you're
that
asking
are
for a
like,
standout example of bad.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna go back and rewatch any of them, but every time I watch them, they were fun for what they were.
Yeah,
like they're just. I don't expect them to be genius. They're
Is
not.
the Eric Bana Hulk movie part of the MCU?
Yeah, actually.
Eric Bana.
Yeah, no. It was,
No, it's
it was
not.
Ed Norton. Ed Norton's was.
Oh no, it's Ed Norton. Yeah, one of them
Yeah.
was.
So you're asking me which one I think is bad that other people actually like.
Fuck
That requires me to know what other people like.
That's just your opinion, dude. Because you can get an impression, right? Like a general impression of like, you know, the overall reception.
Iron Man 3, if I had to say.
I think
God,
Citizen
movie
Kane
sucks.
is crazy overrated.
Yeah, I feel like I don't get it. Like that's one of those things. Like when I watch, I don't like Akira Kurosawa, but I'm like, that's probably because I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like I grade myself on a curve there. I'm like, well, they must.
Says Black Panther. I would say Black Panther also.
Oh, Black
Yeah,
Panther
James
is a
Cameron,
horrible
right?
fucking movie.
See that travel to Wakanda has just been banned.
This is a good one. Davina thinks Wonder Woman was overrated.
I
Just
agree.
banned
I think
travel to
yeah,
Where did that
it's,
fall in the MCU though?
nowhere. It
That
was in the
was-
DCEU.
No shit.
I know they're not listening, bro.
Yeah, no, the Omicron variant coming out.
Yeah,
of
the moronic
Wakanda.
variant. Yeah, they've banned travel to Wakanda amongst other African countries.
The oh my
Second
god
time.
variant.
So I tried, but you know, I'll just keep digging.
Just keep going, Roxanne. You just keep going with it. That Black Panther was hot garbage. Yeah, it's like I think a lot of those movies though, like you get Black Panther, they're flashy and they're fun to watch, but then you kind of think about it and you're like, oh, that was stupid.
Yeah, I think Mahler did a great job when he broke down Black Panther of just like highlighting everything that was absurd about it.
Absolutely. Critical
Seeing
drinker
that
too.
and Thor Ragnarok, pretty close.
I
to each other.
love-
I thought Ragnarok looks much better.
I love
thought-
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun. I liked Ragnarok.
I like Taka Waikiki a lot.
I kind of do, but I'm afraid of him. Like I feel like he's going to just woke
Stop
things up
torturing
now.
that cat.
I don't think so. I think he was really just trolling. I feel
Tell Matt to
more.
stop torturing the cat.
What were you saying, Matt?
I feel that I feel no Taka Waikiki. I'm in. The only thing I haven't liked of his was the one that took place in the Germany
Jojo
area.
Rabbit.
Yeah, I didn't really care for that one.
I didn't see it. Why didn't you like it?
It was okay. It started off okay, but it gets hit like this boring ass plateau, and I'm just like I couldn't make it on the other side of it to see what happens. It gets whatever. I
For
get
me,
it.
it's one of those movies that believes it's better than it actually is in reality. That's why I didn't enjoy it that much.
Yeah, it kind of comes like pre-packaged to be well received.
Yeah. Like, you
know
must like this.
I didn't like. Oh, whoa, George throwing some coins. George Molo. Hail, George. George, if you want to join, by the way, you always are invited. Oh, who did we just lose? Lindsay. We just lost Lindsay.
I think we lost Lindsay. Yeah.
So, she's just like,
Go
this is
find another
boring.
video.
I'm leaving. She said, George says, okay, Matt has proven he doesn't know film if he doesn't like Citizen Kane. And his favorite film, after all, is The Hurt Locker. All hail the amazing panel. All hail Foul Ball.
Bathtub. Treasure bath. I'm going to have a treasure bath. Treasure bath. Treasure bath. Do it to
Thank you, George.
Matt,
Thank
is that
you
from
very
Animal
much.
House? It does Caligula. What is that movie?
That's History of the World Part 1.
History of the World Part 1, yeah.
That's Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Caesar's Palace, but it's like the casino. Get it? The main room. It's classic. So
Real
many
quick,
good
I guess
lines in that film.
I want to finish up on Citizen Kane because I don't even think it's Orson Welles' best movie. I think Touch of Evil was way better.
Oh, great movie.
The opening sequence is just this long ass one shot that the camera work in it and just the long, nice, beautifully
It's
shot.
about 11 minutes long or something.
Yeah, something crazy. And it's in the camera, it starts on like this on the bomb, right? And it zooms out so far you see the entire the entire almost the entire town, and then it just follows the car and gets it's so great, dude. There's so many moving parts in the shot.
Would you like to also comment on Hurt Locker?
Fuck off.
All right, I've never seen The Hurt Locker. Can somebody explain Hurt Locker to me poorly?
Oh,
don't
I
get
got
no.
you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mad,
Okay.
mad.
Number
Anybody
one.
but Mad.
All right then.
I want to
I love-
understand why everybody's talking shit.
Guy
so-
loves bombs more than pussy.
Oh.
Yeah,
I think we've
basically
established he doesn't like pussy at all. He loves guys. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I grew up outside Fort Hood, so that's.
Oh,
life,
I've
baby.
was stationed
there.
there.
I've been
You were
there.
in Colleen?
No, I'm from Round Rock.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was stationed at Fort Hood. Listen, it is Hurt Locker is just so insulting to anyone who has ever been in the military. Like it's so bad.
Yeah, that's why. I
How
brought it up.
bad
That
is
was a
it?
joke.
Just full
It's so
screen, man.
bad that you can't stand to watch it. I don't know. It's bad. I didn't have anything for that one. Anyway. Wow, is everybody muted but like me?
So, Touch of Evil,
Your
though,
moment
it did
to
have
shine, buddy.
one. The best part of Touch of Evil was Charlton Heston playing a Mexican guy, which I think was just the best casting ever.
Hashtag
You'll never get better casting.
Are
It
we
was the
just doing hot
mustache
takes
that did
now?
it.
Is that a ferret?
That's
Do
a
you have a
ferret.
ferret?
Oh,
I was gonna say, my hot take is I liked East of Eden more than Rebel Without a Cause.
Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause is overblown. There's too much screaming and shouting and angst. You know.
Yeah, East of Eden is better.
you know, I don't think I ever told you about my Frozen. Well, never mind.
You can't stop on
was that
Frozen.
about?
Frozen.
Yeah, you can't just stop there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you
the
can just
Disney
stop there.
masterpiece. Is that
No,
what
no.
you mean?
A little different. So my when I was at the aeronautics school in Oklahoma, I had a roommate, and like we had 3 apartments out of the 4 that were like this, right? And my roommate and a roommate up above, they both bought ferrets, right? And Yeah, I know, but they stayed up in that apartment up there. They stink so bad.
They stink.
Yeah, one of them, one of them was really fat, and all it would do was sleep, wake up, and go like lay down in the bowl and eat the food. When the other one's all hyper and shit. Now the big one eventually died from what we only could assume was like diabetes. Thank you. Diabetes for ferrets. Anyways, so we weren't veterinarians. We had no idea. We couldn't take it anywhere. So, but none of us were from Tulsa, so we didn't know what to do with the body. And we figured, well, the best thing to do is just keep it in the freezer until we're able to, to figure out how we're supposed to dispose of this animal. We forgot about it for a while. It was in like a Walmart bag, right? We put it in our freezer, and we're like, yeah, we'll get rid of it. And like whenever we figure out how we're supposed to. Huh?
We can stop this story now. Thank you.
Oh, it gets better.
I could stand here.
Is there a severed dick involved?
Whoa! Don't stop.
No,
Listen,
yeah.
this is my show. I want to hear what happens to these fucking ferret bodies.
Well, that's it. Like, but there's more to it. All right. So my roommate ended up getting appendicitis or whatever. So he had to have his appendix out, and his mom came down from Iowa, and she's there cleaning up, and I'm high as shit playing Xbox. And she's like, I don't know if you've ever seen like a college kid's apartment. There was a lot of cleaning to be done. And before my roommate went to the hospital, he's like, hey, Mad Mardigan, because that's my name. Hey, Mad Mardigan, make sure that you
thank you for clearing that up.
You
I didn't know that.
Make sure that you change out the candy jars, because like his mom gave him his candy jars. We had like different types of condoms in there. Never used. We never used condoms. And anyway,
so you guys knew each other well. You didn't need them when you were screwing
for
each
sure.
other.
Yeah.
Banged
I
him
knew
right
he
in
was
the
clean.
ass, you know?
Anyway, so yeah, I was like, yeah, dude, I got you. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so I'm playing Xbox. I'm high, and I hear like a and then a thump. And I'm like that. I was like, all right, but so there wasn't a save point in my game, so I couldn't go check it out like immediately because I called out there.
But, you know,
I called out. She didn't say anything, but I'm like, all right, well, as soon as I get to the next checkpoint, I'll go check. I don't remember how much longer I played because I know I got past the checkpoint because I kind of forgot. But eventually I was like, oh, and I went in there. She is passed out on the floor with blood because what happened when she opened the freezer, the dead ferret in the Walmart bag popped out like this and scared the shit out of her. She passes out, hit her head on the
what?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's just on the floor. I'm like, oh shit. So I get her up. I take her to the hospital. I'm still a little bakey. And I go and check on my roommate since I'm there, and he is sober, 100%. Because he and I'm like, hey man, he's like, what are you doing here? I'm like, oh fuck, bro, do you remember that frozen ferret that was in the freezer? He's like, yeah. He's like, so your mom, she's okay. And he's like, oh fuck me, like she's okay. It was just a few stitches or whatever. Maybe a couple.
Will never recover.
Right? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, no, she's good to go, right? And he's like, all right. I was like, oh, your mom, by the way, she wants to talk to you about the candy jar. You look great. I'll see you when you get home. Because I had never switched out the condoms either. Anyway.
Wow.
But yeah.
That's crazy. So she died, huh? That's too bad.
No, she lives. It was a few stitches.
Sentient
She lived, but had brain
doesn't buy.
damage.
Sure, I'm not selling it. So
Yeah, he doesn't buy it. I don't know.
Okay.
I did want to address another thing that Sentient Dildo said. He said I should be smacked for my take on Kurosawa. And that's my whole point with the Kurosawa thing, Sentient Dildo, is I'm like, I must not get this. Like, I'm mature enough to understand there are things that I don't, grasp.
It's a 7-hour black and white film in Japanese from like a century ago.
Yeah, maybe I'm just not mature
there
enough
are
to grasp
certain-
it, or there's a time thing or something.
Matt's point, though, that there are certain things that are untouchable and are taken as received wisdom, that everyone should love them and appreciate them for their wonderfulness, and not everybody can. I mean, it's personal choice. Yeah.
Oh, he was joking. Oh, I thought you meant it. All right. Oh, no.
Yeah,
I'll take the Magnificent Seven over the Kurosawa original any day.
With you, the 1960. Yeah, I love that movie. It's one of my favorite westerns.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a movie.
And it's hard to see things in context too. Like there are like all these kids that like appreciate like the prequels, Star Wars, like lightsaber battles so much more than the OG ones because
You're
when they
allowed
were
to be wrong.
Well, it's just that that's their context. Like their
There's a lot
context is those are more exciting and more fun and fast paced. But like when I didn't have that when I was a kid. So when I see the new flashy ones, I'm like, oh, these are new and flashy. So it's like I understand why they don't get it. Like it's like I think they're wrong, but I get why they don't get it.
I think there's a middle ground there. The battle in Empire Strikes Back obviously is top notch because of everything that's happening behind the fight, not just the fight itself. But I think the Phantom Menace, the only thing that really saved that movie was the fight with Darth Maul. Yeah, and I thought it was I thought it was done very well. And there's a lot of imagery there that goes like, not a lot of people talk about, like where the barrier comes down and you have Qui-Gon. Just peacefully, like in that like meditative state, and then you have the Sith just pacing back and forth like a caged animal ready to rage.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and so like the juxtaposing those two ideologies like within that scene without having to say, see guys, they're the opposite. You know what I mean? It's very impressive.
And credit to Ray Park too for being so physically intimidating as an actor like that. He doesn't get a lot of credit.
It's a shame he didn't have more in that movie. There should have been
survived.
more Ray Park. Yeah,
that's why they tried to bring him back in the EU.
Well, that was dumb.
So stupid.
I think that he should have been the antagonist to Obi-Wan for the rest of the prequels. I think.
I think that too. Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think George. I think George did just what Disney did. I don't think he really thought it through.
The problem was that when George made the prequels, he didn't have anybody telling him no. At that point, all he had was yes men. When he made the original trilogy, he had guys like Lawrence Kasdan there to bounce ideas off of and to write scripts.
And Fox being like, let's get this made and get this done. We're not spending all this money on your crazy science movie.
I do give him credit though on like listening to the fans. Like he definitely made adjustments for each film afterwards, right? Which is not something Disney did.
He screwed my boy Jar Jar over too.
What?
Yeah.
Means I don't agree.
Cancel Jed.
I could see that Jed likes Jar Jar.
Need canceling.
I don't think he's as annoying as what people make it out. Like I think like the best thing about the Disney sequels is like it makes you appreciate the prequels so much more. You're like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
It does. No, that makes perfect sense. Yeah. At least they were trying to be respectful to the canon, whereas they were canon.
I don't think it's that. I think
it's canon.
Yeah.
I think it was the lack of adversity or like the lack of anything to overcome, to innovate, to get around. Even in the prequels, George Lucas was coming up with new technology because it was his creative drive that fueled the innovation, because he wanted it to look like this. But there wasn't anything, in existence that would make it. So he had to make it himself, right? With Disney, they have all the money that you possibly could want. They can pay whoever they want for whatever. So there's nothing to overcome like what we had in Jaws and all these other movies. And there was no creativity. Like if you look at, it's the same thing. Like there's no competition. There's no drive for creativity. So you just get garbage like what you got.
Yeah, they're creatively bankrupt. They have no ideas.
The prequels rolled around, George wanted to sell toys primarily.
I don't think that's true.
No, I think it's 100% true. I think it's 100% true. Dude, he like they released the merch before the movie even came out. I remember that.
They always do that.
No, they don't. They definitely didn't do it with the originals.
Oh, yes, they did. In fact, it was so much that they put it to where like you get it, you can buy it now, but it'll be here by Christmas next year.
I mean, all right, maybe not for the original. I don't know. Like it definitely felt like you were supposed to like these ships and things before you even knew what they were.
Yeah,
like I remember like that. You get the little fighter and like the chrome ship and like, oh, how cool! It's like, I mean, maybe let's see what the movie's about.
And to be
I'm
fair,
not sure there was a huge amount of there wasn't a huge amount of merch before A New Hope, because that movie really created that market. It wasn't. There wasn't a lot before it. It came out like after now. The other two before it.
Yeah, going into Empire is what I mean, because nobody believed in the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why George is a billionaire. Basically, why he was
Merch.
able to make all that money is because he talked Fox into giving him the merchandising rights because they didn't think that it would be worth anything.
Yeah,
Right.
and there'd always been
That's a
merch
big deal.
for TV and movies, but never on that scale after Star Wars. Then it became a big deal.
Go ahead, man.
I was just going to disagree with Soul Assassin. I think he took a lot of risk with the prequels. Like, you got to remember, he's not a. I'm pretty sure he's not a part of like
Damn right,
whatever.
Dildo.
In the early years, Lucas was a young, starving filmmaker. When the prequels came out, he was successful and didn't take much risk. Also, I think the thing was I think the big thing was he was out of practice. Also, like if you look at his IMDb, the last movie he directed before the Phantom Menace was A New Hope. He hadn't directed a movie in like 25, 30 years.
I
Like,
thought he directed Return of Jedi.
No, he didn't direct either one of those.
No, wasn't that Kasdan as well? Or was
He was
Kasdan?
involved in the creative process, but he hadn't directed. So it's like for him to helm these films that many years later with no practice and to take on such a massive task is a lot to ask. And, you know, he's not a good director. He doesn't even like directing. It's not even like his forte. It's just, it's his thing.
Something else to point out is Ron Howard's kind of a dick because when the prequels rolled around, that's one of the people that George reached out to and said, "Hey, would you like to direct one of these movies?" And they all turned him down. But then he took a paycheck and did it for Disney.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They all turned him down?
Yeah, he
did.
He offered Spielberg,
Marquand was the director.
a few people, Ron Howard, chances to direct the prequels, and they all said no. That's why he ended up directing them.
And he's
I
not the
wonder if
greatest
because they read
director.
the scripts. I wonder if they read the scripts and they're like, these are terrible scripts. Like, I don't know what to tell you, George. Because they are, like, the dialogue in them is awful.
Okay, do you know in Attack of the Clones that the real person that was supposed to come out, and it wasn't Dooku, it was supposed to be Jar Jar coming out, and he was going to drop the silly voice and go full-on Sith. That I've seen the script.
That would have been the most ridiculous thing ever.
No, that would have been badass because he goes from an idiot to like a true badass in an instant. And he was supposed to fight Yoda. So
Okay, but that doesn't even fuck that,
That
dude.
sounds
All
terrible.
that sounds nonsense. You're just speaking
That sounds
nonsense.
so
like,
bad.
like because he wasn't acting like he got his tongue like stuck in the fucking
The
thing.
binders. Or
Yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
would
Why
have
did
been
the
no
frog
setup for
people have
that.
to
It would have
fight
came
each
out of
other?
left field and just
Yeah.
been, no.
Jar Jar
That'd be like
was-
that would be like saying Rey is like the clone of Palpatine or something, or that would
No.
be like Palpatine living.
you do know if you go back.
Could you imagine?
That.
How ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't imagine that. But
No.
Vigilante backs you up there, Jed. He says he's heard the Kaiser Soze Jar Jar rumors.
Oh yeah, the rumors exist. They're
It would
just
have
Yeah,
been the Agatha all along of the prequels.
But if
Ugh.
they were to do that, it would have been to like subvert expectations because he was not. That character was designed to be likable.
Yeah. it
Well,
was for
if
the
you,
kids.
if you, okay,
yeah.
this is in the movies. If you go back and look at the certain parts when he was next to Padme, and he whispered in her ear, and they didn't. You had to do this because Jar Jar was animated. He whispered in her ear the exact same phrase that Padme said. Okay. Who only the Sith and Jedi can do that? That was animated into the movie. Okay?
Hey, Jed.
And I
Jed,
have a whole ton of shit. I can prove it.
Hey, Jed.
whole other stream.
I am not a Sith nor am I a Jedi, but I can whisper in ears. Like
you
I don't know.
whispered
What do you mean he whispered in her ear? And by the way, if it was a whisper, how do you know she said
And
what
it-
he did?
Well, you can tell by what he said by
Oh, you
when
can
he
tell?
mouthed it. Yeah, you can tell it.
did he
Oh.
Go back and
whisper
look at the
like
movie.
Matt whispering to a
Wait,
scared
so-
girl in her apartment?
So you read the lips? You read his
Oh.
lips?
Yeah,
you
you
read
can-
the
you can
animated
tell.
alien's lips?
It was, yeah, like Vid said, Jedi mind trick. Yeah.
That's racist somehow.
So, oh, I have died on that
I,
hill.
uh,
I've died on that hill ever since the movie came out. So yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
there's
don't
a
think
lot
that
of
was
stuff.
the plan.
No.
I think
Oh.
it could have been, I suppose, but I
It
think
was
the idea.
the plan.
I don't think it was the plan.
I
think
don't think so either.
It was supposed to be a likable character. George was out of touch with what people liked and thought that would have been fun because he's silly and wacky. And then when he realized everyone hated him, it's like, oh, let's twist it and turn it into something else.
Yeah.
Okay, and Low Spec even brought it up. Do you know the part where he was doing all that other stuff? He was doing drunken kung fu.
Oh, is that why he got his tongue stuck in that fucking pod racer? Because of his...
Listen to me. Clark Kent acts like an idiot on purpose,
right? But it's around people.
Okay. Yeah.
No one was watching Jar
thing.
Jar. No one was watching Jar Jar when he slipped on some shit and were like, "Oh, Mr. So clumsy," and fell into the fucking pod racer bullshit, and like his tongue went numb. Nobody saw it. So who was he fooling?
He was a
Misa embarrassed. Misa embarrassed. No,
yeah, it was all set up, man. I'm just telling you, and I've seen stuff. Like,
bro,
legit stuff.
All I have is that one scene, and it is enough to debunk everything you're saying. I haven't even gone back to check out any of the shit you're claiming.
Let me just point, if that was the case, it wouldn't make the movies better. Like, they're still like have lines like, from my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Like, it's still a mess. Like, there's still so many trade negotiations, and there's a blockade, and
it's dull.
What is all this? It's still a mess.
They were so much. He got so much flack because Jar Jar was supposed to be the real secret villain, not Dooku.
Not even close.
And then he got so much flack from the first movie because they said Jar Jar was racist and everything else that he changed his plans and put Dooku in there. At the last minute.
No, not at last minute. You're partially right that he did change the role that Jar Jar would have moving
he
forward.
Wasn't supposed to be what he went later on.
They lessened his screen time as each movie came along. That was
absolutely he had virtually none in the third movie.
Yeah,
it still has lines. It still has lines like this.
Don't be I cried at this part. I don't give a shit.
I'm not afraid to die.
So sweet.
She whispered. This is acting.
A little bit each day since he came back into my life.
Come on! What is that? I've been dying.
He was like 10.
She's right though. We're all dying a little every day.
Yeah, it's factually correct.
Yes, we're all dying a little every day.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I was just
I
staring
don't
at
think Hayden Christensen was a good choice either.
See, Vince knows.
Are we about
Jar
to
Jar was
EFAP
the
episode
person
2?
behind the whole takeover.
We're gonna get a strike here.
I got maybe 5 more minutes left in me before I gotta go. So.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's just...
DW knows what's up.
It's just the dialogue.
Yeah.
Stand.
Mannequin, exactly. It's rough, man. I guess I really shouldn't be sitting here critiquing anyone's acting, but it's just like...
You could have been a great Jar Jar, Matt. You could have been a great JarJar.
It's just so boring. Like, I don't even blame the actors.
You'd have made a great Padme.
Me so horny.
I really don't even blame the actors. They're just the dialogue is insane. Like, no one talks like that.
Well, so I don't blame it on the actors either, because part of it is they weren't used at that point talking to nothing, to green shit. Like, you know what I mean? That was a whole new thing. And George Lucas wasn't the kind of director to paint a picture for his actors to be able to know what it is that they're
I need
looking
you to
at.
talk to this tennis ball.
Yeah, and George was like, "Yeah, no, okay, that'll do. Yeah, he's just gonna go get a Diet Coke," and that was it. You know, moving on.
There should have been product placement in the prequels. I think it would have been great if Obi-Wan had just reached out for a can of Coke occasionally, or
My whole thing with the prequels is I wish I enjoyed them. Like, I really do, because then I would have 3 more Star Wars movies that I enjoy, but I just can't take them seriously.
Prequels are the hardest thing to do, though. I mean, prequels, you know where the story's going to end up. No matter what happens, you know where it's going to end up. That's hard. And making it over 3 very long movies, because he tied himself into this 9 movie idea, which is always a load of crap from the start. You know, episode 4 was pretension. It was, this is the 4th part. Well, you wouldn't start there normally, would you? So
no.
So yeah. He tied himself in.
What was going on? He wanted it to feel like you were tuning in halfway through, like
serial.
a daytime opera,
which I liked. I thought that was interesting when you heard about Yeah, and you heard about the Clone Wars. You're like, oh, what were the Clone Wars? Like, you want to know more, but then you get it, and you're like, that's the Clone War. All right, I don't know. It kind of looks like a bad video game.
The ending of Rogue One was good. I'll give it that.
I
like the last 5 minutes where everybody.
Yeah, that's a movie.
Yeah,
that's a
that was
movie
alright.
that I think
wait.
is so overrated. Is Rogue One? It took me like 3 tries to get through it.
I don't think it's rated very highly.
It's averagely good,
No, it
which is
isn't.
good for a modern Star Wars.
To non Raylos or whatever they're called. It's like the best of the sequel, the Disney sequel movies, but that's not.
It's not a sequel movie though.
Well, no, the best of the Disney made
That's like
Star
picking
Wars.
up the
Sorry,
best
Brightest
piece
Day.
of dog shit in the
Clear that up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, everybody was supposed to die in
Forget
that
it.
movie anyway, so.
But
Well,
still,
yeah.
like bringing back what's his face, like Tarkin, like was disgusting. Like a CGI.
Fishing.
Ooh, that was so gross. I didn't like that at all. And I don't know, like I didn't like the tone. I first of all, I never needed the fact that there was this good space Nazi who like built a back door into the space station. To me, it kind of undermines what the rebellion does in A New Hope. Like it's
All
just
those
like, oh,
Bothans died for nothing.
they're just exploiting it. It's like, no, they found a weakness. It's not the same thing as like, oh, I built it in because actually I think the Empire's bad. What? Fuck you.
Well, according to the events of the sequels, everybody died for nothing up till the Last Jedi. Anyway,
Good point. Yeah.
Everybody died for nothing.
Yeah, that's a good point
Only
too.
Rey had been born sooner.
But then, like, there's things that they do that are like intersectional, like the lead of Rogue One, like when she goes back to Forrest Whitaker, he's like, "You're the greatest warrior I ever trained." I'm like, this 100-pound mousy-looking chick. This is the same universe where Chewbacca exists. Like, this little girl is the toughest warrior you've ever met.
Yeah, I know.
This
Chain
librarian.
gun blaster says, "Fuck off."
No, I see what you're doing, Matt, but you're wrong on this one. He never trained a Wookiee, so obviously he couldn't compare, Chewbacca to her.
Can you even train a Wookiee?
He only trained 12-year-old girls. That's why she
I
is at the
guess-
top of the.
Must have been, but even so, the movie
had a
doesn't
type.
make her.
Sounds like
The
Hollywood
movie,
to me.
the movie doesn't make her prove it because she doesn't even act like a warrior like the whole time. Like she's like everyone else is kicking ass around her. It's like what?
And she has British mouth, which is always distracting for me in movies.
British mouth.
Yeah, like.
I say, what do you mean? You horrible,
I mean,
horrible
like-
chat.
Wow. 70s is here. You gonna say that?
It's not,
God.
Well, he's Canadian, so it doesn't
God
count.
almighty.
Scottish.
He's Canadian.
Got it.
Okay, so
Canadian,
Rock
Scottish,
Fan,
but living in
question.
Canada.
All right, so Rock Fan, like the only thing I really know about like Scottish versus like British proper politics comes from a monologue in Train Spotting. Like
It's shite. It's all shite. We're shite.
we're servile with the lowest of the low. Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
The English may be
so, like,
fuckers, but we're shite because we allowed them to colonize us or whatever.
No,
it
like
says.
the English may be wankers, but we are being colonized by wankers.
That's right. Colonized by wankers. Yeah.
Okay, so like, should we call you British? Should we not call you British? Like, what is your
He's
preferred
Canadian.
pronoun here?
I'm a Canadian. I'm a Canadian citizen that lives in Canada. But
Fucking A.
see, most Americans say British when they mean English.
It's
And
great.
Scotland and England are both part of Britain. So yes, I
Yeah.
am British, but I'm also Scottish.
It's
But
all
like,
those
if I was
countries.
born in England, I'd be English.
Okay.
It's Great Britain. It's
You
Wales,
could be
England,
a Texan
Scotland.
and a Californian and still be an
And Northern
American.
Ireland, yeah.
He
and
has
the Isle of
maple in
Man.
his veins.
Have you ever seen the flag for Isles of Man?
Yeah, Niels to
Yes.
England kicks England. Niels to England kicks Scotland, spurns Ireland.
Just don't talk about the Welsh. That's all I can say. Don't mention the Welsh.
Mahler's Welsh.
Shit, I said it.
Mahler's Welsh.
Maybe
that's
you
perfect.
was right.
You shouldn't mention that. You've cursed him now.
I don't know. I don't
Done
know.
the Thrawn trilogy.
It's not a big deal. They go, well, Scotland, England, Britain. It's the same as saying Texas, California, America.
It is not.
It is the same.
Well, the
No, we
cultures
had
are
the
a lot
Alamo.
This is the only one that used to be our own country.
It's
Thank
the
you
same
very much.
principle.
Yeah, those are 3 different countries you just named.
And they're all like their
And Scotland and
cultures.
England and Britain are 3 different countries.
Yeah, but their cultures are more ancient. I will say that about the Great Britain.
Yeah, the
like,
Texas culture has been around for a very long time.
No, it hasn't. Wales is like thousands of years old.
Yeah.
And they
I
still
told you
haven't.
not to mention
And
Wales.
W is a vowel in Welsh.
Why, I'm on. Can you?
But I mean, look,
Any
no
lad.
disrespect. I'm not disrespecting Texas.
Tom
I'm not
Jones
saying
was
anything.
Welsh. He was all
I
right.
can't say anything about
He's
it,
all
but
right.
it's not
Richard
as old.
Burton. I've seen Richard Burton's Birthplace.
There you go.
I don't know
And
who that
Anthony,
is.
Anthony Hopkins.
You don't know who Richard Burton is? One of the greatest actors of his generation.
You
Sure.
probably
Married
do know.
Elizabeth Taylor twice. Not just once, twice. He married Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, okay.
Shoto
So he-
brings up a good
I don't
point.
know great actors. I know Matt.
Well, Matt's like the Richard Burton of Texas.
That of New Jersey.
Love you, Matt.
Jersey, oh, yeah,
Yes,
from the
New
shore.
Jersey. That's right. That's what that accent was, right?
You live in
Right, Matt?
Texas now.
I do live in Texas now. Yeah, I'm gonna take
But
the
I
acting scene. by
have no
storm.
problem being called Canadian because I am a Canadian. I live behind the maple curtain in the Canadian gulag.
I'm sorry.
Brightest Day's got to go.
yeah, I'm thinking about calling it.
And to Soul
Fair.
Assassin, I'm not a Highlander. I'm actually a Lowlander from.
We are at the 3-hour mark anyway.
Yeah.
so.
This is true. This is
Take
true.
it
Anyone
easy,
who wants to
baby.
dip, you are free to do so.
Yeah.
Brightest Day. Oh, he just left.
He's
All right,
gone.
He's
But
like,
I was
I'm
saying-
out, brother.
He's
I'm
buggered off. He's
I'm still
scrapped.
debating. I don't know.
He's pissed off.
I'm gonna have a smoke break. I may come back. We'll.
All right. Well,
We might be
we'll
gone
wait.
by then.
We will wait with bated breath. I know George said he was going to stop by, so I wanted to just kind of hold off for George.
You can't. You cannot rely on George. George is unreliable. I said it. Fight me, George.
And Soul Assassin, sorry, I wasn't comparing Texas to California in terms of attitude because I'm with Texas. I used to live there. I would consider myself exactly Californians. Well, different species, but they're both part of the same republic, America.
The people's
Yeah,
Republic of-
And Scotland and England are both part of the same United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. But they still could be regarded as separate countries, just like Texas and California could be, strictly speaking. So,
Well, yeah, but like they're technically not different countries; they're states. So like it's all the United States. Whereas actually in Great Britain,
that's what state means. Nation state.
There's nation versus state. Yeah, I'm with Rockfan on this one.
but technically isn't? Don't you guys have?
The
Don't they
states
each
of
have their
America
own
are meant
government?
to be self-governing within a union that they voluntarily signed up to, a federal union, but they're still independent states. They don't exercise that often enough, in my opinion. But they, yeah.
But the only one that really is actually its own country at any point was Texas. Like
Yeah.
the rest have always been colonies. Have always been their own states. Whereas like Wales and Scotland and Ireland have all been their own
All
country.
been independent countries, yeah.
Yeah. So it is slightly different. I think it's different too because the cultures of those like countries go back so far. Like they have such a longer history.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just the
Anyway.
way it is. It's not doesn't make them any better or worse than anywhere else. But there is a lot of history there. Yes, I mean there were people living in the Highlands of Scotland in the 3,000-4,000 years BC. So they've got those way older than the Stonehenge remains. I have to say that pre-Neolithic even. So but where they came from, nobody knows. I am idealistic. Yes, I am an idealist, and I love the ideals that America was founded upon. I hate the corruption of them now. And I have to say, the American Constitution and Declaration of Independence were very much modelled on the Declaration of Arbroath of Scotland from the 1290s. Just look it up; you'll see what I mean.
Actually, Parrothead's makes a good point. I don't think the West Coast states were ever colonies. Yeah, technically
weren't.
they were like territories, right?
Well, you could make a claim that California was a Spanish colony, but many of the states were formed as they weren't ever colonized. They became states when people moved there.
Yeah.
But the original 13 colonies, they didn't say we're going to throw our lot in to all become one big country. They said we are going to form a federation of like-minded nations called states in an overarching federal environment, and that federal environment was only meant to deal with certain trade and foreign affairs issues. It's not the behemoth it's become
Funny how
now.
that turned out.
Yeah. So they could have, and as we saw with the events of the Civil War, when some of the states tried, and I'm not getting into the rights or wrongs of the situation, tried to exercise their right to say, no, we are free to do what we wish. They were brutally disavowed of that. So there's been a corruption of the idea of America all along, which is these people are free to join and free to leave if they wish.
Well, to be fair, though, if it's in the Constitution, then they don't have a right to disobey it. So, like, them leaving is
We did fight a whole war about who was free to leave. Nobody
is now free to leave, because that's apart from, I think, Texas, which does have
Texas.
still,
That is the first thing we vote on in every legislative
Yes.
session. Do we remain a part of the United States, or do we yeet ourselves?
because it was a separate nation completely from that and agreed to join as an independent country, and then retained the right to say we can leave whenever we want.
Yep.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I mean, I guess we can put it like that. It's like,
I mean, I'm summarizing here, but
but it's like, that's a good
you're wholly
point.
correct.
yeah. So Texas is the one that could get away with it without having a full-scale war of suppression from others to stop them. Besides, the others wouldn't stand a chance anyway.
Well, I mean, I'm a little bit like torn. 'Cause like, my mom is kind of a secessionist. Like, despite being from the South Side of Chicago, okay, can we just like take can we just stay there for a
Most
second?
people in America would like the South Side of Chicago to secede, I think.
Like, my mother is my mother lives down the street here from me in Austin. She's a Texas lady now, has been for the last like almost 30 years, and her whole thing is like, I love Texas so much because like my mom carries a gun everywhere she goes. Like, I think even in places where she's not supposed to, she still kind of does, but
Ooh.
whatever. Yeah, spicy, salacious. I just sold out my mom. Whatever.
Yeah.
But she's like a South Side Chicago broad who moved to Texas and is like very on board with like everything that Texas does.
Well, I don't want to get too deeply into it, but I did, as I say, I did live in Texas for a few years, and I was extremely simpatico with it. Let's put it that way. So.
It's pretty intoxicating, I got to be honest.
I would still be there now if it wasn't for the fact that people of my general background it's not easy for us to stay if we don't have a green card, and it's hard for us to get a green card unless we got money or an employer willing to. Now, if I just was of another background and walked over the border, I'd be okay. But
You could have gone on 90 Day Fiance.
You should have just gone to Mexico and jumped. You could have.
I gotta say the same thing about Seoul. Once you survive a Phoenix summer, you're an Arizonan. Like,
oh, I've been there
it's
too in
true.
the summer, my friend, many times. Used to work there a lot. So I enjoyed my time in Texas immensely, and I would be proud to have stayed in Texas for the rest of my life. But unfortunately, the way it is for Scottish, British, Canadians of my background, we're the ones that the federal government doesn't want. So
What the hell? That is...
people used to say, well, why can't you stay? I said, I can't. I get a limited length visa. Once it's up, I gotta go. And I would be the one that they would come after and throw out. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Even though I worked in a well-paying job and paid lots of taxes.
Like my dad's an immigrant from Honduras, and like he's just been able to stay and like hang and stuff.
I wasn't even allowed to enter the green card lottery that you have.
Wow.
I wasn't even allowed to apply.
That's fucked up.
I'm a
Dude, it's a
Canadian.
damn
Couldn't apply.
Shite.
When I was
You should have told him you hate America.
Well, exactly. I might have got away with it, but I don't. So
You should have pretended to be like a Swedish like not stem cell, like terrorist cell guy from like Helsingborg, Sweden.
I mean, I could have basically.
Oh, my town's been taken over. Bah.
Yeah, I mean, I could have stayed, and although I would have been working illegally then, and my employer that was sponsoring me to be there temporarily would have not taken that well, but I would never have been able to travel outside then I wouldn't have been able to get back in, and having family to visit in other places, that was not a possibility. I knew I wouldn't always be able to stay within the borders and escape being thrown out, so here I am back in Canadian.
Speaking of here, we
Well,
are.
my wife would take badly to that one, I think. But
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, George.
What's going
Yeah.
on?
I'm
So,
hoping George will
sir?
marry. George could marry me, and I could come to Texas and live there permanently.
Come on.
Yeah,
to
do that.
Texas.
How you
I'd
doing,
love
buddy?
to have
Again,
some.
my
You
wife
doing
might
great?
object to that, but you know.
How you doing, Matt?
Hey,
Pretty
hey, I
good,
wanted-
man. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
Hey,
Thank
George.
you. How's
Absolutely,
everyone's
always.
Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Hey, George.
Hey, Jed. What's going
Hey.
on?
By the way, Matt, I got a dip too, so I
You
just
gotta go,
wanted
Jed?
to say hi. Yeah, I wanted to say hi to George before I
All right,
left.
buddy.
so-
Well, thanks for
Have a
hanging
good
out, man.
weekend.
so-
Have a great weekend,
Thank-
Jed.
Oh, I'll pop around to some of the other streams and
Take
stuff.
it easy, Jed.
Cool.
Okay, Jed,
Bye,
buddy.
Jed.
Thank you guys, everybody.
Talk to you soon, mate.
see you,
Later.
Jed.
Yeah, you mate.
Where's Cold Ear? I haven't seen him in the last.
I don't know. Where am I?
No,
He's here.
I didn't hear you speaking there.
He's here.
I always get
He's
difficult
here.
with those avatars when I don't see people. Okay, cool.
I understand. No, I was just thinking. I was like, I wonder what Jed looks like.
My job
just-
monitors all social media. That's why I don't.
No problem. It's just that I could. No, now I see Cosmic Fusion's done the same. Hey, Matt, how you doing, sir?
I'm okay.
Good. Did you have a great? Did you have a good Thanksgiving?
We've talked since Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I know. I was asking the rest of it.
Wow, God, why are you being so cold to George?
Oh,
You just
I
got
don't
here.
know. Doesn't bother me.
Canadian Thanksgiving
No
was
reason.
in
No
October,
reason.
so.
It
Yeah,
bothers me.
Well, I'm sure all of y'all got the happy Thanksgiving to all my friends on YouTube, except for one person.
Still sore.
I wasn't tagged in that.
Wow.
George, do not take the bait. Don't
Yeah,
take
George,
the bait.
you don't have to take this, man.
I don't. It doesn't bother me. In one ear, out the other.
Yeah, that's right. Don't take no guff.
Lads
off
like
of
this
Mad
with all the
Mardigan.
men that he fancies. So.
Maverick. That's funny. So what's new, George? How you been, man?
Doing well. Just working like crazy.
Yeah, what are you working on?
Just working on. I'm trying to get out so I can get to 3 to 4 videos a week. So I've been building them up now. Working to
How
get
many
them out
subs you at right now?
2,400, I think.
Damn, dude. Fucking
You're making
cooking.
long videos as well. I mean, those are
Yeah.
20 minutes long. I find it hard to make one that's 8 minutes long without taking 3 days to do it.
It takes time.
You know?
It takes
a lot
time,
of
but I'm
time.
trying to get more out. I really enjoy it. I'm just trying to
Oh,
get
that's
more
great.
out. I was watching earlier. Was that when did you do that, Matt? That film?
At least 11 or 12 years ago.
Is that shit uncomfortable? I mean, are people like no, like when they have sex scenes like that? I've always wondered. Is that
It's so
uncomfortable?
uncomfortable.
It's
It
No.
can be.
It's so
Looked
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, only
is.
when they're
It's-
unhygienic.
I'll tell you what. When I don't know if you saw this one, but when I did the one where I was like the table,
Yeah,
or
I saw
whatever.
the lamp.
Yeah. So when I was making out with the girl in that one, that was one of the few times where it wasn't uncomfortable. But for the most part, it's really just it's awkward because it's like you don't have like any like chemistry. You don't know this person. You're just like professionally. It's like you show up to work at like a
Right.
restaurant. You're like, okay, you two make out. Like
But
it's
y'all
so
don't
bizarre.
get time alone, like go get to know each other, sit down for 40 minutes, or how old?
I mean, if
hands,
you're
or-
on set, you get to talk, but it's still professional. Like it's still like you work together. You're not just like flirting. You're not building, like real sexual chemistry. And then you have to go professionally make out. It's actually quite strange.
And you might not even like them when you first meet them. You might think, I don't like this person. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that with one of the first films I was on. Like we filmed it, and then there was like a month break. And when she came back, she was like a totally different person, and she was so rude to everybody. And
Really?
I don't know. I guess she just didn't want to be there. And and I had to like be all intimate with her and stuff like that. And it was so weird because like while you're performing, you're intimate, and then when it's done, you're not even talking to her.
This reminds me of Johnny Drama in Entourage. When he's filming the sex scene and he gets a boner, and she's like, "What the fuck?" You know?
Yeah.
I couldn't help it, man. Couldn't help it.
Well, I guess that would make sense why then that they would date a lot. It would just even make it easier. When
Yeah,
you
it does
have
make
a-
sense too.
Could be,
I
yeah.
mean, suppose if they're both like really attractive actors and they just start making out, your body
Yeah,
puts off the
right.
pheromones and stuff. You do.
Speaking of
communicate.
pheromones,
Yeah, thanks, Cosmic Fusion. I appreciate
which
it. buddy.
80s boy band is that? No,
It looks like
Matt, did you have lip fillers done at the time?
No, those are my luscious lips. He
What
might have.
happened?
He might have sweetened him. I'm not sure. He might
No,
have sweetened
no,
him
that
in the
was
Photoshop.
just the photo.
You remember 21 Jump Street? Jonah Hill had all those baby pictures.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like it was done by the same photographer.
I know someone that was in that show.
Oh, yeah?
Just as an extra, but it was because she was at the school that it was filmed at.
Ah.
So they were always walking back and forward in it. And, oh, that's me. Oh, look, that's me.
I mean,
I
there
like
was,
those.
you know,
Filmed in Vancouver. So.
I was like, I don't know, 22, 23 there. Stop putting all my photos up. Wake down.
Fuck. Oh,
Now we're talking Rick
This is my Black
Astley.
Friday.
Who?
More Rick Astley territory now. We're getting into
Rick
80s.
Astley.
pop
Oh,
star.
yeah. Oh, I love Rick Astley.
You know,
I never-
you should vote for Rick because he's never going to give you up and he's never going to treat you. Vote for Rick. He'll keep his promises.
So I'm curious. So, like, when that scene was over, you just kind of like cut and okay, see you later. It just seems weird. So
yeah, I mean
wow.
that's how it goes. It's bizarre. And I was actually in a film where there's another bad student film, but I would play like a straight up rapist. Like I like rape the girl, and it was like insanely uncomfortable. Like it's so awkward because it's like, you know, cut and you're like okay, and then you're just talking, and then like you go back into like this violent action. It's so fucking weird. Stop
Was that
it,
also
dude.
on the floor?
No, that was in a bed.
Because I've always been curious, like, how do they do those?
Okay, so
scenes
you
with-
play characters that like rape broads like in a bed, but like make love to them on the floor. What the fuck, Matt?
Just have to imagine you're a politician to get into the role.
I
to get into
don't
the mood.
make these choices. I am an actor. I show up and they tell me what to do and I do it. I'm not the director.
It's jokes.
No, what I'm curious is like when you see some scenes where they're. What was the one I saw just recently? It was some movie. Oh my god! It was some famous actor was sucking on some other famous actress's boob, and I'm like, is that real? It has
Hell
to
on
be real.
earth.
No, I know who it was. It was Old Boy with Thanos and Scarlet Witch.
Oh yeah, the remake
Doesn't
of
she
Old Boy.
play his daughter in that movie?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is that it turns out it's his daughter, and it's a really like it's like Shakespearean.
Like I always wondered, is that real or is that like a phony boob? Or
I would think that would be real. I've never done anything quite like that, but I would assume that would be real.
I mean, what are you gonna have the director? Can they go cut? Let's do it again. I mean, you can do that 50 times.
Well, now, like, it's interesting you say that because now there's like intimacy coordinators on sets
I
because of all
heard.
that type of stuff. Yeah, so it's
what
like
the hell
have
are
people-
they? Because Amazon, I heard, hired intimacy coordinators for their Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, so I
Isn't
guess
it the case, Matt, though, that sometimes in those scenes that it's not the famous actress that you're seeing. The way they edit it, they have a stand-in body double that does some of that.
sometimes
stuff.
there's a body double. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like when
the
you're in
scene-
the Game of Thrones, when Cersei walks down the street naked,
Right,
that's
right.
not her. That's
Yeah.
another actress.
Yeah,
it's just the way they edit it.
And if you go back and watch it, it's very clearly not her because her
Yeah.
head is like really awkwardly CGI'd on there.
I
It's
thought
kind
there
of
was something wrong. Okay.
What about the
Yeah.
Daenerys scene when she's naked? Was that his double?
No,
That's
she
her up
was
to a
naked.
point.
That was her.
Yeah, up to a point.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
up to a point in the series, she was like, "Yeah, I'll do topless shit," but then she was just like, "No, actually."
Now I'm
fuck it."
famous. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. There was like a rite of passage for all the actresses on that show to have to show some cleavage, and then they would do it like once, and then that would be it. But they had to do it to be on the show. It was like a fraternity.
I remember
by
the
the way-
British
Sounds like
actor.
Hollywood to me.
The British one who played the hooker, who then became like a assistant madam. God, I
Yeah.
remember she would do something like Page 6. It was called in England or in London.
Page 3, maybe.
Page
On the
3.
Sun.
But then she started complaining when they were having her do nude scenes, and then they were like, and there was some reporter who came up like, "You've done this for like 10 years."
No,
By the
you're
way-
not allowed, that's all in the past. You're not allowed to talk about it.
I love the runner, like the side story in Love Actually with the two softcore porn stand-ins.
Yeah.
And they're just like, so how was your day? Oh, that's good.
Oh yeah, can we get
Yeah.
the nipples like a little bit further down? So, yeah, but I just did my
It's-
annual rewatch of Love Actually yesterday, so like this
It's
is like
such a good movie.
The nipples are fresh in my head.
Sensual Dodo asked, "What did you
All of
do
us,
when
same
your
for all of us,
schlong-
bro.
What did you do when your schlong got, that's
Smaller.
actually a real thing. It gets kind of awkward. You sort of have to like kind of pull back and
Did you
not-
get a cock sock?
No, because I've never done a nude thing like that, but it's just like, your body just reacts to
Of course.
It's got to react.
It doesn't know you're acting. It's like, hey,
no.
flesh.
So, you just got to like pull back and be polite. It's very bizarre. Like those intimacy scenes are so strange to do. Like it's really the weirdest thing.
And
like,
yet you didn't go to Romania.
Well, I would have had to do a lot of that in Romania because that was all softcore.
Oh.
But I do plenty of that. And you saw my body, by the way. I'm not exactly a fucking Olympian. I wasn't the thing I was
they would have
rushing
roasted you
towards.
for skipping leg day.
But I never like wanted that. I wasn't like, look at my body. Like that was never my thing. So like I didn't want to, I don't know. It seemed insane. Like to go to a foreign country. Yes, the money would have been good, but to go like be just sexual in a movie and like that's your thing. I don't know. It seemed bizarre to me.
It's just you think about it as teenagers when you talk with your friends, you're like, man, we'd love to do shit like that. And then you get older and you're like, how was it really? And you're like, yeah, it sounds weird.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Have you seen?
It's not as much fun as you'd think. Anyway.
No, I doubt it by what you just said. Did you see anything new this week? Hawkeye, Cowboy Bebop, all that crap?
No, I watched Arcane. I watched about 6
How was
episodes
that?
of Arcane. Cold Era really likes it. I thought it was like distractingly intersectional, but still entertaining.
Because I keep seeing it pop up in my list. It keeps on that Netflix list, but I haven't checked it out.
If you definitely check out.
What's that?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say definitely check out Mayor of Kingstown. I always want to say Kingston, but Mayor of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner. It's fantastic.
About the prisons.
Yeah,
I was thinking of watching that this week.
It's so good.
Is that on Netflix?
No, it's on Paramount. It has the it's the same showrunner as the guy that did Training Day.
It's Anton Fuqua.
Who did Equalizer? He did Equalizer.
Yeah.
Not the one with the girl, with Denzel.
Yeah.
Is it quite political? I mean, is it a stunning indictment?
No.
No. Okay.
No. And that was a problem.
Chandler. I like him.
The reason I started watching this because I was reading this article. It was about Hawkeye, and it brought it up. It brought up that show. And it's like, in this show, it's like something that should have been in 2003, but somehow it's time traveled to 2021. I'm like,
I read that
that makes me want to watch it because it was a good year. And sure as shit, yeah.
Because when I saw the synopsis, I thought, oh, well, this is going to be on about how terrible it is to put horrible people in prison,
Yeah, you would think that's what it is, but it is not. It does not condemn it does, but at the same level as it can do. Like everyone's a bad guy at some level, whether it's prison guards, prisoners on the outside, on the inside, it's all messy.
Well, I might watch it
cops
then,
and everything. Definitely, I recommend it for sure.
Well,
I watched the first 2.
I definitely need a palate cleanser after watching Cowboy Bebop and Hawkeye. Those are just.
Did you watch the whole of Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, I did because I'm doing a review on it, and I'm not gonna.
How painful? How painful was it?
I had 4 minutes, which were great because I always try to find something good. Really, it's just all sizzle and no steak. It's they spent, it seemed, all their money on making it look like the anime, but I've never seen an anime that's been adapted to live action that I like. So I don't think it translates. It always looks off. But John Cho, way too fucking old. That's way too old for Spike.
I like that chick in the show. The Detour. It was on TBS. It's a really funny show if you check it out. It's on Hulu. The Detour. Yeah, it was really funny.
Is it with the girl from Cowboy Bebop?
Yeah, it's a minor. She plays a minor role in it.
I was hoping it would be good. It just actually the best one in the role was Jet.
The black dude?
Yeah. Which is supposed
That's
to be
I keep hearing people say that.
That's what Gundam said.
No, I didn't know. Yeah, Jet was the best part. It looked like Cowboy Bebop, so I'll give it that. But everything else, I mean, it was, I guess, high school play would be kind of like pushing it, or Christian, after school special.
Well, hold on now. I love those, man.
I'm talking about the quality, not about the message.
Yeah. No. I'm talking about the quality. I love it.
Admit it, Mike. You love the Hallmark Channel, don't you?
Bible Man? Is that the one? Bible Man? I can't remember. There was a
God's
superhero.
Not Dead.
Sentient Dildo wants to know if any of us watched Midnight Mass. Did anyone
Yes.
see Midnight
I saw
Mass?
that.
I've seen it.
I've seen it, yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did up to the end.
That's what I heard.
Took a while to
the-
get into, but I enjoyed it.
I was surprised it actually turned out good.
The
Yeah,
EFAP boys said that about the end. They didn't like the end.
No, I think they missed the mark on the end. Bible Man, that's it. Thank you.
Bible Man.
Yeah, that's the best superhero ever.
I've been watching old stuff. I watched I watched Dancing with Wolves, which I hadn't seen since college, and I fucking
Holds
loved
up.
it.
Yeah,
holds up like hell. It was fucking awesome.
Did you
Then
watch the extended cut or the original, the theatrical? Because they have that extended, which goes, I think, another 30 minutes.
I think it was just the regular. It was on Netflix.
Just more dancing with the wolves in them. It's more dancing.
I liked it. I saw it in Greece.
Really enjoyed it. I didn't. I saw it in college and didn't love it, and then I watched it this time and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
3 hours long.
I
don't know if that's the extended. I thought it was really good. I really dug it. And then I watched. And I've been on like a native kick because the next thing I watched was Last of the Mohicans.
Oh,
I love that movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
I wish he'd come back and act. You know, he retired.
I
after
will
his,
find you.
After his last film.
The
If it had been Liam Neeson, they would have said, "I will find you and I will kill you."
Kill you.
The score for
Wrong
The
Irishman.
Last of the Mohicans is so good, man.
Oh, yes, it is. Now, Matt and I agree. That is Last Mohican.
Wow, that is something.
It is. I love Last Mohican. I like actually.
I changed my mind.
I like most of his movies. I didn't like the last one he did, or In the Name of the Father.
Who? Daniel Day-Lewis?
Daniel Day-Lewis. I just didn't. In the Name of the Father just didn't click to me.
No,
Not
I
even
loved
that,
him.
I just
Royal.
didn't-
I loved him in Gangs of New York, though.
Oh, yeah.
That movie, I love that movie, man. It's so good.
I like it, but it's the most anticlimactic movie ever made.
Yeah, you're expecting a big fight at the end, and
And then it just stops because of like the battle. You're like, what? All right, but you want a lot, and it's just like they're all gearing up towards it, and then they just get like, you're just like, wait, it's over now?
Yeah.
Wait, what just happened? I think it's really good up until that point.
I think that was meant to be the point that the state or the authorities fucked both of these people who'd been fighting each other all this time. They got fucked by an even bigger power. You know, instead of fighting each other, they were fighting the wrong people.
One of the most interesting parts about it is the way that they actually depict how firefighters were then, because there were all these rival firefighter houses or whatever, and they would battle over who gets to put out the fire while you watch your house burn because they're fighting to see who puts it out. It was so bad. The insurance companies would have to hire people to go and rob your house because as soon as people would hear the fire truck, the bell or whatever, all the looters are coming too, and they're coming to grab your shit out of your house. So the insurance company, it was chaotic. By the way, and there was fights that would last days, and the cops could not stop them because the firefighting houses or whatever started having local gang members join their house or whatever to help fight.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And it gets
Danielle is having a little puppy love.
No, beautiful.
Puppy love.
I have a
puppy
beagle. He
love.
went to sleep about an hour ago. It's like fine.
Sorry, guys. I've got 3, and 2 of them are out with me right now.
No problem.
Okay.
I wonder if Daniel Day-Lewis could do what he did. I saw several interviews with cast members from Gangs of New York and other people talking like, you know how method he is? That he actually would hit people on set. He threw the knives towards them, not to hit them, but next to them. Like he got into character the whole time. And everything he does, it's supposedly, now this part is myth. This part I don't know. But they were saying that supposedly in his contract, he did what Val Kilmer did when he shot The Doors. Like no one could call him from day one.
Yeah.
Anything but Jim. And that's how Daniel Day-Lewis
That's
does
so
it.
obnoxious. Like, I, as an actor, it's like, oh, shut the fuck up. Like, I mean, I know you understand you have your process and everything, man, but like, we're all gonna have to just like delude you. You like live in your fantasy. Like, do whatever you want, but we can't go. We gotta call you Abraham when you're playing Lincoln. Shut up.
But then we wonder why these are the same people that have unrealistic takes on the world and the nature of it.
That's perfect. Fair. Yeah, that is. I still will remember that Olivier giving Brando, I don't know if it was an interview or if it was a reporter where they saw each other on Broadway coming out of some play. And Brando, someone was talking to Brando how he's the greatest method actor, using the Stanislavski method and blah, 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 blah. And then they were talking to Olivier, what do you think about this great American actor using this method? He's like, he wouldn't have to go through all that trouble if he would just learn to act.
Yeah, not to contradict you, George, old chap, but I'd heard that story was Laurence Olivier and Dustin Hoffman on the set of Marathon Man.
Yeah, I've heard it was Brando and Hoffman. That's why I'm not sure.
Hoffman was meant to be doing the dentist thing where he was getting tortured by Laurence Olivier. So he stayed up for like 48 hours to look suitably ragged. And Olivier said, "What the hell have you been doing, my dear boy?" So I stayed up for 48 hours, so I looked really bad for this. He says, "Well, why don't you try acting, dear boy?"
Yeah.
Maybe he told us all the Brits. Method.
Yes, because he was not of the method.
No, he was a professionally trained theater actor.
I don't think Brando was method, dude. Because
he was definitely method.
Stanislavski, he studied in New York. Oh God,
yeah.
Written books.
No, he's one of the fundamental actors studio method actors.
Yep.
But
Brando.
Marlon Brando
was a method guy,
yeah. But the Brits, by the way, method is a bit misunderstood. But just the point is about the Olivier thing. The Brits have no respect for any of that shit. Like they're professionals. Like they always think they're just like, what are you doing?
Boy, it's a
job. Yeah,
Where's
it's like
money?
just learn how to act. They're right, by the way. I completely align with them. Like method doesn't demand that you perform all day long as their character. Like what it makes you do is try to live it as much as possible. Like I studied method and it's some really goofy shit. Like you'll have to go. So one of the exercises they have you do is you're in a black box studio and you have to imagine there's a cup of tea and then what does the cup of tea smell like? Does it have heat coming off it? I swear to God, that's the big thing. And you do that for a fucking hour. You just sit there and and you have to, and it's like all this stuff is
So you go through the first stage of MK Ultra programming?
It's just jerk off bullshit. It's complete nonsense.
And when I did it, it was things along the lines of what was the character doing before this scene?
Right.
If it's the first scene that your character is in, I played a flounder in one of this children's theater pieces, and the flounder was this trickster Loki, archetype. And it's well, what were they doing right before this scene where they start fucking with people? And you've got to think, okay, what's this person's day like?
This just sounds like improv. You're trying to do a scene. And
you're supposed to become the character, so then you can live the character. Because I studied at American Academy right after high school in California, in Pasadena, and I remember because that's what I wanted to do when I was younger. I did a lot of theater, and then I left. So it was weird. I remember the first day of class, we're going to study the method. And they're like, but we need to get to know each of you. And half the class was so why are you here? Well, I tried to commit suicide when I was 17. And so I discovered acting. The next person's like, well, I tried to harm myself when I'm like, holy shit. Yep. And they're like, anything wrong with you? No.
Actors are comic.
Nope.
I said, I just want to act.
No, the best would have been I have found that I surround myself with suicidal people.
So a lot of people use acting as a cathartic process to heal their trauma. It's
the Taylor Swift syndrome.
Yeah. But I'll never forget.
I just fucking watched that. Okay, so not to divert from anything, but okay, so I'm a writer, and Matt knows that I'm very hard on myself. I'm extremely self-critical, and that's my fatal flaw. No more after watching this fucking Taylor Swift short film. My God, if that can get actual dollars behind it and a fan base, then anything I shit out of this stupid ginger brain is solid fucking gold.
What Taylor Swift thing? What Taylor Swift thing?
Okay, so she had a short film released about her re-released album Red, which was about a 3-month long relationship 10 years ago.
Oh, did she have difficulty in her relationship? Is that what?
Yeah, but it wasn't her fault.
She's rolling her eyes. I can
Of course
see.
not.
Yeah. Everything is Jake Gyllenhaal's fault.
Now I get it.
Well, that sounds right.
Okay.
Well, hey kids, don't want to spoil the fun. But I actually have to be up kind of early tomorrow, which is unusual, but unfortunately that is the reality.
On Thanksgiving weekend?
Why? Yeah, I got to work. Got to work in the morning.
Rust
man.
never sleeps.
Yes, it is. It is sorry, but I appreciate you guys coming out and spending the time to humiliate me for several hours. That was really
man, so good.
something else.
We didn't humiliate you. You did that yourself, buddy. That
I
was
mean, I
your
did
win.
put myself.
Yeah.
In the, yeah.
And I'm
what was
being
I
honest.
supposed
I
to
really
do?
respect that. I respect it.
I do. I
and
think it's
appreciate
great.
your-
I think you should be proud
Yeah,
of the fact
a
that.
great time. I'd have never
Thanks,
invited
guys.
me on for this.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Cosmic Fusion, you have a channel. You're over 1,000 subs, right, big guy?
I do, though it's in a rebranding stage, so I've got like 5 videos up at the moment. But yeah, sub to my channel, Cosmic Fusion. YouTube.com/The Cosmic Fusion. And check out all the wacky shit I'm doing.
Right on, man. Please put that in the chat so we can promote it. But yeah, check out Cosmic Fusion. Cold Era, sir.
Hey there. I
Hey.
do a show on the Sunday Siege, and when my new shift starts, I have to switch over to Saturdays or Fridays. But you can also catch me on Cosmic Fusion's channel as a guest member.
That's true.
Fucking
all
A.
the time.
Thank you. Sentient Dildo says we do like your work, Matt. Well, thank you, Sentient Dildo. I appreciate that. Thank you kindly. The Broad, Daniela.
Hi. You can find me on my YouTube channel. Just search Daniela Lefebvre. Or you can find me also on Instagram, where I'm likely more active, just at Daniela Lefebvre. Daniela with
Or, and additionally, the Classy Broadcast, which I will be a guest on shortly, I imagine.
Sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna break my hiatus with you, King.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it. That 70s rock fan, my good man, sir.
Hello, good dear boy. Yes, well, thanks for having me on again, by the way, buddy.
Always.
It's been great to hang out with you guys tonight, and the chat, who are always on top of it and fantastic. So thanks to them all. And yes, please check out my little channel where I make obscure videos about science fiction and music and some other stuff. And then also you'll also find me on the Tuesday nights along with
Which one?
that guy there he is. Sorry. And,
Wait, didn't I
Nick.
ban you? I thought I banned you from that show yesterday.
You did, but I have my ways. I don't know why. Like you,
not
I
in
know
my
how,
channel.
like you, I know how to get in the back door.
Oh.
So anyway, yes, you'll catch me on Toxic Tuesdays. There's
Hell.
2 flavors of Nick Visor. We're not going to show this coming Tuesday, but after that, we're doing the countdown to Christmas with the diehards. So,
And, we
and
do
then
love
obviously I'm
Nick.
here Friday night. So,
Nick is an
retracting
absolute
my-
friend
my
of this
proposal.
channel. Mr. Mad Martigan, Madverick.
Yeah, so I'll be doing something tomorrow on our channel at 3 p.m. I don't know what it is. We're going to try to do some more improv like we did last time. People seem to be confused going in, so we're going to keep doing it until they figure it out. Also, a special thank you to my girlfriend who gave me Vyvanse so I could be on here.
what?
What?
Viagra?
Vyvanse.
Vyvanse, yes.
What's Vyvanse?
Oh, it's amphetamines.
Oh, thanks, girlfriend.
Legal speed.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm low on mine.
share.
So.
Share with everybody. Don't keep it to yourself.
She really wanted me to
Exactly.
come on here and make fun of you, Matt, in your movie.
Well, I think that mission was accomplished. I think you guys killed it. Thanks. Sub to Mad Mardigan. You can see him everywhere too. He's on does a show with Culture. Does a show. He's often on Toxic Tuesdays with Nick. You can always check him out. And last but certainly not least, taking YouTube by storm,
Oh,
Is
God.
George the Giant Slayer. Hail,
Thank you.
George.
Hail, my friend. Thank you for having me on. I always enjoy it. Sorry I came so late, but yeah, it was
That's okay,
great.
buddy.
As the extra said to the bishop.
Yeah. Yeah, go check out my channel, George the Giant Slayer. I have a new video up this weekend on some pop culture clashes. And
you go.
then after that,
Cool.
Hawkeye review.
Fucking A.
Thank you.
Send him.
Mm.
Yeah, check him out. Also, you can subscribe to my my partner in culture crime fighting, Mr. Vigilante Williamson, We all love him. He's the best. You can see next on this Wednesday when we do Culture Crime Fighters, we will be on Vigilante Williamson's channel, so make sure you sub so you can see that show. I, myself, am going to be doing some more Expanse streams leading into the new show. Probably not going to make it to the end of the next 2 seasons, but I'm going to try.
I just finished the first season.
When's it coming out? When's it coming out? I haven't seen the last season.
December the 10th or 11th. It's a Friday.
Because I love The Expanse. Just waiting to catch the last season. So I can catch up.
It's coming up. I'm going to be doing streams. I'm trying to figure it out because they're coming out on Fridays. So I'm going to either make this stream partially an Expanse review, but probably not. I think what I'm going to end up doing is doing like an hour or two before
Do
this
it
stream.
separately, buddy. Do it separately.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. So I'll probably be doing that. And keep an eye on for that and all the content and all the stuff. And next week for the Cocktail Lounge. Well, thank you all so much for hanging out. You guys are the shit. Zach sent you dildo. Much appreciated. Davina Duckworth, good night to you. Soul Assassin, everyone who's been hanging out with us. Sherry, Hale, Sherry, Maybe Human, Low Spec Linux Laptop, Tom. Hey, Tom, thanks for dropping in, brother.
Boo.
Boo. I love Tom. Anthroparian, Parrothead, all you wonderful people who are hanging out. And thank you so much for all you generous people who super chatted. This was a real fun time. So see you next week. Be well.